Look at you bringing in some beer, man.
Goddamn right. What the hell else am I gonna bring? Shit.
Instead of being the freeloader that you are.
A real personality for once? Hell no. Screw that.
Finally stepping up to the plate. Brought something good, too. Full moon. This is good, man.
That's right. We'll be yelling at the moon tonight, my friend.
Yeah.
Drinking this good shit.
I know. After about 2 more of these, you might see me on the roof. No clothes on. Looking like Count Floyd. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. Always doing good.
I have to say, man, look at you now.
Yeah, look at me. Don't look too hard. You go blind.
Look at you. Not only did you bring in some alcohol, but you also came prepared. You got some stuff to talk about.
I'm telling you, man, the year 2010 is all about being prepared.
You just jumped out the gate.
That's right. And yes, I say 2010. I think there was somebody bitching about that. How dare you say 2010? It's 2010, you dummy. And I was like, what?
I know. It's just another thing for people to fight each other about. It's like, goddamn, we just barely got to the new year and people already finding shit to fight each other about. Somebody did that shit to me. I think I said what 2010. Happened? Somebody said, it's 2010.
No, shut the fuck up.
What the fuck? I mean, you knew what I was talking about, didn't you?
Right.
What the fuck up?
Did we confuse you?
Oh, that was, I think that was Carlisle that was telling me that.
What?
It was like,
why is he telling you that?
Fucking with me, you know. I told him, I said, man, I want to party like it's 1,999. God damn it. That's what he said.
That sounds a lot better.
Yeah, I like that better. Sounds like more partying.
Yeah, no, I love 2010. I'm sorry, I love it.
I think about that movie, 2010.
Exactly.
Even though the shitty sequel to what is it, 2001?
Yeah, it was with Roy Schneider.
Roy Schneider, yeah.
Wow, I know. That is crazy. What the hell is that movie about? All I remember is at the end there were 2 moons. And that was it.
That's what it's about.
Yeah.
Two moons. That's it.
Yeah.
Roy Schneider and 2 moons.
It looked like, the whole movie looked like Alien, but with nothing going on.
But with nothing,
nothing going on.
That was as close as it got to. It's a science fiction movie. What makes it science fiction? Oh, well, we got 2 moons in the sky.
It was us hanging out with the Russians, and we were cool. You know, I think it's the first movie to show us, like, being cool with the Russians. And I was like, you know what? I liked it when the Russians weren't our friends, because this is fucking boring, all right?
Yeah.
Give me Red Dawn 2 for crying out loud. Come on.
2010, 2010, whatever you fuckers are called, it should have been about, it should have been Red Dawn in space.
Yeah, it should have been. We can only wish.
Yeah, everybody trying to capture, they're trying to play capture the fag.
Yes.
The fag. Ooh, that's a Freudian slip.
Whoa, hold on.
Sorry, excuse me.
Talking about, Corey? You talking about what you did this afternoon?
It's
what are you
the
talking
full
about?
moon. I'm telling you, how dare, what did you put in my beer?
You're thinking about full moons, huh? I bet you were.
Oh, please, our gay audience, please don't get mad. That was now. See, I'm one of those people who would have been on a newscast, and they would have like put me on YouTube. The next day, I would have been all over the country, job all over the world. Job would have been lost.
Yeah,
all because I forgot to put an L in that word. I got these guys on the space station trying to play capture the fag. I mean flag.
You know somebody's gonna take that audio and fuck with it. I love fags. I love fags.
Capture the fag.
I captured a lot of them.
No,
I'm a catcher. I'm a catcher.
Corey Coleman, the Pokemon of homosexuals. Capture the fag. Gotta capture them all. No, people, you could say it's Freudian slip, but it was not. It was not meant to be on purpose. But man, speaking of 2010 or 2010, whatever, and that movie was supposed to be like all futuristic, and even 2001 was supposed. And I'm thinking about 2010 is here.
Yeah, right.
It ain't a goddamn thing changed.
No. Well, there's been like one advancement, but it ain't nothing to brag about.
I know.
We'll talk about that later.
Well, we get like 1,000 more channels from cable.
Yeah, 1,000 more channels that there's still nothing to fucking watch. Yeah. A bunch of channels to make me go, what fucking channel is TBS again? God damn it. What is this? 1002? I can't remember.
Yeah. What happened?
How come you don't label your shit on your TV?
Yeah. I spend more time watching my guide on TV trying to figure out what the fuck I am than I am watching the show.
Remember when like we didn't have like the digital guide where we had to wait for that scroller? Remember? It was the one channel. It was like channel 7.
They still got that channel.
Do they? Okay, yeah. Where you can't like move it to see exactly what time, what day. You have to wait for that fucking scroll page to slowly scroll up.
Yeah,
like,
that's right.
Be here for like 20 minutes. I'm gonna miss 20 minutes of my goddamn show waiting for this shit.
I know.
Yeah.
You sit up there waiting to see like you love what do you call it? You love
Golden Girls.
Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah, you know you watch that show. You sit up there waiting to watch. No, you love Smallville.
Smallville.
So you sit up there,
yes.
So you sit up there like, when's the season premiere of Smallville? You sit up there waiting, and it's like waiting for that shit to crawl up, and finally it gets there. It's like, God damn it, I missed the show. Wait to see when it's on.
I missed my favorite intro. Somebody save me. Oh my God! Speaking of Smallville, boy, you better get ready for this. The upcoming Smallville. They're going to bring the Justice Society. I don't know if you've seen pictures yet on the internet, but they have Hawkman and they have Dr. Fate in full costume.
I'm sorry.
And it looks.
You're talking to the wrong man about this. I don't watch Smallville. I'm sorry.
Well, that's your fault.
Sorry.
Don't tell me your problem.
I tried to, man. I tried. I just can't.
You just been watching the wrong episodes, Corey.
I've been watching.
Let me get with you. Talk to Leon. Leon, I always drag his ass. I was like, hey, Leon, guess what, man? I got the director's cut of Terminator Salvation. Nobody has it yet. Months until you see that. He's like, really?
And then you get home and
comes over. I'm like, check it. Oh man, that's the wrong DVD. But hey, this is good. Watch this. Watch this episode. Guess who appears in this one? Your favorite character. The Green Arrow. Yeah.
Meanwhile, Leon's he's cracked his beer bottle trying to stab his neck. Trying to kill himself.
He's at the window.
That's great, co-host.
He's trying to find a blowtorch so I can get out of the room.
No, you know what? Between 2001 and 2010, we've had some major advancements. I mean, I like to sit up here and complain.
Yeah.
I mean, just because I think it's funny to complain.
Hey, we got teeth whitening now.
Yeah, we got whiter teeth than we did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't got as many yellow teeth as I had before. Yeah. They made super absorbent toilet paper. My ass ain't that shitty anymore.
I was about to say, you got Kleenex with lotion on it. Yeah, just when you're in bed, and, it's that special time. You and Rosie are gonna get together that night, and you add a lube. Now you got the tissues with the lube in it.
Yeah, it's all comes in one.
That's right.
You can
no more chafing.
They got a napkin now where it whitens your teeth, helps you jack off, and then you can wipe your ass with it.
That's right.
All in one.
All in one. How come they're not selling that shit on the infomercials?
I know. Just be careful not to do it backwards.
Oh, yeah.
Don't wipe your ass and jack off and then clean your teeth.
No. Hey, what is this? What is this? Conditioner on my teeth? What's going on here?
Eating brownies? Your breath smells like shit. What's wrong with you? Anyway, man.
I've been chewing brown gum.
Yeah. You been chewing shit gum? Wrigley's shit gum.
Some real shitty gum. Shitty chew.
Good shit gum.
Yeah.
Man, silly. I was thinking about it the other day, and I was saying, when you think about the future and you actually are in it, because you're thinking like a decade ago, where are we going to be?
Right.
And we think extreme shit, we always make that joke. Where's the flying car?
Right. I'm like, where's my flying skateboard? Already?
Yeah. Where's my floating skateboard? Yeah. I'm not even asking for a car. Where's my floating skateboard?
Where's my Jaws 10 and my Rocky 700 or something like that?
I want a floating skateboard and a dog that can talk. That's what we're waiting on.
They got dogs that talk. It's those little fucking robo dogs.
Robo dogs. No, I ain't
still trying to sell that shit. I don't know who's buying it.
No, who's buying that shit? They're still selling that shit.
Fucking
people buy anything at Radio Shack. Cyrus. Ooh, look at this. Ooh, robotic dog.
I'm on the cutting edge. No, you're not, dude. No, you're not. The only edge you're cutting is fucking the edge of your lettuce. Fucking making that sandwich right now.
Making those 12 sandwiches you eat right now.
Cutting off that goddamn crust to your goddamn sandwich.
No, man, they made it sound like genetics. That's what I want. Mm-hmm. I want my floating skateboard, my talking dog, and my pet dinosaur. Steven Spielberg said back in 1989 or 90 when Jurassic Park was coming out, when they were getting ready to make that, Steven Spielberg was serious too. He was like, I'm not lying, people. Now, I think he was just doing this to hype up the movie Jurassic Park.
Oh, yeah.
But he was saying, I truly believe in 10 years' time that we will see an actual dinosaur. In my movie.
In my movie. Like, what?
And somebody just took see an actual dinosaur. Steven Spielberg said we'll see an actual dinosaur.
Yeah, but you can see dinosaurs right now. They're fucking in the fucking museums. They're dead.
Exactly.
You could see them. That they're there.
I believe in 10 years' time we will see dinosaur bones. Mr. Spielberg, we already see that shit. No, sorry. No.
And I think George Lucas said the same thing. 10 years you'll be seeing the next Star Wars movie, and that's when everybody got all happy. And you realize it was all lies.
Yeah. Well, we saw it. It just
it wasn't Star Wars.
It wasn't. Yeah, it just wasn't our Star Wars. It was his Star Wars. And what the fuck he was on when he made it, I don't know.
Bullshit wars.
But Spielberg's talking about we're gonna see dinosaurs. Not in 50 years, but he was like saying, I believe in a decade. That's somebody with money talking, because they just lose sight of reality.
They're hanging out with Prince. Their sense of reality is completely gone. No,
I mean, George Lucas might as well have said, I believe that we will actually go to the Dagobah system.
Those motherfuckers are walking around with raspberry berets. Yeah. Thinking that's normal. That's like hip. It's still hip.
Yeah. That's somebody who don't know shit about science, who got too much fucking money, just saying anything off the top of their head. Yeah. Because you know that they're thinking. They're thinking like, man, I got so much money. Yeah. 10 years, I'm going to have a dinosaur. Okay. Fuck it. Yeah.
I'm going to have a pink flamingo guitar. That's what I'm going to have.
Shit, I'm going to have a dinosaur. I'm going to have Yoda.
Yeah.
I'm going to have an actual Yoda.
Exactly.
Genetics will create Yoda.
No shit.
but it's like, so you're looking for the exaggeration, because that's what I want. I want, genetics will create a talking animal and shit, because they told us all kind of shit.
Right.
Oh, now that we have genetic engineering, we can put, we can make animals smarter. We'll have a cat with hands.
Animals smarter? Who gives a fuck about them? Make people smarter.
Yeah, make people smarter. Yeah, we ain't even caught up with that shit.
I know. Shit.
You want me to make my cat smarter? My roommate ain't even fucking smart enough to clean up after himself.
We're too busy fucking worrying about the animals being smarter. No, thank you. I saw fucking Planet of the Apes. All right, I don't need that shit in my life right now. All right,
Planet of the Cats. That's what I'm thinking about. Like genetic engineering, they're gonna create a fucking cat one day with hands. That motherfucker gonna come in and jack you up when he ain't getting fed on it. When he's hungry,
it's gonna slap your fucking
come in
face.
there
and pull a Freddy Krueger on you.
Open the door, come in there and pull you by your collar and start.
Yeah.
Where's my food?
They're gonna be the new bosses. Like, hey, look, man, I'm not getting raised. I'm not. Oh, okay, never mind. Sorry about that. Sorry. Oh, fuck, man. I know it's a scratch, but fuck, dude.
Damn, can you see that genetic engineering gives your cat hands? That motherfucker comes in and backslaps you.
Yeah.
And I don't want dry food. Okay, I'm sorry.
The fuck is my Neosporin?
But man, so we're thinking like big things.
Yeah.
Like
flying cars,
talking animals, dinosaurs.
Hanging out at the moon.
Yeah, going to the moon and shit like that.
Go get my dance on the moon.
Teleportation, all that kind of shit. But now, I mean, when you sit back and think about it, okay, don't think so broad, but we are living in the future, man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, some shit that they predicted back like in the 40s, while we're not going out of space like commercially yet, some people are, but not the common person. The fact that we have rich people who can pay to go to outer space.
Yeah. Like that one fucking kid from that boy band who was going to play he's what was it? Is it Boyz II Men? Or NSYNC.
It ain't Boyz II Men.
It's NSYNC. Oh, that's right. That's right.
They should have put all those motherfuckers up there and that's the black group you're thinking of.
We can barely get those guys to swim. How are we gonna get them up in space? Yeah.
Shit, I ain't going to space.
I ain't getting wet.
Wet?
Yeah.
Going to space? How you gonna get wet? Shit, I don't know, but I ain't going.
I
might get my hair wet going up there.
I ain't about that hood.
Yeah. Wild dogs in space.
No, it was
that hood.
It was the oh my god, what was that show?
Could you pitch black people? I heard there's sharks up there. Okay, you saying like they put NSYNC up in space?
No, it
sounds like a movie. NSYNC in space.
It's the gay guy, I think, from NSYNC.
Lance Bass?
Yeah, he was going to pay the Russian astronauts to take him into space, because I guess that's what they do in Russia now. If you want to fly to space, you pay. I don't know how much it is, but they'll take
over in Russia.
Space.
I think it's $2.
Yeah, I think it's about I think it's like 4 hamburgers, and you can get into space.
Yeah, exactly. You can give me a fake Rolex, and okay.
Yeah,
okay.
If you give them McRib, they give you a tour of the moon and everything. Yeah, but no, Lance Bass he was about to go into space and fucking be the first boy band.
First
boy band fucking singer in space, I guess, or dancer. Whatever the fuck he did in that band.
The first ex-boy band gay guy in space.
Yeah, there you go.
You used to call up the rest of NSYNC and get all those motherfuckers up there. And stay up there.
Yeah. Now you're really hanging with the stars. There you go. Stay there.
Yeah. Carry that fucking line.
Who else can we get the fuck up there? Who's annoying me right now in music?
Yeah. To call everybody. Shit.
Yeah. Except Lady Gaga. She's already been there and back.
Yeah, she came from space. And she ain't going back. That's the problem. But no, man, take your catalog of shitty music with you while you're up there. Bye. I don't know which band that was.
I don't know either.
But take that shit with you too. Even if it ain't yours, take all those fucking boy bands with you. Take everybody except Justin Timberlake. He's cool. He can stay. He can stay.
Funny, I guess.
Yeah, I like him. He's all right. He's cool. Rest of you motherfuckers.
He made a couple of funny jokes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
On Saturday Night Live. laugh.
He made a couple. Yeah, he made me laugh. He gave me a chuckle or two.
Yeah,
he's a good kid.
Hey, when you think about technology, though, I mean, I always think about our phones, for crying out loud. I mean,
well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Dick Tracy.
Wow.
You remember Dick Tracy? We used to when people back in the 30s and 40s would see Dick Tracy with like the picture watch.
I don't remember those days, but I know Leon does. Leon was living it. Yeah, I think Leon was 40 around the Dick Tracy time. Yeah. So yeah, he was all about that shit.
Yeah.
I think he had one of those big blocky fucking those watches, the little communicator.
The communicator, yeah. Drew pictures on it. Tried to act like that was a real picture phone. Beep, beep, beep. But man, we have that today now. We actually, there are phones that are out that I don't think they're fully on the market, but they can get video over them now, like transmit it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean and just the fact that a phone is a computer now. I mean, like I said, 10 years ago, phones were not like this.
Oh no. Hey, I get porno on my goddamn phone, all right? Now that is the greatest technological advance ever in the history of advances. I mean, hey,
who would have thunk it?
Hey, that's all I need. That's all I need. I'm happy. Hey.
Yeah, I don't need my phone to do all this shit. I just need to see some breasts,
shit.
Some titties and some ass on my phone.
If a vagina can magically appear from my phone, that would be even better. You know, I'll be man. You barely see me. Anytime I walk into any place, where's the bathroom at? Oh.
Yeah, you're like,
where the co-host go?
Where's my vagina phone?
I'm busy in here.
Yeah. Where's my vagina? Where's my phone that will have sex with me?
I'm a reading the paper.
But you know what? We got some. Speaking of the future, I mean, look, we can talk all day about this stuff. I mean, we got our TVs now, the internet. I mean, all this stuff. I mean, we are actually living the future right now.
Right.
And just because it's we're not wearing like suits like the Jetsons and flying in our jet cars in the sky.
Lady Gaga is.
She's the only one. But she has her ancient alien technology that we haven't tapped into yet. I'm waiting for the day the government gets her and dissects her. And we get all the information from her.
I'm waiting for her to win like all the Grammys and then just her head to fucking bust open and then it's like a
stage.
Yeah, then it's like a slug. It's like that. It's like that movie The Hidden all over.
Yeah, she gets on stage to accept her award.
Yeah, that's all.
I like to thank the Grammys for this award. And then a whole planet of Lady Gaga's come down to attack. Yeah. That was the call.
Holy shit, it's on.
Gaga Day instead of Independence Day.
I will be the first to join their army and tell them exactly where everyone. Who are you looking for? Corey Coleman? Of course I know where he is. Come here.
Shit, I'll be ready too. I'll be like,
up, Corey.
Not only do I surrender, but I will have sex with you.
Hey, whose house next? Cyrus. Oh, thank God. Yeah, he's a real troublemaker. Come on.
But you know what? I'm glad to be here. I think. I'm looking at this. We're lucky to be alive in what we have. Yeah. I mean, I don't think human beings have ever had it so good. In some cases, have never had it so bad either. Right. But in America, man, I mean, if you just don't know how lucky you are to be born in this country. First of all,
I think about these kids right now. These kids who are like 5, 6. I can only imagine like how much further, at least the technology in phones, computers, games, for crying out loud. How crazy that's going to get, by the time they're like in their teens.
Science fiction is becoming a reality, even the ones that are out of our reach now. Like
even the scary science fiction.
Oh yeah.
Like those nanobots that go and consume. I mean the crazy enough as it seems, there are rumors the military is working on that, which is nuts.
The military is working on nanotechnology. Yeah. Not to the point
No, it's going to happen.
Okay, Spielberg.
Hey, it was announced. There was a story where they had these nanobots that were their objective was, the whole reason they were being created was so that they can go and consume dead bodies to create energy and just consume everything in their path. This was an actual story, and I was like, "Wow, are you kidding me?" And the military's been going back and forth, like how far they should actually take this technology. But
yeah, I mean,
I've actually read it, and that was the crazy thing because I was like, "Who the fuck read this?" And it was like, I think I also read it in a the big Scientific America. I think I read an article about that, but. It was some scary shit, though. You just read it, and of course, everyone's appalled by it. They're like, what? These things can do what? They can consume flesh and create energy out of it?
It's hard to tell what is... It's kind of like Michael Crichton wrote Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
So everybody's thinking like, oh, shit, it's going to be a matter of time before we bring back dinosaurs, and they're going to go crazy and start, attacking cities and shit. Yeah. It's going to get out of hand, that science. He also wrote a book called Prey, which was about nanotechnology.
All right.
Which is... sort of it's the same deal. It's like the rumors in the concept is scarier than the reality. Yeah, right. Yeah. I mean, it's like
that's what they say.
That's what you still waiting, ain't you?
They said the same thing about the atomic bomb. Hey, we could split atoms all of a sudden. Wow!
And now look at this fine mess you've gotten us into. But no, there's I think that we have certain things that are out there that are scary, but. And look, I say be cautious instead of just blowing it off. I'm more worried about disease than I am about a virus. I'm more worried about a virus than I am about nanobots at the moment.
But they'll never look for anything to cure any disease out there. They'll just look for
something like a pill to help you for a little while.
Exactly. They'll find it. They'll create a drug where you'll be fine. Yeah, as long as you keep taking these pills, and as long as we keep getting money out of you, like fucking $70-$80 or $200 a pop on these like 8 pills. Yeah. I mean, yeah, they're gonna find a way to make money off you. They're not looking to cure shit right now. I mean, unless it's some like crazy, devastating, plague out there, maybe so. But right now, they're just looking for shit to keep you alive for a little.
Well, that's why I'm saying because AIDS.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
If everybody says, man, they could cure AIDS. AIDS is something that they just want to keep people sick and make money. No. Yeah. The medicine industry, like a lot of industries, is a male-dominated industry. Mm-hmm. Men like to fuck. Okay,
yeah.
You know what I mean? If there was a cure for AIDS, it'd be out.
It would be out there.
Yeah. Now maybe cancer, people can slow up on, but AIDS.
Yeah.
You get in the way of a man's penis, that's shit. That should be cured in a minute.
I bet you if the president got AIDS, there'd be a cure tomorrow.
There'll be a cure tomorrow.
I guarantee.
For him.
No, probably not actually. They're probably waiting to get Obama out of the office.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Obama, no.
Obama, no.
In fact, they're still trying to give him AIDS.
Yeah, right.
Obama's, what's this fucking needle doing in my coffee right there?
So, yeah, that last statement I made was stupid. No, of course they want AIDS around it. If any high figure got that, it's like, all right, we get to finally put somebody else in their place. Yeah. Awesome.
Magic Johnson.
He's still around.
He ain't
still dribbling.
A bit. Yeah.
He's still running around.
He's still
dribbling.
fucking do. Magic Johnson looks heavier than he did when he got AIDS.
No shit. I know. You almost forget about that because I remember it was like at the time you heard that announcement, everyone was like devastated. It was like, wow, one of our heroes has like this crazy. I mean, does he? Well, he had HIV. And he was tested positive for HIV, and I mean, it was shocking. And I'm sure a lot of people just thought, oh wow, he's not going to be around.
Yeah, we're just waiting for him to
die.
For a while.
Yeah, we're just waiting.
He got HIV,
and that motherfucker is still walking around.
Yeah, he got HIV, and he's heavier than he was.
He looks fucking fine.
Yeah, shit. I think whatever it is, that probably getting HIV is the best thing happened to him. He's like, hey, I'm healthier than I was before. Shit,
It'd be funny if they like find out in his last few days that shit. We got the wrong results. This isn't. Is your name Michael Straczynski? Jordan? No. Whoops.
Say what?
This guy's been dead for 20 years.
I'm not HIV positive.
Yeah.
Well, damn. Oh well. But man, no, I'm looking at things like robots and holograms, and those are a reality.
Holograms. Yeah. Well, you know what? And we have a lot of our movies to thank for that too, because I mean, a good example, Predator. In Predator the film, the alien predator is able to camouflage itself. The military has been working on that technology for years, and they say it's pretty much they can do it now.
They do have a cloak. Mm-hmm. Now, the last thing I heard about that they have a cloak, not like a uniform,
right?
But it's and you can drape it over yourself and it reflects off the
light
environment.
Yeah,
it's kind of like light refraction.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's kind of going on that. Of course, it's only a matter of time before we do have a Predator suit.
Oh yeah, no, it's gonna happen. Yeah, I mean, if they've gotten this far, I mean, shit. And
don't let it fall in the wrong hands like mine, because I'll be the first one to put it on. Be standing in some girl's room while she's getting naked.
Perverts, yeah.
You know what? It'd be funny. It's like, why does that wall have its penis hanging out?
Yeah. It'd be like, okay, if I had that, no, it'd be like the scene straight. I don't know if you ever read League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, where you're introduced to the Invisible Man. The nunner. Yeah. You see that coming full of chicks, and it's like, oh no, that girl's getting possessed, and it looks like she's in the middle of the air, and it looks like she's getting fucked, and you realize
she is.
And she is. Yeah, it's the Invisible Man banging her.
Yeah, they thought
somebody throws a bucket of paint, and you see the silhouette of a guy. He's like, and they're all thinking it's like the Holy Spirit. hear it.
They thought it was like Immaculate Conception.
Yeah.
Yeah, they thought, fuck that movie, The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. You got to read that book.
That book is great. Yeah,
The Invisible Man was, and he's a pervert.
Yeah.
He's pretty much an evil dude, man. And
he's a jackass.
Yeah, and they make a hero out of him, you know. They enlist him about the government to go out and fight, fucking,
It's written by Alan Moore, so yeah, it's back in Alan Moore's heyday when he was writing shit.
Alan Moore, the
awesome.
guy that wrote Watchmen. He was that book is great, but man, it's a lot of stuff that they're developing right now that we thought, man, it'll be centuries before they get to this, and technology is moving so fast.
Oh yeah,
that's the only thing that scares me is that technology is moving way too fast.
Right. I mean, there was an article. Okay, that same article that I read about the nanotechnology. That's what they were talking about. They're like, this technology is moving so quick. It's moving so fast that now we have to make decisions of, certain things like, do we actually need these things? Even though we can do it, do we need them right now? Is the public ready for them? There are a lot of things that they've been using in the military and just in the space programs that, down the road, it'll be available to the public. Like I remember they were talking about the infrared keyboards, I think, where it's like, there's like, you have like this little cube, you set it down, you push a button, and it you see this transparent keyboard on the ground. It doesn't matter where you are. I know the
military's using that. I read about that.
The military's use it. Like they can be like positioned around rocks, and if they can't carry keyboards.
Go on any surface.
Any surface. You just put this thing down, push a button. It starts to show the keyboard on wherever you're at, whatever surface, in an infrared light, and you can start typing away on a piece of rock.
Yeah,
and it'll deliver the information. I don't know how that thing works, but it works.
Yeah, it's top secret.
That's right, but it will be available to the public down the road
at some point. Yeah, and it just worries me. It's like I'm the one who loves technology. I love seeing where it's going to go.
Right.
I love being one of the first people to grab it when it comes up and have it in my home and shit. Oh, by the way, I have one of those keyboards in my closet.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, along with some nanobots if you like a few. But there's it just worries me. Like, okay, are we going to start developing technology that will help us destroy ourselves faster? Like, are we going to be able to now wipe out the rainforest even faster?
Right.
Are we going to destroy the environment even faster? Are we going to?
Which you're like, why do we need to wipe out the rainforest when honestly there's no real need for paper documents anymore? I was just thinking that the other day.
We still have a need for it, but because we're still a small percentage.
Oh yeah, that's right, for our comic books. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're right. Blame them funny book boys.
That's right. I don't want them to get rid of that. Fuck that. No.
Blame Leon and Cyrus. They're the ones destroying the rainforest. Just those two.
Yeah, we still need billboards, and I'm waiting for the day when there are no more billboards, where they have basically just huge LCD screens,
They're getting there.
Just showing,
I was, where was I driving? I was driving somewhere or I was with somebody else who was driving. I can't remember. And I was in a major city and they already had a billboard that was,
it was just a monitor.
It was just a monitor.
Huge
that was
monitor.
because it would dissolve into another advertisement.
Advertisement. Wow.
Yeah, and I was like, wow, they've reached it. I think I was in New York. I was in a cab, and
of course,
of course, So.
And they've had
it was either New York or I was in Atlanta. So I was like, wow, it's here. Yeah, it's
I was like, come on, let's hurry up and let's have this fucking place look like Blade Runner, for crying out loud.
Yeah, exactly. Just wipe out everything.
Yeah.
And recreate animals that are robots.
Yeah.
We don't need real animals anymore. No, I'm worried, and I'm also, it's, as with all technology, you can see where it could go horribly wrong, or it could go very good. It could go very well. Like you just mentioned, paperless society.
Yeah.
No need to destroy trees anymore.
That's what I'm thinking. Honestly, it's like, paying bills. You don't even have to. You honestly don't need to have your bills sent to your house anymore. You can do it all online.
Yeah.
So
the only thing that's scary about all that is how much can we back up because we wipe out all information? We forget how detrimental information is. We might
keep that shit in a vault somewhere. So when that Twilight Zone episode happens, where it's like that one mutated guy hanging out in a big vault full of information. That's all you need.
One vault full of a bunch of paper. Yeah, with all this stuff on it you need to know.
Have that motherfucker as the librarian. He ain't doing nothing. He's a mutant.
Is that one?
Nobody needs to hang out with him.
Yeah, you got that one instruction manual for everything.
Exactly.
Put into a vault.
Yeah. That's it.
Oh, well, people, fun talking about the future. We are here.
Speaking of the future, let's talk about the here and the now.
Well, let's talk about talking about the future. Let's talk about the future of the show. What we're going to have on there. Technology-wise, we talked about how they've advanced all these things that help us out, except in one area. That's sex.
What? Oh, yeah.
Yeah. They got the real doll has advanced.
Yes, it has.
We'll talk about how that has happened pretty soon. We got some movie news.
Yeah, we got a few bits of movie news that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, I'm sure everybody's heard about it.
Oh, yeah.
Your boy.
Yep.
Your boy's got your boy got a reboot.
Oh, boy.
He said,
my boy. More like Leon and Cyrus's boy.
I know.
Sorry.
Yeah. More like Leon's boy.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but you're right about that.
We'll talk about who that is. He said, hey, if it's good enough for Batman, it's good enough for me.
Already.
And you got some Transformers news, too.
Yeah.
And on top of that, what else have we got? What else did we say we're going to talk about? We got some funny videos.
Yeah. We got some interesting videos of people, of a certain lady freaking out. At a very popular restaurant.
Yeah.
At a very classy joint.
And I want to talk about that because we can't really get too detailed with it because there's no audio.
There's no audio, but
it does kind of relate to what we've been talking about lately.
Yeah.
And what else do we have? Did you have something else you want to talk about? I know you came in with some stuff.
Oh, there's something involving the Spider-Man story. I think that's pretty goddamn funny that I know we can go off about. But other than that, I think that's all I have.
All right, and I got a few things to bring up. Just some quick stuff to bring up. Some people sent me some cool articles. Some people sent me some cool information, and it's real nice of those guys to do that. It's actually some interesting things that people have sent over to discuss.
Cool,
and we'll try to pass those up real quick. And
we'll do it.
And then, hey, you know what? We are organized with our email this week. We actually went through. Look at our emails.
Did you see the ones I got? I think
no, I got different ones.
Okay, I got the same. Well, I only had like a few of them, but I'd assume I know one of them was addressed to both of us, so I thought maybe you saw it.
Yeah, no, maybe I do have the same ones that you do, but I didn't pick them.
Okay, go for it. Yeah.
So good. So so look, it's our
we got a full show.
We got a completely full show. Yeah. We
talked about technology.
The show's already been full. You know, most shows would give you what we just gave you.
I know,
and call it a night.
But
not here.
Been a great night. See you later.
You get a full show, and then you get an epic show right after that.
That's right.
God damn it!
The show keeps going and going like that fucking bunny. He keeps playing that same fucking drum tune. I get so sick of.
Is that fucking rabbit still?
Yes.
They still got
every
that
once in a while they'll pull out that motherfucker and he'll be jamming away. Jamming away with them goddamn sunglasses.
Somebody need to put that rabbit in those fucking caveman in a space shuttle and blast him off to the sun.
Need to skin that motherfucker and eat it. Give that shit to Cyrus.
Rabbit stew. Why is there a drum in my stew? Just give it to Cyrus. He'll
eat anything.
Man, so the funny book boys are here filling in for Carlisle on a couple of cold ones the other night, and they're like,
"Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Okay, I haven't had a chance to listen.
Yeah, it was all right. It was a lot of fun. Right. We want more. I mean, we couldn't help but cover Raymond again because Cyrus had never heard any of those stories.
Oh, you serious?
About Raymond before?
Oh, okay.
Raymond, my ex roommate.
You guys talked about that?
Yeah. Awesome. He had never heard those stories before.
I'll be listening tomorrow.
But Cyrus and Leon, they were like, you know, we have our spies. People come and tell us what you say, and we're like, shit, we tell them to tell you.
Wait. Fucking us? They have spies who tell them
what we
say about them?
Yeah. And I say,
yeah, that's me. I tell them. I was like, hey, guys, I show up. I show up dressed in my trench, fucking, even though it looks odd with a little round ball,
a trench coat and a hat, a detective hat and some shades.
Cyrus, come over here, you dummy. Guess what I heard? LDT. What's LDT? Yeah.
Not BLT.
Yeah, not BLT.
Quit, man. I know you hungry, but
I always see people write like LTD sometimes.
I do too. I see that too.
I was like, what? What show is that?
BLT? I see people write STD. All that kind of shit. But those people
I can't wait for another episode of STD.
Yeah. On LDT, they say you eat 12 sandwiches, Cyrus. I told Sarah, I was like, yeah, we told him, we said that about you.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
I told you that last week, but you don't listen.
Tell that.
You don't listen.
Nobody trying to hide anything from y'all.
Them goddamn funny books out of you. You didn't listen.
But, all right, people. So, we gave you the rundown of the show. Mm-hmm. We got a whole lot to cover. So, hey, man.
It's an action-packed show tonight,
It's an action-packed show. The bullshit train ain't never moving as fast as it has tonight. Get on board.
Too fast. Going ludicrous speed.
Oh, my God, people. I'm ready, man.
I'm fucking ready. I'm pumped.
You know what? Fuck it. Just fuck the bullshit. Yeah, hand me another beer right
Here you go, sir.
Let me.
Oh, yeah, you probably need to open that.
Let me open this shit up before we even get started.
Hold on, let me
get my bullshit potion number 12 right here.
Where's my opener?
On your head, dummy.
Oh, shit.
There you go. Pop that shit open. And
you got a lighter?
We gonna light
Show you a trick. Show you 2 tricks for the price of 1. Awesome.
All right, man. I'm ready. Shit, fuck it. Let's just jump into it. I'm ready. You ready?
I got my love juice.
Let's do this. My bullshit power. Activate.
That shit came out of my robot socket.
Boy,
taste is taste. Like Billy used to say.
Taste.
Have you talked to that dude, Billy?
No, but his brother. Billy's.
Is he still on Desperate Housewives?
No, his brother's on a new lawyer show.
No shit.
On ABC.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, what's his name? Makai Brooks. I don't know. We have a friend named Billy, and Billy's brother is pretty famous. Billy's brother has been in. He was the only black guy on Desperate Housewives. He was in True Blood.
He was?
Yes, he was on True Blood.
He was on True Blood along with that other dude.
That other guy.
Yeah, what's his fucking name?
I know his name. I'm good friends with that guy. How come?
You are.
Oh Jesus!
What is that dude's name? Yeah, he played like a redneck fucking dipshit. Mm-hmm. In True Blood, there are 3 rednecks. And they're like the idiots of the show, and they're always hanging out in that bar. I can't remember. I don't even think they really have names besides the 3 Stooges.
Yeah, I forgot. We got like fucking 50 degrees of separation.
I know, right?
That's crazy. I know, maybe that's far. We got like about 1 degree of separation from True Blood. Yeah, we know a couple of people on that show
that are on that show now.
Yeah, wow. I don't know Makai Brooks or whatever his name is. I know his brother Billy.
Yeah,
we know Billy very well.
Billy is hilarious.
Yeah. I mean, I wonder what's going on with Billy. His brother's in everything. How come Billy can't get a role, man?
Well, maybe if he wasn't so distracted all the time,
chasing pussy all the time,
or at least telling me jokes. Because I remember the whole time when we were working on the film, he was on a film that Corey did. Whenever we were getting ready to do a scene, Billy would always come up to me and say, "Hey, Coles, come here. Let me tell you this fucking joke. All right, what do you get?" And I was like, okay. What? Shouldn't you be, okay, you need to get ready for your scene right now. Like, nah, Corey will be all right. Now listen to this, man. That guy was always trying to entertain me. I remember I laughed my ass off. I was like,
one day we was shooting and I had to tell Billy, shut up, man. Yeah. Stop, all right?
Corey, hold on. I gotta tell Coles this funny joke. I was like, dude, I don't want to get Corey all pissed off while you're talking to me, but you need to focus. Yeah.
And he didn't get along with the other dude that we know on the show.
Who? Who was the other?
Wait, the guy that brought in his demo reel. You know what I'm talking about.
That's the guy. That's the guy who's
on
True Blood.
True Blood. Yeah.
You know what? And actually, I kind of bonded with Billy about that because when I first met that guy, I didn't like him either. Because that guy, actually, I heard that guy talking shit about me the first day. Yeah, he did. Yeah. He did. Yeah, the first day I went and shot with you guys, he was talking shit. I don't even know where it came from. He was just talking shit. He's like, "Oh, look at that fucking guy over there." He was telling one of the actresses. He's like, "Oh, look at that guy. Look at how he dresses." It was like I was in high school all over again. And I was like, did I just hear this guy like talking shit about how I'm dressed? And I mean, he's like, look at him, fucking robot over there with stupid ass green eyes. And I was like, are you kidding me? And honestly,
are you sure he was talking about you?
No, I was dead positive, dude. I was right in the other room right next to him. And all I was thinking was like, wow, this motherfucker, but I ain't gonna say shit. I'm here to help Corey and that's it. And for the longest time, I'm like, I don't like this motherfucker.
I never knew that.
But then, but then he started being cool. It's, you know, as soon as every once in a while, I'd let him be entertained to the fact that I gave a shit about his reel that he was always showing, because I just thought it was funny that wherever he went, he brought his reel to show like this one scene where he's like robbing an old couple and killing him. He thought it was the greatest fucking scene ever, and he brought this tape. He's like, check this out. Hey, check this out. He's like, you want to see something? I'm like, yeah, sure, I want to see something. He'd fucking play it, and the whole time I'm thinking, wow, this is fucking awful. And the thing is, he's like, what'd you think? And I look at him and go, dude, that's fucking great.
Yeah, everybody,
you know what?
yeah.
You need to show Billy that tape, man, because that is some real acting right there. You need to show him that. You know what? Tomorrow, we're doing a scene. You need to bring it. I'm going to bring it. I'll show him.
Oh, man, I felt so bad for that dude one day, because Billy was sitting up there. And we were about to shoot a scene, and that dude was sitting down, and I just heard Billy just start just giggling, like not even just laughing, but giggling, like this high pitched giggle, like. I'm like, Billy, what you laughing at? Like, look, his feet ain't even touching the ground. He's sitting like a little kid sitting on that bench. His feet can't even touch the ground. And that guy was just sitting up there and just taking it, man. I was just shit. I feel so bad for this dude right now. I said, I'm so happy there's no girls around or anything.
And you know what I said? I said, fuck him. That's what he gets. Because I told Billy from the get-go, I was like, you know that dude? I fucking can't stand him. I don't like him. He's like, why? He's like, that motherfucker's talking shit. Well, about me, the first day I met him, like right in the next room.
Billy must have been like, hey, I'll take care of him.
Oh, Billy was like, you want me to fuck him up?
I know.
But he was kidding, but he's like, man, we'll fuck him up. Me and you, Tom. Me and you, cuz, we'll fuck him up real good. I'm like, fuck that guy. I ain't worried about him or his future. But hey, look at him now. He's on True Blood. I'm like, I worked with that prick.
Hey, he sent me an email saying, hey, look for me on True Blood. And I was like,
oh,
hey,
no
man.
shit.
And I told him, I said, hey, congratulations. I'm glad you're doing well.
Good. Yeah, no. The last, when we were done with the film, we actually got along. There was a time where I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Cause he would come up to me and he was like, man, he just started shooting the shit. And I was like, all right, I'll
some people come around, man.
Yeah.
He's just,
he was, his deal was, he was trying to impress a girl. He was trying to impress that actress that we were working with. And I'm like, if you got
Lily?
Who? No, not Billy. No, I'm talking.
I said Lily.
Oh, Lily. The Asian girl?
Oh, the Asian girl.
The Asian girl that he had the scene with.
And that girl was in an episode of Law and Order.
Oh, no shit.
But as an extra, though.
Oh, really?
She's in the background playing in a bunch of reporters there.
That doesn't count.
Yeah, it doesn't count. No, I don't count.
I've been an extra in a lot of things.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't go around saying, hey,
you get $50 on a sandwich.
Exactly.
But Billy, man, I was wondering what, Billy is like his brothers and everything, and Billy was in a Reebok commercial.
That's right.
I thought Billy was like
I thought, when I heard about that, I was like, good. He's about to go.
Yeah,
he's about to go. Because you know what the thing is? The thing about Billy is that he was like one of those guys that he was very down to earth. I loved working with him the whole time we were doing that. And it was one of those things where like, you know what? I hope Billy actually makes it, because he's like, out of all the actors that we had, I mean, there was a couple of them that were really cool. There's a few of them actually that were cool, but Billy seemed like the most down to earth. And I guess I liked him a lot more because he always like was running over to me, just trying to entertain my ass the whole time we were on that set.
Yeah.
So things.
Billy's funny, man. Billy would always say, hey, man, let's go out and let's go hang. And
the
only thing that bugs me about Billy, and maybe this is why he can't get to where his brother is yet, because I'm saying, what's taking Billy so long?
Right.
His brother's in every fucking thing, and he can't get in anything. But that's another movie his brother was in. Something Road, about the basketball players.
It was a big movie.
It was a big movie. Yeah.
I'm sure one of the listeners would probably.
But yeah, they'll figure it out.
Anyway.
But Billy, man, whenever Billy and I go hanging out, like Billy will call when he comes into town. He's like, "Let's go hang out, man." I'm like, "All right." And I don't even know why I'm hanging out with Billy. Billy's on a pussy hunt the moment he gets over off the plane.
And the funny thing about that is, everyone would always say, you know what? I think Corey gets so frustrated with Billy because Billy is like the spitting image of Corey. It's like if Corey was looking into a mirror the whole time, and everything about Billy, everyone's like, why is Corey getting upset about Billy? Billy is like Corey, and I was like, you know what? That's a good point. I never thought about that.
Everybody,
he's like, sometimes you're just so frustrated with that guy.
You know what?
And I was like, I never thought about that. I was like,
and it is
funny.
true. Goddamn, it is true.
No,
I had to everybody kept saying, Billy is like your little brother.
Right.
Billy is like And in fact, if you went out, Billy, people think that Billy's your little brother, and you had a bad influence on him.
Right.
And I was like, fuck, that is true, man. I see myself in this guy.
It happens,
and he kind of turned me around because I was like, is that what I do?
Exactly. No, but I mean, because it happens, dude. I've met so many guys that like, I know a buddy of mine who can't stand his dad. And I remember meeting his dad. I was like, dude, your dad is fucking you. I mean, that is you to a T. It's like he is the grown up version of you. This is who you will become. And my buddy's like, don't you ever fucking say that. And I was like, I'm sorry, dude, but it's true.
No, man, Billy, you're right, man. Billy is me, man. Because I remember looking at Billy one day and because what he did to me, I was talking to Billy and I was like, Billy, you asked me a question. I'm talking to you. And he's like, and he just turned around and looked, oh, you talking to me? I'm sorry, brother. Fine girl just walked in. I was like, you motherfucker, man. You just blatantly told me that you ain't listening to me. Yeah.
I know. Sorry, dude. At least he was honest.
Yeah. I mean, he's the kind of dude
that's a hot ass chick. Did you see her?
It never fails. It never fails. He finds some group of girls to throw himself in the middle of and just start talking.
Boom.
And it'll take 5 minutes. Oh yeah, this is my friend. What's your name again? Corey, motherfucker.
I know.
Goddamn.
It was so funny. I remember meeting Billy and all his friends. He brought his brother. I think he brought his brother to the set one time. And I remember meeting him, and he brought this other guy. I can't remember if it was a guy who was like his cousin or something.
Yeah.
But he came over to one of the places we were shooting, and those guys were like, hey, man, you got to come out with us tonight. And I already made plans. I'm like, no, man, I'm sorry. I just look at me. I'm a robot. I don't dress like you guys. I'm like,
yeah.
I would stay. One of these things does not belong, and that would be me in that group hanging out with you guys. Even though I would have killed to hang out with Billy, but not to where like the crazy ritzy bars they wanted to go to.
Yeah, no, that's where we always go. It's like we'll go somewhere. He'll throw himself in the middle of again, people are going to joke him. They're going to joke around comparing him to me. Mm-hmm. He finds a group of white girls to throw himself in the middle of. I think that's the only difference between Billy and I. Like, I'll chase anything.
Yeah.
Billy, I think he goes for the white girl. And he'll tell you too. I was like, come on, Bill, that's wrong, man. Come on, man.
He's like, fuck it, I don't care.
Yeah, where the white women at? He always says,
they're looking good. Where the white women at?
Yeah. I was joking around like, come on, Billy, man. Damn. That and Tasty Taste. Yeah.
I know, man.
But man, crazy. Yeah, Billy's a cool guy though.
He was.
I love Billy.
I miss that guy.
I really hope that Billy makes it one day.
I told everybody. I told one of our producers. If anybody were to make it out of this group as far as actors, I hope to God it's Billy, just because he's just a fucking cool guy.
And Billy, if I could just settle him down, he actually said, one day, I'd like to work on a script with you. And I said, man, you know what, Billy?
Billy working on a script?
I said, Billy, yeah. I was
like, going to be like Night at the Roxbury?
Billy, you'll be the talent. You'll be the star. Let me write the shit, okay? Because you ain't got the attention span to write shit right now, right? You can't write a check right now. You so into like chasing tail.
I should have told him, look, there's this friend of mine. He's looking for somebody to write a sequel to The Emperor Meets the Boba Fett.
Yeah, let me introduce you to Raymond.
You guys get together, you butt heads, you work on brainstorm. Yeah,
you'll get
come up with that sequel and give it to George.
Yeah, Raymond, boy. But
anyway.
All right, man. So you know what? Let's get into this news right here, man.
Oh, the big news. The big news.
I mean,
everywhere.
This really just. I mean, I've never seen like movie news where I got like about 5 texts from people saying, "Did you just hear what happened?"
Right.
And of course, we're talking about
Spider-Man 4 is not happening. Period. It's done.
It's done. And what's even more amazing is that they said, okay, not only did we drop that, but we're going to go back to square one. We're going to reboot this whole thing.
I was like, reboot? What the fuck are you going to reboot? I mean, that movie didn't come out that long ago, for crying out loud.
Well, Fungus Monkey was the one that sent it over first to me. And he's like, did you hear about the Spider-Man reboot? I mean, I was in the middle of a storm, like, what? And I had to text back, too. I was like yelling to the phone, what? I was like, really? And I had to call him, too. I was like, are you confusing this with Spider-Man 4? Like, are they trying to do like some sort of sequel that doesn't resemble the rest of the series? And he's like, no, they're going to go back and redo it. He's like, go and read the article. Yeah. And I read it, and sure enough, it was Sam Raimi saying, hey, been great, guys. I got to go. Good luck. And them saying, well, thank you, Sam Raimi, for all your hard work. Yeah. We're going to go back and do this all over again.
Yeah, we're going to reboot it. We're going to have Peter Parker hanging out in high school, and we're going to have him getting into some crazy adventures in high school. Yeah. And all I was like, oh wow, they're gonna do Smallville. Awesome. No, Yeah, when I heard about the reboot, the first thing I said was, "Fucking A, good for you, Sam. Fuck them. Don't bend over to their bullshit that they're trying to give you right now. Fucking just, if they don't want to work with you, fuck them." I mean, Sam Raimi is the reason why we're talking about Spider-Man right now, why anybody gives a shit about Spider-Man right now. I mean, without Sam doing those first 2 films, nobody would care. And the thing is that obviously you could just tell that the studio was like, look, we have the script writer, we have these ideas for the script, we're not too crazy about your Vulture idea, and that's where things just went wrong.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure they were pushing him like, no, look, this is what we want for the sequel. And he was just like, no. I mean, we did things your way, and we came out with a crappy 3rd movie that I didn't even care to promote.
Yeah.
I mean, this is what I want. I want to do this.
Well, you can tell, like, it's like, it was kind of, I get the feeling. Mm-hmm. Now, when they released this press release, they gave this press release out, and it was very formal. Mm-hmm. Everybody's being nice.
Of course.
Sam Raimi's saying, I've enjoyed working with Sony on these films,
right,
and I wish them the best of luck with whatever they do with the series after this. And then Sony saying, Sam Raimi has been a great friend to us. It's been an incredible few years that we've made this series, and we never imagined that it could have gone this far. And thanks to his hard work, it has. And apparently, but not good enough to let him do what he needs to do.
A big bullshit thing.
Yeah, so it's kind of like what that comes down to is because somewhere you're going to hear the words. I guarantee you're going to hear creative differences.
Which is what they used. It was over creative differences.
And you can just tell that just simply means that one party got frustrated with the other.
Sam Raimi getting fucking frustrated with Avi Arad. Yeah.
Yeah. Now that's what I think. And just saying.
Oh, I know that was the problem. Yeah.
I mean, after everything, because we just read that article a while back where they said, Sam Raimi was saying, look, I don't agree with this script that we're doing here. Mm-hmm. And they said, well, we're going to keep moving with this path that we're on with the script. And
you're pushing me to this deadline. You're wanting to shoot this movie soon, and I can't do that.
Yeah. So it was Sam Raimi didn't want to do it, and so they just said, all right, you know what? And I don't know if they said that they were planning on rebooting the series after one last movie. They were going to get the gang together for one last film. This is what they're saying now.
Which is bullshit because
I don't believe that.
You tell Sam Raimi, hey, we're going to do your one movie. We're going to do the last one. But after we're done with this, we're going to go in a whole nother direction with a whole nother director. And I'm like, that would be like the biggest slap in the face.
So soon right after that.
Even if it's a big success, we're still going to go with this whole other reboot. We're just going to reboot. Oh, so you're going to reboot. You're going to try to get the people to forget everything that I brought to the table. Reintroduce them to Spider-Man, the Spider-Man that you want, the fucking singing, dancing, fucking hanging out in high school, trying to fuck Gwen Stacy, and have a love triangle between Gwen Stacy and Mary Jane. That's what you want. Okay. Well, you know what? Fuck you. I'm done.
Well, that's what he was saying. They were trying to bring in this bad romantic angle to it, and
I believe it. Yeah.
There was a lot of bad things going on with that. I think with part 4, and Sam Raimi said, "Hey, you know what? I'm gone."
Yeah.
And now, that said, you and I were talking on the phone, and you were like, "Man, these fucking kids out here talking about how glad they are that they're going to reboot the series, and idiots." And so just so we don't get into it, I gotta let you know, I'm partial. To them, to those kids that are saying
what?
Yes,
you son of a bitch.
Yes, I'm the one that was excited.
Dirty backstabber.
I was excited.
Sam gives you entertainment. You stab him in the back.
You dirty rat.
Have some cheese, rat.
You fuck your motherfucking nickel.
Oh my god. Yeah.
I tell you, man. No, I was excited about the aspect of not the aspect, but the prospect of a reboot.
Hey, I was. That's fine, yeah.
And I understand kind of both sides. And let me give you my reasons why. I made a list here.
Oh, you made a list?
I made a list of why.
You're tilting that computer away from me so I don't see your list.
No, I got so I can see my list.
So I don't fucking throw my beer right at that fucking window, that monitor.
I'm trying to protect my head because I can see you.
Son of a bitch!
Your green eyes are turning red right now.
They're lighting up. I'm ready to attack. I'm ready to attack Black.
I got to attack Black.
You made me do it. I got to attack Black. No, go ahead. Entertain me.
Here's my list of why I could see a reboot being a good thing.
Right.
Now, this is coming from me because let me just say this. I like Spider-Man. I thought like, wow, they did a really good job with this.
Right.
Is it perfect? No. I had some major problems with the movie.
The first Spider-Man.
The first Spider-Man.
I agree.
When it came out, I said, you know, this movie has a lot of good things, but it's not. A lot of people love Spider-Man so much that they're willing to look past the problems with the film.
Tell me your problems, because I probably agree with the first. The first film was not perfect.
Okay, let me go ahead and give you what I think they did wrong that they could correct with the reboot. Number one,
in the hands of Aviera.
And well, hopefully they'll back off and let some other guy do what he needs to do. I hope. Now
I heard rumors that they're going to get the director of Incredible Hulk and also the director of Ghost Rider too.
Both those guys together.
Yeah.
A joint venture.
It's Aviera we're talking about. Who else is he going to get?
Aviera is going to take over himself.
Yeah, he's going to direct.
Sam, move. I'm going to get behind the camera.
I'll do it my way.
Action.
I'm the same motherfucker who signed off for that Spider-Man musical. What am I fucking up? Nothing. I'm making money.
Yeah. Can't you see him like behind the camera just sitting there? Action. Avi, we ain't got no actors yet. What are you talking about?
I don't get it, man.
No. Hey, you. Can you go down to the costume shop, get a Spider-Man outfit.
I got the perfect Spider-Man. Somebody who we should have went with for the third movie. Taylor Lautner, the guy from Twilight, that werewolf motherfucker. He is the new Spider-Man. Yes. Yes. It's either him or McFly.
You see Abby Arad talking to the giant. They're like, "What size hat you wear?" Like, go down to the costume shop and get him a mask.
I said McFly. I meant McLovin.
Who
is already. I was like, my buddy was telling me, there are jokes on the internet about McLovin being the new Spider-Man, and I was like, McLovin is a superhero. And then I saw the Kick-Ass trailer, and I was like, oh, he's in Kick-Ass. He's already a superhero. No shit.
Even though I wouldn't sneeze at that.
No, don't tell you. What? Are you kidding me? McLovin as Peter Parker?
Yeah. He's
Are you drunk right now?
Peter Parker.
Please be drunk.
Now, Peter Parker, when he's Peter Parker before he gets bit by the spider, he's the biggest nerd, man. I mean, yeah, and
but McLovin is the biggest nerd times 10. And it's that type of nerd that, is usually sitting alone in the lunchroom.
That's why I would love to see, like, what they could do with an actor like that. Like, they say, okay, you know what? We'll give it to you, but let's see what happens if we bulk you up. You know what I mean? Like, we actually, people buy, like, that would be incredible. People buy this guy as a nerd, and you really believe it, and then all of a sudden, he's like a superhero, and he's actually got a physique on himself. You're like,
Corey,
wow.
All that shit's going to be CG. It's going to be CG. He's going to have a CG chest.
No. If you remember,
abs.
They had that. Oh, hey, even better. We got some CG talk later to talk about, too, where they could probably even do that now. But, okay, here's my. Okay, let me get into this list here of why I think a reboot would be good and where they messed up in the first Spider-Man.
This whole thing, let's listen.
Okay. Yeah. Number one, when Peter Parker is Spider-Man, he's fighting villains, he has no smart-ass comments. I mean, that's what the villains hate about Spider-Man is that he just doesn't shut up when he's fighting them. He's out there just, he has constantly smart-ass comments.
Okay.
And they never did that in the first Spider-Man.
In the first Spider-Man.
And they didn't really do it in the second one. They only did like maybe once, and they never did it. I mean, that's Spider-Man. He just cracks jokes all the time. That's why the villains get pissed off, because they're like, shut the fuck up.
All right.
Okay, number two. I hated the Green Goblin outfit.
I agree. Yeah, I agree.
I don't mind if they want to make it mechanical or modernize it and make it more believable. I'm fine with that. But that outfit they had in the last one he looked like a grasshopper. It was terrible.
Yeah.
All right. Number three, some really bad product placement by Sony in Spider-Man number one.
Really?
What I mean by product placement, they just stopped the movie to promote one of their biggest artists at the time, Macy Gray. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome recording artist Macy Gray. And I was like,
you didn't find that funny?
No, I didn't
Macy
find
Gray?
that funny. No, okay. I found that annoying.
I think she's hilarious. I thought that was like the comedy bit.
That was a man they brought out. Anyway, okay. Number four.
Number four.
There was that really awkward scene of Peter Parker just walking in after he got bit by the spider.
Mm-hmm.
He was sick, and and people saw him sick. He didn't say a word to anybody.
Yeah.
His Aunt May, who is the most loving, motherly, grandmotherly type woman in the world, never goes up to see how he is. He just falls asleep on the floor, and the next day he wakes up and he's like, "Oh, I got muscles," and I'm like,
"I'm buff.
Yeah, I'm buff. Oh, look at this
Beefcake."
It's like he never went in and said, I'm sick. I need a doctor or anything. I'm like, that was a really terrible scene to me.
He was
really
sick. He didn't have
if
you
walked in sweating all cold and you're like, I'm
ready to die.
You would have been like, somebody get me to the hospital or something.
Not me.
Okay.
I'm going to tough it out. I'm a man.
Okay.
I'm a robot.
You go right ahead and overlook that. But I thought that was a terrible scene. All right. Number 5. No, I'm not complaining about this. I'm mostly speaking for the whole series.
Okay.
I was kind of getting tired of the Bruce Campbell cameos.
How fucking dare you?
Sorry.
Are you kidding me?
I know people love Bruce Campbell because he's Ash and everything. And then, look, I thought it was really
the first
funny.
2 movies,
I
thought he was great.
Yeah.
You know, and even the third one I didn't mind. I thought he was actually funny in the third one.
I thought they were trying to, like, actually, it was going on too much, especially because he was playing different roles, and it started to take me out the movie.
I prefer him more than I do seeing Stan Lee just pop up for no reason.
Stan Lee is another one, but Stan Lee's in every
goddamn Marvel movie.
So I just gave up. I'm like, Stan Lee's going to be there. I give up. Bruce Campbell.
At least he's doing something. Yeah.
But I just said, and now they're talking about, they were like, oh, there's rumors of him being Kraven the Hunter now.
Which would be fucking great.
No,
he looks like fucking Kraven.
He does.
He looks like it, and I think he can do it. If he had to act, yeah. Maybe
but I just got tired of, like,
it would be odd. No, it would be odd to see him.
I just like, just really stop it with the cameos because it's becoming like comical now.
Which all his cameos were supposed to be comical.
I know, but I was like getting tired of it. I was like, man, it's to a point now. It's becoming very obvious.
Yeah.
It's taking me out the movie when I see him now, and I'm not enjoying this anymore. It's like I did in the first one. First time Bruce Campbell came on the screen, I was like, hey, that's great.
Right.
Second time I was like, oh, it's Bruce Campbell again. That's funny. And, third time I was like, all right.
And I don't blame you for that third time. That movie was all shit, and honestly, I thought he was the best part of it.
All right, number 6.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody in Spider-Man 2, there was a train full of people who saw Peter Parker, and that kind of annoyed me. And I was like, nobody should ever see what Peter Parker looks like, at least not the common people of New York, or any kind of common person. Mm-hmm. Maybe some of the supervillains that he fights, and then he has to like work his way out of it. But a train full of people sees Peter Parker. I was like, nah.
That was a train full of good souls.
Please.
He saved their lives.
Train full of people
all of them.
York.
They owed him. They knew they owed him. Without this guy, we'd be all fucking burnt, fucking just burnt toast. Fucking
I thought you said burnt turds.
I was about to say burnt turds, but that just sounds silly. Burnt toast, fucking all just misshapen and a big fiery train wreck, just nasty.
You go ahead and buy that. I'm buying like
he saved their fucking lives.
Realistically, one person would have been like, I'm calling National Enquirer. I'm about to get paid. Yeah, maybe I'll be the one.
Yeah,
you saw me on the train.
He saved your life, sir. No, fuck him. I'm about getting paid.
Yeah, me and Billy. Shit, I'm going to call Enquirer on this motherfucker.
No, I don't give a fuck about that call. I'm looking for the white women.
Yeah,
where the white women?
Hey man, look at Spider-Man. Huh? You say something?
Just save your life.
I was looking at this fine white bitch over here.
Whoa, our lives were in danger. I was looking at white women.
Yeah, sorry. Spider-Man, what was it?
Spider who?
Or was the train in danger?
Tobey Maguire.
I'm sorry.
He saved our lives.
I'm looking at this white girl's legs right here. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I know. Are we saved? Oh, good. Because I want to get this girl's number over here.
I'm just squirrel trying to bust a nut.
And number 7,
woo,
probably the biggest thing.
All right, go for it.
This might actually
the biggest thing.
The biggest thing. This might actually give them an opportunity. If they want to put if they want to put this character in, they can get it right, and that is Venom. We can forget that whole thing that happened before, and it's like, all right, reboot. We can start over.
Yeah, I
look, and there's so many different reasons. I'm interested to see what a different take on it would be.
But a majority of your reasons are based from the first film, which I'm shocked that a lot of it didn't come from the third movie. But I mean. But I understand.
You know what? No, because it doesn't need to be. I mean, what can we say about that third movie that hasn't been said already? I'm the one that said the third one pretty much killed this whole franchise.
But really, those things, it feels like nitpicking to me, as opposed to seeing the committee made film of the third film, where you're like, wow, the third film was everything that could possibly go wrong, that didn't have anything to do with his origin, or I mean, all that movie was flawed because the characters, and it just seemed like a big jumbled mess.
Well,
there was no real story. I
understand where I'm coming from.
No, I understand.
These things, I never went around complaining about Spider-Man.
No, I know.
People asked me that said, hey, no, I like the movie. And if somebody pressed me more and like, how come you didn't think it was perfect? I'd be like, well, because of these things. But I still think it's a great movie. I have fun.
Yeah.
Now, I'm just saying, if I could see a reboot, these are the things that I would see get done right. That's all.
I don't blame you. No,
I'm not complaining about the first movie.
No, those are good points.
Third movie, what? Look, second movie, I hardly have anything to complain about it because I really like that movie. Third one, don't need to say shit about that.
Yeah,
that movie speaks for itself.
It is awful. Yeah.
I mean, we've said so many things about that.
No, we have. We've had almost a whole show. Yeah, we have
beat a dead Spider-Man into the ground.
But I'm telling you though, that first movie though, the origin, the origin of Spider-Man, it was just masterfully done. Even I didn't even bother him getting sick because I don't want to spend a whole movie focused on, okay, let's say if he was sick, he goes to the hospital. All of a sudden we're not in a Spider-Man movie anymore. We're worried about this kid like trying to, what's wrong with him. He's in the hospital. He's, we're going to have a whole shot of him.
Keep in mind, I did not say he has to go to the hospital. I probably would have done it differently to where he just comes in. Well, he comes in, he's like, you know what? No, he just comes in, he just walks in real awkward. He's like sweating. I mean, he's on his deathbed. Right. If he had just said, Aunt May, and maybe in the middle of dinner, like, Aunt May, I'm feeling really bad. I'm going to go up and go to bed. I'm really tired right now.
Aunt May would have said, no, fuck that. We're getting your ass in the fucking car. We're going to the hospital right now.
She wouldn't.
No, you can't do that because
see, now you changing my words. But no, she's like, oh, Peter, dear, here's some soup. You go up to bed. I'll take care of you in the morning. And then she goes up to see if he's wants to stay home from school. And he's in bed and she's like, are you still sick? Oh, and he's like, nah, man, I haven't felt better in my life. I don't know what happened. I'm feeling really great. And he looks in the mirror and when she's out the room, he's like, fuck, what's happened?
Peter, are you on X? Is that what you
But you see what I'm saying? There's just so many simple ways of handling a scene like that add not only to make this, to correct that scene, but to just make it, to the drama, make the drama of it better.
Well, the thing is, I thought it just got to the point. I mean, it's like, I didn't really, I'm like, okay, he's sick. Something's happening to him. He's mutating. He's changing. And that's all I needed to know. It showed that, it got that scene done real quick, and to where where I'm like, okay,
and to me that's
Spider-Man
bad storytelling. That's like saying we got this really bad part right.
Well, you saw the scene where he went through the CG, like the CG atoms in his body, or like
doing the opening credits.
His DNA was splitting. You saw that already. Come on,
with cameo by Stan Lee.
How many times do they need to show me that?
No.
I get it.
To me, it's
he's
bad.
Turning into a Spider-Man.
It's bad storytelling when you just have to come in. Oh well, this is awkward right here, but we just got to get to the point. And it's like
sick.
Yeah,
and
I don't
need that. And the thing is, I thought they did a good job with that scene. It didn't seem rushed because if it felt rushed to me, I would be complaining about. I was like,
and you and I see something different.
We do.
I really hate that scene. I hate that scene to death. But
you hate it to death? Out of all the scenes in that movie,
there were so many good things in that movie that scene right there was like, wow. You know what? I just.
You
think
just
they could have done this differently.
Okay.
No, it just stuck out to me.
I'll give you that.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not complaining. If they're going to do a reboot, I'm excited to see what they do. Now, if it comes out as bullshit, I'd be like, well, okay, let me get into this other thing.
Go for it.
I don't have a list. I just have one reason why I would say no to a reboot. And I would say because Sam Raimi left for a reason, because he knew that they were about to fuck this up.
Exactly.
And that's
the thing. You know what? If it were anybody else, if this project, and that's the thing, like, yeah, Sam Raimi, the first movie had his problems, but the thing is, I thought he did a great job telling the origin of Spider-Man to where I bought it. I'm not one of these guys. I know Fungus Monkey. I was reading one of his comments that got me pissed, where he was like, if they do a reboot, they better have the web shooters. And I'm like, because I just don't understand how it's biological. I don't get that. You don't get how Spider-Man can just have web shooters coming out of his wrist, but you do understand that the motherfucker can crawl on walls, fucking just, leap over buildings, let's just go crazy. Spider sense?
I thought that was...
Spider sense, for crying out loud?
Yeah.
That makes sense to you?
I thought that was a great thing they did by getting rid of the web shooters.
Because you know what? I'll tell you what, I'm not the biggest... I enjoy Spider-Man. He's not my biggest favorite hero of all time. But the thing that always annoyed me were those fucking web shooters. Where it was like some chemical he just fucking made, and I'm like, this guy's like a great fucking scientist, and he can't. I mean, it made no sense.
And that's the thing. Okay, I'm glad they got rid of those web shooters, and that's the smartest thing they could have done in that movie.
Yes, it is.
Because in the origin of the real Spider-Man, it's like, oh, it's a kid who happens to be a genius scientist who just happens to coincidentally be working on a
web shooter.
A material that shoots out like a web.
Yeah.
Oh, but then he coincidentally gets bitten by a spider, a radioactive spider that changes him into a spider guy. Mm-hmm. What a coincidence. It's a good thing he was working on those web shooters because it fits right in with who he is now. How perfect.
It's like you were saying, well,
what a coinkydink.
Your description of that scene is how it would have played out if they used those web shooters.
No, it would have.
Like,
and that would have been another scene I was complaining about.
Here it is. Here are the web shooters, the magical web shooters. I'm like, no, that motherfucker would be selling that shit on infomercials. I don't know what you'd use that shit
Peter
for.
Parker. Yeah. Did you ever want to be a spider? Now you can.
You got a problem with police cars almost crashing into you?
With Peter Parker's wacky web shooters.
Exactly.
And if you order now, I'll throw in an extra web fluid.
Have you ever tried to use one of those fucking web shooters, the ones you can buy at the store?
At the store?
Those motherfuckers don't work. I'm like, you're trying to convince me that this fucking teenager can create these goddamn web shooters for crying out loud.
I like the way you said they don't work. Like you tried to use this for real. Like it fell off of a building.
I did.
It doesn't work.
I fell on my fucking robot face, on my robot ass. I'm like, whoa, this shit doesn't happen in the comic books. This is lies. All fucking lies. I'm like, this kid is a fucking genius.
I want my money back.
Yeah. And he's a kid genius, and he can barely fucking pay the rent because nobody wants to buy these great ideas from him.
And it happens that his father was working on that formula before, so he picked it up later. It's like, no, man, that's bullshit.
It is bullshit.
In the comics, it's a stretch itself, but you buy it. I mean, it was made back like in the fucking 60s,
It's back when they thought like all their readers were like 5 years old.
Well, they weren't serious.
Yeah.
They were just, they were fantasies, and everybody
could buy pretty pictures for dumb kids. Yeah, to just, you read that shit chewing your bubble gum, and that's it. Yeah, your Bazooka Joes.
Yeah, no, it was all right. Yeah, it was okay.
But with people complaining about web shooters, I'm like, really? We still talking about that? That idea was just stupid. It was used as a plot device. So whenever Spider-Man's fighting a villain, like, oh shit, I'm out of web shooters. Now what do I do?
Yeah.
Do I really need to see that in a goddamn movie? And you know what? They even focused on that in part 2, which made more sense. It's like his web shooters didn't work because his lack of confidence being Spider-Man, or I can't remember what was going on, but yeah. Yeah.
He didn't fill up before he went out. He didn't drink his milk.
Yeah.
No, let me just say I have no problem with the first Spider-Man. I really like the second one. I think they made a vast improvement.
Oh, yeah.
Took a nosedive with the third. Right. As much as I understand Sam Raimi walking away because they're about to mess it up, I hope it's an eye-opener, and I look forward to seeing what a reboot will do. I only look forward to seeing what it will do because it's a fresh start. Like I said, it can mess up. Now, am I hyped up and excited about it? Not really. I'm prepared to be disappointed, but I am curious and I would like to see it. And I hope, and I'm hopeful.
Yeah, I mean, as far as I would be hopeful if it were in another studio's hands along with another producer's hands, only because they with this reboot, I read that they're going to keep the same scriptwriter who Sam Raimi had a problem with. And I can only imagine what his script was. They're going to keep that guy because the studio hired him. And I know it's going to get put together by
the Vanderbilt guy.
I can't remember his name right now.
Because they already had a script for the first one by this guy. And they said, and it sounds like they're trying to be a little more serious with it than they were with Sam Raimi's. Yeah. And I'm excited to see what that's going to be like. Because look. This series was taking the turn that the original Batman series was taking. The original Batman series starting with 1989 started out with a pretty decent movie, and then it just went downhill. I mean, and so with this, I'm hoping that they understand how they have the opportunity to turn this into something great and pull a Batman with it. And give us an even better version of it.
That would be, but guess what? They did the same thing with the Incredible Hulk, and that just came out mediocre. I mean,
the second Hulk? The one that
they rebooted it.
I thought, I thought it was good. I thought it was actually a good movie.
I thought it was good, but you know what? You don't hear anybody talking about it. Nobody gives a shit about a sequel. I'm not talking about it. I don't care.
You know what happened with the Hulk? Now, I didn't think the movie was great. But I thought it was really good. And I thought they did a kick-ass job with the Hulk. I thought that was the best Hulk we've ever seen. And it was just coming off after Ang Lee's Hulk. And they made a mistake by letting that movie exist. Letting that movie be there. A movie that was hanging heavy over everybody's heads when this movie came up. I think they tried too hard to... It was a little
to stay true to stay true to the comic.
No, it was a little too soon, and they just didn't have the luxury of time.
Yeah.
And I don't think that they should have done this thing where they tried to actually like, okay, well, it's kind of they should have just said, look, that first movie it's not what we wanted to do. It was a bad movie. Okay, it's a bad Hulk film. We're starting over with this. That's what they should have said that.
Yeah.
Instead, they tried to be all cautious and like, it's kind of a sequel, but not. You can take it as a movie on its own, but it's kind of a sequel. It's like, quit fucking waffling, all right?
But you know what? My problem with that is that it's being done by the same people who decided to make the first Hulk film. The same producers who decided to make the first Hulk film, they're responsible for all those mistakes that Hulk film it made. And it's these same people who, as soon as that movie comes out, they hear all the backlash. Then they're like, "Oh shit, we fucked up." But you know what? We'll sweep this under the rug and we'll do it. We'll try it again. We don't have the best ingredients right now, but we're gonna do our best to make it again. And of course, when they make it again, it just becomes so. And, but the first thing is like, no, we're going to give the fans what they want. We're going to give them a villain that they're familiar with. We're going to give them we're going to give them the Hulk they want. Not this Hulk that, not this whole therapy session of a film. We're going to give them action. We're going to give them this. And then when you get the action, it's like shit you've already seen before. There's nothing new. They're not bringing anything new to the table. They're getting some director who just is used to making an action film go, okay, here's our story. Here it is. Just make this
really?
film.
You think that? Because I thought the action in the second film was great. I'm like, hey, better for you to try to come out and correct it.
I thought it was, when I saw it, I thought it was fun to watch, but I never bought the film. I never bought it on DVD. I mean, it's not like The Dark Knight where I feel a need to rewatch it.
But what is The Dark Knight?
Because I was in love.
Come on.
Well, I mean, just any movie I'm in love with. I mean, there's movies I have that aren't The Dark Knight where just Blade. I mean, Blade, for crying out loud. I'm not going to sit here and tell you Blade is like a tour de force, a cinema tour de force, but there are action sequences that I think were fucking masterfully done in that movie that I can easily go and watch over and over again. I can't do that with the Hulk. I mean, when I see the Hulk, I'm like, yeah, that's cool. They're doing some stuff that I've seen them do in the comic books, and it's cool and all, but it's not making me. There's nothing that exciting to where I feel like I need to own that movie.
Well,
I need to own the Hulk.
I mean, let's not compare the Hulk to the Dark Knight.
I'm trying to compare it to Blade. Blade, I had a reason to buy that movie because I love that story and I love the action scenes. With the Hulk, what I got was just a so-so action film where I was just like. Yeah, it was fun. It's fun to see in the theater, but I'm not in the theater anymore. I'm watching this, and it doesn't hold up watching it on TV.
I thought they had all the great elements of a good action film and a good Hulk movie. I thought the big misstep was trying to start it somewhere in the middle so that it wouldn't not confuse people because they want people to still think that it's maybe linked to the first one. I mean, if you're gonna reboot it, I don't care. Let's see the origin again. Yeah. I mean, give us a new fucking movie.
Yeah. I'm just scared that it's in the same hands who fucked up the third movie, who are I think they're solely responsible for that.
Spider-Man now.
Yeah, Spider-Man 3. Yeah, I'm talking about Spider-Man 3. It's in the hands of Avi Arad. He's still wanting to keep this screenwriter who Sam obviously had a problem with, and he's keeping this team. He's not letting it go. He's like, well, we're going to reboot. We're going to set this in high school. And all I'm thinking is the mindset of that guy right now and thinking, you know what? What's working in Hollywood right now? Twilight's working. Maybe we should bring some elements of Twilight into the series. I can see them just making all the wrong decisions, because they couldn't make the right ones for the third movie once it was in his hands, And it's public knowledge that he was responsible. He was bringing fucking. I don't want to beat this over the head, but yeah, he brought fucking emails with fans saying we want Venom, and I'm sure he's going to do the same thing with this. This is what the fans want. This is what they need. We need to give it to them, and you know what? We're going to cram it all into one fucking movie. And I'm like, okay, please. I'm really curious how they're going to get this whole Green Goblin character to work. I mean, how are they going to do that to where it's plausible that a guy can all of a sudden just mutate into this or wear a mask and have a mask work? I mean,
who knows, man? It's like, who knows? Maybe Sam Raimi was the one that suggested they do it. Who knows? Yeah. I mean, maybe he's like, look, this is going nowhere. I mean, I'm done with it. I want to go move on other things. You guys just
and I'm glad. I'm glad. He's like, look, I can't do this. I'm sorry. You got this time schedule that you want me to do, and I can't do it. And I'm not crazy about this idea, so. you know what, I'm willing to cut the cord here, and you know, you guys go ahead and make your film the way you want it, and good luck with it. And hey, that's cool.
I mean,
you know, they're gonna make it anyway.
Yeah, I mean, it could have been a mutual decision. Like, hey, you know what, this is going nowhere. Let's just. You know, it's the best thing to do right now is to just fucking start over.
Right.
And so yeah, I'm looking forward to it, but who knows? I see both sides of that situation. Yeah. But it's gonna be made.
Yeah, it is.
Do it.
Yeah.
You know, you might as well just say, you know what? We know what we messed up before. All right, let's do a better job. I hope that they're listening to that. I hope.
Who, Abby?
Yeah, I hope. Yeah.
all I hope is that they don't have a piss poor villain, because I tell you what. The villain in The Incredible Hulk and the villain in Iron Man, I mean, they're all interchangeable, I think. I don't think Marvel has a real villain in them, you know, as far as somebody that they can bring to the screen to make you really care. You
Magneto.
know, well, he worked so well in the third movie, yeah. But
in the first two movies, that was actually
the first two movies he was great, yeah. You know, but Magneto, but he was a real person. You know, he had a relationship with Xavier, which worked. But
you asked for a real villain.
But the thing
in a Marvel.
Well, you're not going to find him in a goddamn the next Spider-Man movie.
But you know what? No, you won't find him. But maybe you'll find a villain where they have a little more. He has a little more substance to him, a little more complicated
character. I can only hope.
I mean, you never know.
Because my biggest problem with Iron Man was the villain. That villain was like, okay, this is like a cookie cutter villain. This is a crazy version of Iron Man, and he's like the big monster. He's like the King Ghidorah, and he's not really. He's there to set up for a really cool effects, you know, finale fight, and that's about it.
Yeah.
Same thing with the Incredible Hulk. That character, that villain, all he was just a character for Godzilla to fight, for crying out loud, and there was no substance to him. You know?
You're right. You have all these villains which are just setups for
big action sequences
at the end, and that was a big flaw of Iron Man. As cool as that movie was,
I love that movie.
Yeah, I mean,
don't get me wrong, but yeah, that villain was terrible.
Yeah, what's his name? Who was playing the villain?
It's Now I'm blanking out.
I know.
Damn it! This happens, kids.
I know. People are screaming now.
Yeah, I know.
God damn it! It's him. Well, anyway, I like the actor who played him, and then the actor had so many great lines, and he did a great acting job. And at the end, he just dons a suit and just starts fighting. And loses all personality after that.
And you can almost say the same thing for William Dafoe, with the exception of when Willem Dafoe took off the mask in Spider-Man. I was like, I wish there was more scenes with Willem Dafoe not having the mask on, because he's great. I mean, I thought he was great as the Green Goblin when he wasn't wearing a mask. As Norm Osborn, I thought he was perfect.
Yeah. So, and James Vanderbilt is the guy that's going to be writing the next Spider-Man.
The Spider-Man reboot.
Yeah.
Twilight Spider-Man. Yeah. No, I'm kidding. No, I don't. I can only hope it won't go that way. No, I mean, like I said, dude. I mean, we'll wait and see. I mean, I'm talking shit right now, but only because I'm terrified that the people who are going to do the reboot are the people who are responsible for making Spider-Man 3 so bad.
So what's this thing that you heard about?
Oh, speaking of that, I read a story, and
I don't think and I don't think James Vanderbilt, the guy they're bringing on, I don't think he wrote any of the. I don't think he wrote 3. I don't think he was involved in any of the other Spider-Mans. No,
I'm not saying he wrote it. I'm just saying that obviously he wrote a script that Sam looked at and he was just like, I'm sorry, I'm not really meshing with the script.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, no, I'm not claiming that the new scriptwriter had anything to do. I'm saying the producers who are in charge right now, okay. Avi Arad and whoever else he's hanging out with.
They need to go fucking remake those Fantastic Four movies.
Which anyway. they're going to do that too. I mean, that was a big story not too long ago that they were going to do that. So and they're gonna pull the same shit with that director that they had who made 2 fucking Fantastic Four movies. They're gonna be kissing his ass, but we're gonna go in a whole new direction with a new director who's gonna bring the fans what they want.
Well, as long as they don't use that director again. Tim Story, he's directed some things.
Which they were kissing his ass in part 2. They were like, this guy is making a real Fantastic Four. It's gonna be better than the first one. it was almost like he realizes all the fuck ups he did with the first movie, and he's gonna fix all that. And guess what? We got Silver Surfer in here, and guess what? Galactus may be in the movie. And of course you've seen it. Yeah, it's a fucking cloud.
Right. So what's Space up with Tobey Maguire, man?
But Tobey Maguire. I read a story before this. It's funny because I read the story right before the big breaking news about Spider-Man that Tobey Maguire has one of the Spider-Man suits. He owns one of the Spider-Man suits, and he actually dresses up as Spider-Man, and he performs at kids' birthday parties.
No, okay, that is not true, man.
No, it is true. It is true. I can show you the art. You can just type it in, and he makes a comment.
I'm not buying this.
No, you have to buy it because it's true. I'm not lying. You just type that shit in.
Because I was about to joke and say that. And he performs at kids' parties?
He does.
And you said that, and I was like, wait a minute. And I thought,
he performs,
no, I'm kidding. But
he performs at kids' parties to stay in shape for Spider-Man, and he does this on his free time. I don't think he even asked for money, but he does this. He fucking performs.
No,
Spider-Man.
No,
yes,
man.
He does.
No, he's not.
He does. But you know what? At least he'll still have his Spider-Man gig. Except you ain't gonna be able to see him in a movie theater. You just run around New York, see if any kid is having a birthday party. You just may see
we could get him
your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man entertaining the kids. That motherfucker's gonna be making Green Goblin balloons.
Here you go.
Here you go.
True believer. Yeah. Excelsior.
Yeah.
Stanley's like, that's my line. Man, you think we can get to the next Spill party then?
My babe.
We'll film Spider-Man 4. We'll get that motherfucker drunk.
I would kill to have Tobey Maguire hanging out and dressed as Spider-Man.
I would pull some foul shit if he does that. What I would do is I would get him to come to the Spill party.
Yeah.
I would put something in his drink, get him fucked up like in The Hangover. I would put roofies in his drink, and I would get a camera and film him running around Austin. And I'll call it Spider-Man 4.
And let's make sure to take off the bottom part of his tights so he just doesn't know where they are, and he's just running around and film that shit.
You know what? We cut holes in the ass. So he's running around and Spider-Man assless chaps or costume, whatever.
No shit.
That motherfucker, it'd be like The Hangover. He wakes up the next day next to a tiger and a Spider-Man outfit. The fuck did I do last night?
You know what we need to do? We need to tie up Leon and Cyrus in chairs, like right next to each other. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell Tobey Maguire, hey, well, this is some funny shit. Watch this. I'm going to hire a male stripper to come in, have Toby give the male stripper a suit. So while the guys are tied up, I'm going to say, hey guys, this is going to be really cool. We're going to have this big old scene where the Green Goblin's going to come in. He's like, he basically has kidnapped you guys, and Spider-Man's going to come in and swoop in and save you guys. He's going to untie you, and he's going to save the day. It's all for the kids to spill. And then I'm going to have this fucking stripper come in and just start doing this Spider-Man thing. And then all of a sudden I'm just going to kick in the fucking music. We're going to kick in some bad dance music, and then have the guy just start dancing around Cyrus and Leon. And then he's going to rip off his clothes. He's going to be some beefcake guy with a fucking bow tie. Just have them dance, fucking butt grind all over Leon and Cyrus.
I love that you have Batman dancing I'm sorry. I love you have Spider-Man dancing a bat dance.
Yeah.
Bat dance.
That's Leon's favorite song.
I keep trying to tell Leon how bad the soundtrack is to Batman.
The Prince soundtrack.
I keep telling that soundtrack is terrible, man.
No, he's still listening to what is it? 800 balloons.
Yeah.
What is it?
Leon runs around his house. You remember that video that Prince did for Bat Dance?
Oh yeah.
Bat Dance. He ran around that costume.
Funk. Yeah.
Get the funk out. Bat Dance.
Bat Dance.
Dance. You remember that? Vicky Bell.
Vicky Bell.
Vicky Bell. She's great in the outfit. Vicky Bell. Leon goes around his house on a bat suit doing that.
No,
Get the fuck out!
You should find that song right now. I guarantee you there's some kids out there who don't know what the fuck we're talking about.
No, they don't know what this is. They don't know what bat dance is, but I'm going to find that shit.
Bat dance.
I used to hate that song. Get the Prince running around. He ran around in a half Batman, half Joker outfit.
Right.
Get the fuck out!
But I tell you what, though, man, I swear to God, my hard drive got so hard whenever those girls came out dressed up as Batman, because they were like wearing these form-fitting, like just leotards, but with capes. But these girls had the biggest tits on them, and they were like, they had the Batman mask. Oh fuck! Every time I saw that, I was like, holy shit!
Wait, hold on. I don't know why I'm laughing. I pull up the video. I'm already laughing at this shit.
You know,
this
my
shit
favorite
was
part?
ridiculous video, man.
My favorite part of that song is when you hear the Joker go, "Stop the press." Who is that? Vicky Vale.
Vicky Vale.
That's what led into the Vicky Vale part.
That is what it led into.
Yeah,
it.
it's like, "Stop the presses." Who is that?
Or the end of the video, we're like,
Oh,
and Prince was like, stop. You remember that?
Yeah.
Let's see. Hold on. I got the video right here.
There you go.
It's all purple and shit because Prince likes purple.
Boy.
That's when Prince had a perm, like a lion's perm. He had like a lion's mane.
I remember when Leon got the bat signal cut into his afro.
Yeah. Prince is like, it's me, it's the Joker. To the Batmobile.
Oh, I got a live one here.
Oh yeah, that crazy ass beginning. Here we go. It's like the Joker's fucking craziness.
They got people dressed up like the Joker line dance.
It's like the Joker Club.
These people got paid to do this shit.
Leon, where is this club at?
And Prince. Look.
Now, do you know what the fuck you saying during that?
Get the funk up.
Is that what he's saying?
That's what he's saying.
Okay. I thought he was saying cowabunga when I was...
No. Cowabunga!
Yeah.
He's dressed like Bart Simpson.
Yeah.
I remember this part. Wait a minute. I got to rewind. You remember that? Go with the smile.
Yeah. Here you go.
Go with a smile.
Oh, shit.
Prince is out there dancing at this shit too, dressed up like Batman and the Joker. Keep busting. All right,
this is crazy.
You forget how crazy this fucking video is.
I know,
kids. This was the video to the Michael Keaton Batman when it came out.
Right.
For some reason, Tim Burton got Prince to do the soundtrack. Mm-hmm. And look, I ain't gonna even front. Mm-hmm. I'm talking about this shit and I'm laughing at it, but back then I used to love this video. I was like, Bat Dance is on.
They played this shit like every 10 minutes on MTV, and yeah, it was the fucking video to watch. I mean, I was watching going, man, this is fucking badass. Especially when you heard the guitars coming, like, I was like, fuck yeah, I was headbanging to this shit.
And I just love how Prince, I think Prince wanted to be the Joker in the movie.
For the longest time.
Oh, listen to this. Oh. I've seen the future, baby, what will be. I think Prince really did want to be the Joker in the movie.
Well, the thing is, he was known as the Purple Prince for a while because all his outfits...
his purple badness.
Yeah, he was just wearing purple all the time, so he found somebody to relate to, I guess. And on top of that, when this came out, he was even dating Vicky Vale.
That's right. He was going out with Kim Basinger.
Yeah.
God damn, that's right.
Yeah, he was dating her for
Prince
a while.
Prince fucked everybody. I think Prince fucked my mother. I think he did. Yeah.
Well, you better look for some checks.
Yeah, I know. Prince is my daddy. You know, I need to get my money from him. Where's my check, bitch? No, Prince is like, shit. Yeah, I can play. I got the outfits already in my closet. Shit.
I got my purple guitar.
Just give me some white makeup, some green dot for my hair. I got
my own bat cave here.
Yeah, I got my own purple bat cave.
Oh shit.
I'll see the future, baby. What will be?
Oh my god. I always try to figure out what the hell is going on with that lyric.
And where?
The Batman. Prince is acting his ass off in this video. Now, Prince came out like after a few years after Purple Rain. Mm-hmm. He came out with a movie called Graffiti Bridge.
That's right. I never seen that film.
He was the worst actor in that movie, but he could act his ass off in this fucking Batman video. I mean, he is dancing.
He was dedicated to this.
I mean, he put drama into it. He's looking at the camera like, oh, the Batman.
That's right. He was living this shit.
I am the Joker.
Oh, this guitar part is actually badass. I love it.
It is. I mean, say what you will. He's a badass guitarist, man.
I wish he'd do more of this.
Yeah.
Feel it in my groin. My nuts and bolts. Ooh. This is my favorite guitar part coming right here. Yeah. I'll tell you right when it comes. Oh, here we go. Right there.
Oh, here it is.
Yeah,
there it
there
is.
you go.
Vicky Vale.
I like
Funny, you know, half these girls are like fat now.
I know.
Cause they got these girls coming
I
in
know.
dressed like Kim Basinger in these sneaky outfits. You know,
Yeah.
half these girls are unemployed now.
Exactly.
Some have kids and
Like
big hips.
5 kids renting videos from the library.
Yeah, because this was made like what? Like this video was like almost 20 years ago, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
It's like
1989, man.
89. No shit.
This video's older
I know.
than shit.
Not as old as Leon, but no.
I think Leon's in this video.
Yeah.
Leon coming out in the dress. Vicky Vale.
I think Leon's like 50 years old in this video.
Vicky Vale. Get that black man off the set with that dress on. That 100-year-old black man off the set. Vicky Vale.
Those Vicky Vales are fucking hot, too.
Oh, they are, man.
I tried to avoid all this, but I can't.
I like the way they take music. I mean,
Michael
sound
Keaton.
bites from the from the movie. That's Michael Keaton being all serious. I tried to avoid
I
all
know.
this, but I
Can you
can't.
ever imagine Michael Keaton being used in a fucking dance video?
Yeah. Here it is, right here.
Yeah.
They should have Michael Keaton come out,
No shit.
dancing and shit today. I tried to avoid all this, but I can't. The funkness.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't help it, but I can't help but dance. Vicky Vale.
I just gotta know. We're gonna try to love each other. Stop the press. Who is that?
Man, they got a part in this video where Prince is going up snipping girls' vaginas. You see that? He's going between like all these girls' legs, dressed up like the Joker and Batman, snipping girls' vaginas.
I know. You almost want to. Oh, you want him to turn into a bat and like go up one of the
Go up
skirts.
one of those-
Yeah, and just disappear. And have the girl just have an
A
orgasm.
purple bat.
Yeah. A velvet purple bat.
A velvet bat. Yeah, velvet bat.
She's great, isn't she?
Ooh, yeah.
Go ahead. I want to rock that body.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I want to rock that body right.
Oh, shit.
You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight?
Did the bat chicks come out?
Yeah.
Oh,
they were in the
okay.
beginning of the video. I gotta go to work. Yeah, I gotta go to work. Batman. That was Christian Bale.
I wish.
I gotta go to work.
Well, they already have a Christian Bale Batman fucking song out there.
Oh.
You know what I'm talking about. We should play that next.
Oh, we should play that next.
Yeah.
But no, man, this is like a big concept piece for Prince. I mean,
yeah.
it's like a big performance art piece.
This is when they really tried to make music videos like films almost.
Oh yeah,
They
I
put
think this
some
killed this
thought and
this
story. Yeah,
I think this
it
killed that concept
did.
right
It
there.
did.
Man, this
Michael
video going
Jackson created it and Prince killed it.
Yeah. Electric chair.
No, it's like, what was the significance of the electric chair? It's like you never saw it in the film.
7-inch in the computer.
Yeah. But now, what did this have to do with it?
Yeah.
Listen to this part.
Hey, Jackie, let me stick the 7-inch in the computer.
The fuck is he talking about? Hey, Jackie, this is the sun mask to the computer.
Talking about the 60s Batman TV show.
Oh, when I say people with too much money, man.
No shit. Damn. It's one of the bat chicks just exposed her breast.
Oh, now here's where it gets funky right here.
Yeah.
Bad dance.
Oh.
Get away.
I missed that.
Prince is surrounded by like 50 keyboards.
Yeah. He's surrounded by 50 keyboards, and he still can't manage to make this song that good.
Isn't that Pee Wee Herman? Don't stop dancing!
Might as well. I wish, dude. I would kill for Pee Wee Herman to come start doing his Pee Wee Herman dance.
And the secret word is dance!
Tequila.
Stop dancing!
The tequila dance with his big shoes.
Listen. Don't stop dancing!
This one and just got crazy where Prince all of a sudden just pulls out a shotgun.
Yeah, Prince
and blows away,
his fucking mind,
blows away all the keyboards.
That's all right. He got 20 more.
Yeah.
See, that's what happens when you give somebody too much money to make a fucking video.
If only he said stop like after the first 5 minutes.
After the first 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Stop. That's us saying that stop. You know, they just said, hey, we want you to do a Batman video. We don't care what you do.
Right.
Just go out and do it. I'm going to dress up like Batman and the Joker.
Oh, my God.
Run around talking about, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, shut the funk up.
Get the fuck up.
That's the other thing I always thought he said, shut the funk up.
We went on, we went to Comic-Con with Leon and Cyrus. That's how Leon woke us up in the morning at a hotel, standing over dressed like Batman. Get the fuck up!
Was he dressed up half Batman, half Joker? I'm like, come
he's
on.
half Batman, half Leon.
Oh.
Get the fuck up! God damn it! Get away from me!
No shit. Anybody know who I am? I'm Prince from that Prince video. Oh, really? You got to bring that back? Come on, dude. Shit's like 20 years old.
I forgot about that. How bad that fucking video is.
I
man.
know that's a crazy fucking video, and yeah, they're not making videos like that no more.
Good.
Thank God. Wow.
Some things are best left alone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, do you remember the other song that was like playing during the credits? Scandalous.
Oh yes.
Talking about you and me.
Yeah.
Marvelous.
That's right.
Baby, can't you see?
Yeah. It had that.
Oh yeah, it came in.
Yeah.
What the fuck does this song have to do with Batman?
Nothing. What was the other song? Like 800 balloons
or something?
Yeah.
It's like. And I forget, man, it was just, that was a bad choice. I'm sorry.
It was
Prince
crazy,
for Batman was a bad choice.
Yeah. But they sold the fuck out of those albums though. I remember going to the record store and just seeing like those tapes just all over the fucking place with the bat emblem.
The bat symbol?
Yeah, all it was was just the bat emblem. And
didn't they have two? They had the score,
which
is
what I own.
soundtrack.
It's the only Batman. Yeah, it's that was the first score I think I ever purchased where I had money and I bought it. I always had like the Star Wars, the John Williams score, and all that. But yeah, that was.
Did you have Wrath the Khan?
No, I didn't. But you know what? I didn't have to because my buddy fucking had the Wrath of Khan, and he's still playing that fucking thing to this day. I'm like, dude, this is like a party. He's like, no, man, but this is awesome. I'm like, no, there's chicks walking around here, and you're playing the goddamn Wrath of Khan score for crying out loud. What's wrong with you?
Cut that shit off.
Yeah, stop it.
Put on Motley Crue.
You're having a nightmare right now. Stop it.
Girls. Man, I wanted to bring up something for you real quick. A little story here. All right, it's a little gossipy, but I'm not gonna name any names. I just thought it was funny.
Okay.
There's a friend of mine that I hang out with. Her boyfriend happens to be a guy who works on sets. I forgot what he does, think he's like art
grip.
director. No, he actually he's got some kind of cool position there.
Really?
Yeah, he's like a second AD or some shit. Serious.
Second AD?
Yeah, because I was making fun of him doing the same thing. What is he doing? He works at craft services.
Is he a buffer?
He serves sandwiches. Yeah. Well, no, is he a fluffer? Keeps the director hard.
There you go. Fluffer.
But I made fun of him, and she's like, no, asshole. My boyfriend is actually second AD. So when he's out of town, she'll call up and say, hey, have sex with me. No, she'll call up and she'll say, hey, let's go eat, let's hang out and stuff.
Yeah.
And she just can't wait to like tell me all this gossip that she hears.
Of course.
Yeah, of course. All this shit.
There's always somebody I mean, I remember working on the Planet Terror set, and there's a girl that we knew who is kind of like when Robert Rodriguez was going through his marriage shit, his divorce. Yeah. I didn't
even know it was a divorce. He just got caught fucking around. Something like that. Yeah.
But it was a big deal, and I was getting phone calls like, oh, so what are you hearing on the set? And I'm like, I'm not hearing shit. I'm not trying to hear shit. I don't even know what's going on.
Yeah.
I'm here to do a job, and that's it. I'm not here to be in the Inquirer.
Yeah, no. Well, you know what? I'm like that too, because I'm just like, yeah.
I'm just happy to be working.
Yeah. I'm happy to get craft services.
Exactly.
Food. I'm not even here to get money. I'm
eating for free. I'm drinking for free. I'm not here to look for trouble.
But usually she tells me stuff, and it's interesting, but I'm just kind of like whatever. I don't care about celebrity gossip or who you know and shit. But when she tells me something funny, I'm just like, okay, let's hear more. Let's hear more that kind of shit.
Right.
And what she told me was, again, I'm not gonna name the movie, and I'm not gonna name the actor. I'll tell you when we're done.
Okay.
And maybe some people have heard this before, and if you have, let me know if you heard it. Let me know the actor in the movie. Yeah, you tell us. But so this movie that he's working on stars a certain actor or actress.
Okay.
And they're having a problem with that person. He said he told his girlfriend. He said, we don't know how to go up and tell this person what they're doing wrong because there've been complaints from the hotel that they're staying in. Mm-hmm. And the complaint is that whenever they go in to clean up the room, there's always these rags, wash towels, hand towels on the sink.
Okay.
Hand towels on the sink that they have shit on them.
Oh no.
And turns out that this person, they want to know why would this person be leaving shitty hand towels on the sink.
Right.
And this person is a big environmentalist. Doesn't want to cause any kind of waste. So what they do is they wipe their ass and just leave the fucking towel right there on the sink for the housemaids to come in and clean up.
What? I'm not surprised because half these environmentalists, they can give a shit about people. They're
not worried about this person who's working for minimum wage to come and clean your fucking room.
Clean up your shit.
You want to
literally.
And look, I'm to a certain degree, I'm an environmentalist, but goddamn.
Yeah, you need to treat everyone like shit.
Yeah, literally.
or treat them to shit. Oh, look at this shit. ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué? Chiquiti rags.
¿Por qué?
¿Por qué?
I mean, can you imagine coming in and pulling that towel up and like, Santa Maria.
Madre de Dios.
Dos mil. But man, I thought that was like, and I almost made a pun. I almost said it was one of the shittiest things, but that's really one of that's foul, man.
That's fucked up.
You know what you can do? I mean, look. I've had an accident in my pants before. Where I've gone and like.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
you had shitty pants.
I had shitty pants. I've come in and like put my shit and didn't want nobody to know and put my.
You're wearing your shitty ruse.
Yeah. Put my shit in the fucking sink and rinse that
Scrub
shit out.
that shit out.
Scrub
with that bar of soap that your roommate's using to wash his hair.
Yeah.
Oh my.
And give it back to him. I leave it for him. No, but really, you know what you can do? I mean, listen, seriously, what you can do is. Anything.
Throw that shit in the trash.
You can throw in the trash, or I've cleaned up some foul stuff before. I've cleaned up like cat vomit. I've cleaned up dog shit. I've cleaned up a lot of things where it's just like, you know what? This shit can be hosed down.
Yeah.
It can be if you put running water over it, it will be gone. And that all this person could at least have the decency. If this is true, they could at least have the decency to put that towel under a sink with some warm water and rinse the shit out of it and put it back on the sink and let them get it.
Corey, you always know though that whenever you're washing a shitty towel, there's always that one little spot you just can't get rid of. Tell me you look at them tiles, you're like, wait a minute, is that brown? Is that little a pinpoint of brown right there? Wait a minute. I've seen this before. This has been up somebody's ass. Oh no, you just can't get that one little spot.
That one little bit of brown, that one little flake of feces on there.
No shit, the DNA that just can't
I know.
go
So you're
away.
saying like the house surface is coming in with a magnifying glass. Look, Santa Maria.
Yeah, whenever I'm fucking with a white towel, I make sure to double check that shit, make sure there's no brown spot.
No, we ain't
tiny
talking
microscopic, that one little thread.
No, we talking about somebody that got through baking brownies. All right,
I can only imagine. But you know what? Those poor fucking cleaning people. You know what I'd do? If that I would wait. Okay, first of all, I'd wait for that motherfucker to open the door, and you know where I'd be? I'd be right on that fucking bed taking the biggest dump you can imagine.
Oh, man.
And when he flips out, what the fuck are you doing? And I'm like, well, no. I'm saving the environment. I'm saving water.
Yeah.
No, I'm just
No
gonna take this
flush.
shit.
No
Yeah,
flush.
no flushy. Save my grande agua. No, I would take the biggest dump right there so you can see it.
That's what I'm waiting on.
Hey.
Like it's like one person's that it's the last day of work. They know they're about to be laid off. They win the lottery or some shit.
Yeah.
And they're like, fuck this motherfucker, man.
Yeah,
I got a surprise for him.
Yeah. Caca más grande.
Yeah. Wrap that shit up in burrito form. Leave it right on that bed. Nasty fuck.
Caca Bel Grande.
Nasty motherfuckers, man.
That is fucked up,
That is
though.
fucked up, man. That
I
is
mean, I would
fucked
take
up.
pictures of that shit.
And me and that chick, we laughed so long about that because I was like, "Are you serious?" She's like,
Yeah.
"Look," and the guy, he's not a gossipy kind of guy, so I know he's probably telling the truth.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah, well, why
man.
would you lie about something?
Yeah, why would you?
That-
You
that's
got
so
nothing to
out there.
gain.
Yeah,
And that's your job too.
Uh-huh.
In fact, I was telling her, I was like saying, "Are you sure you want to be telling me this kind of thing?" I said, "Because I'm gonna talk about it."
Yeah.
I said, "I'm not gonna give any names, but if somebody knows what I'm talking about." I'm sure they're gonna spread it.
Yeah.
But hey, man, whatever.
That's fucked up, though. That ain't
It
cool,
is
man.
fucked up.
You
I
think
was
about the people who have to wash that shit.
I think it's very.
They gotta
man.
pick it up. Yeah, that's like somebody saying, "Oh, fuck people." You know, I fuck this tree, but you know, hey, I care about this tree more than I
That's the
care
kind of
about
person that probably
the
wouldn't even-
asshole that's got to pick up this shit towel.
That person probably won't even shit near a tree.
Yeah, no shit.
But they'll leave some shitty towels up
No
on the sink
shit.
if that's true. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know why it wouldn't be. I mean, I hope nobody's spreading vicious rumors around like that. But I just and here's the thing. It's it's one of the biggest stars out there today.
Are you serious?
Seriously,
Okay.
yes.
Wow. All right.
Yes.
Somebody needs to pull a Godfather on that motherfucker's ass and like put a big ass bush on, like cut off a tree limb and fucking put it under his bed. Yeah. And that Godfather music. Na, 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 na. Oh!
instead of a horse head.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Put a
baby tree. Or
put a mink coat.
Yeah. Put a dead raccoon up in there.
No
or some shit.
shit.
Yeah, man. I couldn't believe this. I'm like somebody with this much money and this much clout.
Yeah.
Why would they do some shit like that?
Oh, my
but anyway,
God.
if somebody's heard about this guy, like I said, this
Yeah.
person is major, A-list.
Just for that, I'm not recycling ever
Fucking
again.
A-list. That's what I'm not saying A-list. Like, 'cause I'm not name dropping. I don't know. I don't know this person personally, but
Yeah.
I'm thinking like, fucking A-list actor, man.
That's
fucking nasty motherfucker.
Hey, but you know what? A-list actor has to be earning a lot of fucking money. You know what money makes you do? It makes you go fucking crazy. So you know,
It does.
Fuck
Makes
him,
you
yeah.
shit and wipe your ass with
Yeah.
hand towels and
you know
leave
what
it right
I'm
there
gonna
for the
do?
maid.
I'm
to
gonna
get.
go find a 2 liter of Coke, dump that shit, and throw it in his trash can. So when he sees that plastic in there with the rest of the
If
trash,
it's a he.
he'll go, "Holy shit!
Could be a she.
Are you throwing clues at me, Corey?"
They should write.
Oh
You know what?
my
Just
God.
go ahead and
Yeah.
dip your finger in your ass and write with shit on the mirror. Good morning.
Oh
you know.
my God.
Good day, mate. Or whatever. You know.
Oh, I need that. If it's a female, that means I need to go find a shit fetish dude and tell him, hey, you want a cool
Well, that's
job?
the story. People even more. All people more. It could be a chick. Could be a guy.
Could
I'm
be
not
both.
saying. Could be
It
both.
could be both.
Yeah. Like you said, people like that are crazy. Could be Jamie Lee Curtis. I don't know.
No shit.
But then she's not A-list.
That's fucked up, man.
Oh,
No more recycling for me. I'll teach him a lesson.
Speaking of people who
Who
shit on
tiles.
shit on tiles, who just shit on life, shit on people beneath them.
Yeah.
The guy, you probably noticed, like, out front, there's a bunch of ceramic tiles and everything.
Yeah, I did.
Not towels, but tiles.
Tiles. Yes.
I'm getting. I gotta make myself clear. We're talking about hand towels before. Now we're talking about tile. I'm trying to say it right. Tile.
Tiles.
Tiles. TILES. We're having some tile put into the kitchen.
The kitchen, right? Mm-hmm.
And the guy that's putting them in was telling me today. The guy's kind of cool. It's a guy named Ruben. And I was talking to Ruben. We went to go get the.
Of course, who else would be putting in your towel?
Bobby. Named Ruben. Yeah. We went to go pick up the tile and come back. Mm-hmm. And while we're riding, he's telling me, he's like, and I've been talking to him for a little bit, and just out of the blue, he's like, yeah, when I was in LA, because he was in LA for a little bit, he's like, yeah, man, and it's kind of an older dude too, dude. And he's like, yeah, man, kind of hippie guy too. Yeah, money don't mean nothing to me, man. That's how we got to start on this subject. He's like, yeah, man, I'm all about good vibes, man. I was like, really? He's like, yeah, man, because I was in LA, I did stuff for famous people, I can tell you some stories and things. He's like, now this guy's putting a towel in the kitchen. He's like, yeah, I put towel in for Jack Nicholson. Mm-hmm. I put it in for Marlon Brando. I don't know if he put towel in, but he worked on their houses. Mm-hmm. It was funny because he was like Jack Nicholson. He's like Jack Nicholson. I said, well, so man, you got anything to say about that? He's like, no, I don't know any that kind of dirt or anything. He's like, it's like when Marlon Brando shot, I forgot who he shot. He shot somebody. Marlon Brando's son.
Wait, it was his son. Yeah,
Marlon Brando's son shot someone. Mm-hmm. And he's like, I was around that day when all that stuff was going on. He's like, yeah, I was there that day. Yeah. And he's like, and the dude just walking around eating fat burgers like it was nothing. Oh, he's like, the fat burger might have killed this guy.
No shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's freaking out.
Yeah. And he's just like, the dude was eating fat burgers, and I was there for all this crazy shit that was going on. He's like, I said, well, what about Jack Nicholson? He's like, oh man, Jack Nicholson's cool. He's like, see, that is show you what like famous people can just get away with. I mean, they can be real cool. Like Jack Nicholson came up to him and he's just like, hey, you want to smoke a joint with me? He's just like, and the guy had just like quit drinking and doing drugs.
Really? He's like,
so he could have been smoking with.
Great.
Yeah, what a time to stop drinking and doing drugs with like Jack Nicholson. Jack Nicholson even told him, he was like, sorry, I didn't know you fell off the wagon. Sorry. Yeah. Go with a smile. Stop the press. Mickey Mouse.
I know, dude.
But
that's
guy,
cool though. Yeah, you're hanging out, smoking.
He was just telling stories, and it's not like name dropping because he didn't like it. It actually came natural in the conversation.
Oh yeah, not like Carlisle, right?
No, not like Carlisle. Carlisle, who was claiming
the name dropper.
Hey, I was watching this guy's car one day. That's a buddy of mine. I watched his windows.
You did.
I painted that guy's house.
I did his laundry.
Yeah. I picked up his shitty hand towel off the sink.
I had dinner.
That's a friend of mine. I know what this shit looks like.
He's had dinner with plenty of celebrities.
Man, that motherfucker. Look, I ain't even lying. Carlisle told me. Now I might have something wrong. I'm sure if he heard it, he turned around some kind of way. But he told me one time, he's like, "Hey man, I had dinner with Ron Perlman." Like,
Ron Perlman, Hellboy himself.
Yeah.
Did he really? He had like dinner mano y mano, like hanging out. Okay. Ron Perlman's buying drinks.
Let me clarify this.
Okay.
Because that's what I said. I said you had dinner with Ron Perlman. I said, where did y'all go eat dinner?
Yeah, no shit.
He's like, we at the Alamo Drafthouse, which is a movie theater where they serve food.
They serve food, right?
And he was like, I was like, so you at the Alamo Drafthouse? What do you mean? What was it, just you two at a private screening or something? He's like, no, I was sitting by him and he ordered food at the same time I did.
Oh my God, are you serious?
I was like, now I'm simplifying the story a little bit, but basically that's what it was.
Yeah.
I'm like, so because you were just by default sitting next to Ron Perlman.
Because Ron Perlman had no choice where he really had to sit. Yeah, he's like, Ron, this is the seat we saved for you. You're sitting right next to one of the greatest writers, and
I'm sure he made himself known to Ron Perlman because I'm sure he was like, "Hey, Ron Perlman, I'm Carla. How you doing?
Yeah. I read Hellboy too, dude.
Hey, man, I love that movie.
Hey, you know Guillermo, right?
Yeah, I love you and everything. I took a shit with Guillermo del Toro. I know.
Oh my God! If that's the case, then that means I'm like friends with all kinds of Hollywood celebs, dude. I'm buddies with the director of Ninja Assassin. I'm friends with the star and the director of District 9. I sat at that same table with him at the goddamn Alamo Drafthouse.
I'm friends with Quentin Tarantino, you know, because I sat in front of him. Doing Pulp Fiction.
How's he doing, by the way?
How's he doing? I haven't talked to him since, but I feel him. He's doing fine.
Oh, man.
I'll get his vibe every now and then.
I hope he does that Godzilla movie there.
You know what, man? Speaking of which, you sent me an email.
Right.
Well, you know what? We'll save it.
We'll save that.
I'm sorry. I thought it was a bit of news.
Yeah.
Oh, but you know, we got a little bit of other news here. Speaking of which, you were talking about Transformers 3.
Yes. This tonight.
I hadn't heard this. I was baffled by what you were telling me.
I saw it tonight where they made the announcement that Transformers 3 is going into production in May. They want to start shooting in May. And the deal is that Michael Bay said he wants this next movie to be more character driven.
Oh, now you want it to be character driven.
And less on the action.
Oh,
yeah.
After two fucking movies.
Really?
So
the one thing that you can sort of do right, you're gonna go into the story, huh? With Megan Fox, you're gonna build that character up, right? Are you gonna make sure you're not gonna kill her?
Whoa.
Which I read that the studio will probably not allow him to do that. Will not allow him to write her out of the script. So,
really? He don't.
Yeah.
Man, it don't. At this point,
she's like the next biggest star in that fucking movie next to Shia LaBeouf, for crying out loud.
Well, I thought he had that little tiff with her where.
Oh yeah, where she was talking shit about the movie.
But you know what? She was right. Everybody calls her dumb. I don't know if she is or not. But the one thing that she did say that I thought like, hey, that's the smartest thing you could have said.
I was like, that's the most honest fucking thing you can really say.
She said, hey, you know what? Everybody's talking about my acting in the movie. The movie's not really all about acting.
No,
I'm
not at all.
Robots,
I was like, why is everybody bitching about her acting? I mean, I can bitch about Shia LaBeouf fucking doing his fucking ad-lib comedy, for crying out loud.
Yeah, which was not funny. And it's like, hey,
not at all.
She's like, hey, you know, this movie ain't about acting. This is not an actor's showcase.
Fuck no.
And I was like,
absolutely right. And I was like, why? That's like, I mean, how come she's not getting praise for saying this?
Yeah, and Michael Bay is gonna get mad about that.
Yeah, no shit. But
like,
anyway,
come on, man.
Yeah, he's going off about it's going to be less on the action, more on the character, and the characters that he's talking about is a relationship between Shia LaBeouf and Bumblebee, and I was like, really? They're really gonna? Because at the tail end of that movie, it's like you could give two fucks about Bumblebee because he was barely in that.
I like the way they even gave Bumblebee a voice at the end of the first Transformers.
and then they took that shit away. No explanation
because it was more comedy in the second. It's like
exactly,
fuck, man.
Yeah.
Oh, now you want to develop character.
Right. And the other thing is that the writers who I'm always shocked by this too. The two writers who wrote Star Trek, who wrote the first Transformers and the second one, are not going to be writing the third one.
Now, did you say that they were the ones responsible for all the bad jokes that we had in there?
The one writer that is still going to be on, I don't know if he's credited in the second movie, but I was reading up on this writer, and apparently a lot of people are throwing the blame at him as to the crazy shit that was written in the second movie. Even the crazy ideas like the fucking Transformer balls and, you know, the Gale bots. I mean, everything, like, people were kind of pointing the finger at this writer. I don't know how true it is, but he's apparently taking over the script, so.
Oh, well, good.
Yeah.
And you want to concentrate more on the story with the guy responsible for the balls and Negro bots.
I was like, really? I was like, wow, that's shocking, because I can only imagine what those two writers, the guys who wrote Star Trek, I'm kind of curious, you know, their original scripts. I'm real curious about how those original scripts went.
Okay, so you had Alex Kurtzman, Robert Orci.
Right, those are the two guys who wrote the first and second Transformers.
So then,
and they're responsible.
Aaron Kruger is the one that wrote the balls.
Right, yeah.
Is that the one that wrote Star Trek, Aaron Kruger?
No. Aaron Kruger is the guy who people were pointing the fingers at as far as all the bad shit in the script.
Okay, that is Aaron Kruger then.
That is Aaron, yeah. Well, the other two guys wrote Star Trek. When you watch Star Trek, it's like watching Transformers 2 and Star Trek is like night and day. So I'm curious, like, how much input Michael Bay had in the script as far as fucking some of that shit up.
Some of the shit that he wrote. The Ring 2, Skeleton Key, The Brothers Grimm.
Oh, no shit. Well, The Ring, too.
Blood and Chocolate.
Yeah.
And then he Transformers, Revenge of the Fallen. So
there you go. And
but then Reindeer Games.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, Scream 3.
Scream 3? I never even saw that movie.
He did help with The Ring, though. So
wow. Ring Part 2.
The first Ring, too.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
No shit.
I don't know how many writers that movie had.
Yeah,
but,
I have no idea either.
He was on that. So anyway,
well, hey,
that's just that baffles me after 2 movies where you could give a fuck.
Right.
Well, with the third movie, you're gonna make money no matter what. What makes you want to pull out all the stops for a story?
Because you know what? He's giving the fucking people what they want to hear. I mean, anyone who is bitching and complaining about part 2, he's pulling an Avi Arad right now, where he's like, you know what? We understand, all the complaints about that last movie, we fucked up, but you know what? We're going to do you right this time. This time, we're going to give you the movie that you really want.
And you know what? I got to say,
it's all sales. It's like all these guys, Avi Arad, fucking Michael Bay, they all remind me of fucking used car salesmen.
And you know what? You're exactly right. As much as I was talking about how much I look forward to a reboot, during that press release where they said, oh, we understand the fans, and we're here to pay respect to the property and the Spider-Man, and we understand the people who like, no, that's bullshit. They say that every fucking time.
They do.
And those movies come out like shit.
Yes.
Oh, we understand what the fans want, and we don't want to do anything to ruin the experience for the fans. I don't get that shit.
They're in the business of selling you something that you obviously need to have. Need to watch. They want you to own that fucking DVD.
I want to hear that shit. Yeah, come on.
And they're gonna go, hey, you felt burned on the last one, really? Really?
Oh, well, this time
I feel you.
We're paying respect to the fans who love this. They're like, no, fuck you, man. You're not doing that.
We're going to give you a bigger villain, bigger action. What? There's too much action. What? Well, cut that
we're going to give you more
half.
story.
Yes. We're going to give you more balls, more Negro bots. Yeah, everything you loved about that second one.
This gift certificate to McDonald's. You can get a free Big Mac.
Yeah.
How's that? Is that good? Okay.
You want more singing and dancing in your Spider-Man movie?
You got it.
We're going to give it to you. You want more romance?
I wonder how that Broadway musical is. Spider-Man the musical.
I remember. All I remember is it was on, and then it was off, and then it was on again. I have no fucking clue, but somebody signed off for that bullshit. I don't know who did it. I don't know who's really responsible. I'll just blame Avi Arad because it seems like he has his hand in every property dealing with Marvel.
I know, man. I know.
So,
I know. I'm
not gonna blame Stan Lee. That poor guy. That guy's still trying to get fucking paid.
Oh yeah, he's too busy making cameos.
Yeah, I know. Anything. Hey,
my next appearance will be.
Yeah.
I'm going to be the next Chipmunks movie. Stan, that's not a Marvel property. I don't give a shit. I'm there.
Yeah. When are they shooting Archie?
Archie Comics. I'm there. I'm cameo. I'm going to be the next Bat Dance video. Get the fuck up. Excelsior.
I'll be a tree. I don't care what I do as long as I'm in it.
My next cameo will be a shitty rag in a hotel room. But yeah, I mean, I like Stan Lee. I love the guy. But it's just too much now. It's like in every fucking movie you gotta do this.
Yeah.
But anyway.
He's like one of the last guys I would ever love to meet. Like out of all my heroes who I've ever met, like old guys who I'm scared are just gonna pass away. He's like one of the last guys I would love just to see him and just say, hey, thank you, and that's it.
Oh yeah,
and then run away.
You know, I had dinner with him, right?
You did?
Oh yeah.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
Oh yeah, we went to the same hotel.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure we sat in the same restaurant somewhere.
Oh, are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure he wasn't having like a dinner on like the Food Channel or something, and you just put a plate up in front of your desk? Hey, we're having dinner.
No, I really had dinner with him.
I'm sitting across from the TV.
He made a cameo on my plate. He was in the green beans.
Yeah.
Hey, true believer. Plenty of vitamins in this green vegetable here. Eat up.
No, but you had like a cardboard stand, like one of those cardboard standees. You just had him right
Excelsior to the potato salad.
Oh my god.
No, man, but speaking of people who died and that you want, that's your last. That's the person that you'd like to say, like, thank you to.
Yeah.
Man, I said this in a couple of Coens. And the only way I forgot about this, but it's a good segue from what you're saying. Do you know who died recently? Who might have had a great influence on me?
Who?
Art Clokey, man.
Art
Clokey. You know who Art Clokey is?
No.
I'll give you a hint. I'm Gumby, damn it.
What? Okay.
The guy who created Gumby.
Oh, I was about to say that's Eddie Murphy.
I should have just went with it.
What is that? Was that Eddie Murphy's real name? I was like, no.
You didn't know Eddie Murphy died? You didn't hear that?
Are you trying to make me tear up? I fucking loved Eddie Murphy's Gumby. Like, what the hell are you doing? He's like the biggest prick.
He's like for some reason he made Gumby talk with a Jewish voice.
Yeah.
I'm Gumby, damn it.
Yeah, I'm Gumby.
How are you doing?
Yeah, what the hell? And they'd always show like behind the scenes of Gumby, like like the takes that you never saw in the Gumby TV show, and it was his voice like
over the real Gumby footage.
Yeah, he's like, "What the hell's going on? Who's directing this crap? Get off the set! Get
him off the set now!"
Yeah, he was like a real prick, and I was like, "This is the greatest Gumby ever."
That's my first exposure to Gumby.
Oh no shit!
Yeah.
Okay. No wonder. Okay, because I was like, wow, you really you have like a weird fascination with Gumby, which I like Gumby, but I was like, I could never like really like go out of my way to watch it, but seeing Eddie Murphy do Gumby, I was like, that's the Gumby that I want.
I saw those skits, man, over and over again.
Yeah.
And then when we had our first VCR, I was telling these guys this on Coco. I saw a Gumby tape, and I was like, holy shit, that's Eddie Murphy, but not.
Yeah.
And I was like, I got to get this. And that was, the Gumby video was the first video cassette I popped into my VHS player.
Oh, really?
Yes. And from an artistic standpoint, like I was fascinated with animation for a long time, and including claymation. And I must have watched Gumby for years, man, over and over again. That's one of the things that said I would like to do something like that for a living. You know?
My god!
And so Gumby became like this big part of me. And a friend of mine called and said, "Okay, I don't want you to. You might want to sit down." And I was like, "What is it?" I was like, "What?"
Yeah.
And they said, Art Clokey died. And now normally I'd be like, for a split second, I was like, okay, you told me to sit down for this.
Yeah, I know.
But then I thought about it, I was like, fuck, this is getting to me. I was like, this is really getting to me.
No shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was shaking up, man. And I was like, wow. And and it could be something weird. I mean, because he died kind of the same way my father did. So maybe it was like a year after my father died. It was, he died in his sleep, and he died like, around. Now my dad was like 85. Art Clokey was 88.
Yeah.
And they both died from like urinary tract complications. And so it was like, and died in their sleep, which my dad did too. So hearing all this, I was just like, wow. And somebody that I felt close with, even on there, met the guy, and I was like, maybe this is some weird thing going on with my dad, but like, I really started to tear up, and I was like, man, I don't know what's happening.
Damn.
And I was like, whoa.
Pussy?
I know, you faggot.
Yeah.
In fact, Gumby came up to me. What the hell are you doing?
You call yourself a man? Yeah. You son of a bitch. Get off the set. Get off the set. You never work in this town again.
You don't deserve that clay in your hand.
I'm Gumby, damn it. Wasn't that the big line?
That was a big line.
Damn it.
I'm Gumby, damn it.
I'm Gumby, damn it. Get the hell out of the set.
Get the hell out of here. Yeah. He came up with that cigar.
With that big cigar. He's like, what the hell are you doing making jokes at my expense, you son of a bitch?
Like Eddie,
whenever he got interviewed,
that was genius, man.
Whenever he got interviewed, like it was always like there was like a Johnny Carson talking to him. He's like, "What the hell are you talking about, Johnny Carson? You goddamn, I'm a professional. I'm
a working professional. Yeah. Keep else have nothing on me.
You son of a bitch, goddamn pokey. He never learned his lines."
Nah, man. I gotta tell you though, it's that guy that guy must have been making millions. I told these guys again on Coco, like it was funny because he was, get this, man, at 9 years old, like his father died in a car crash that he was staying with, who he lived with, and so he had to go live with his mom. His mom's dating this fucking prick, who says, "Baby, it's either me or him." So what does she do? She shifts the kid off to an orphanage, like a halfway house.
Are you serious?
Yeah, like she just says, "Fuck it, I guess you got to go, kid."
No,
even though you're my flesh and blood.
Yeah, not by choice.
Yeah, exactly. Apparently not. You know, I got knocked up and got stuck with this motherfucker.
Sounds like that kid was a fucking accident. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. No, she's like, you gotta get the fuck out of here. So she sent him to a halfway house, which is that's why you never know like how life works out, because it's only when he got with his new family that he went on to this ranch and he started playing with mud, and which was like clay, and he got the idea to like start playing with clay and created Gumby. So
wow,
he didn't make money from that shit for 40 years, man.
I believe people got fucked back then.
No. Get this. You know, these days how anybody wants to merchandise. Yeah. That guy, Art Clokey, said, "You know what? I don't want to make toys. I don't want to do anything because I don't want to exploit children. Right. I want to feel like I'm putting something out there." Of course, years later that changed when he started making Gumby shirts and shit. You know, like, fuck, I gotta get paid.
Got their greedy hands involved. Yeah. Well, you think about him, Stan Lee, fucking, for crying out loud, dude. that guy got screwed just because, I mean, the system back then, I don't know how contracts worked or what, you know. You create a property and then a studio all of a sudden is created, takes over your property, and like then you're begging for pennies, you know, to get out of a fucking character you created, for crying out loud.
Oh yeah, no, it happens a lot with people, man.
It does. But that's nuts though. But I tell you what though, I'm thinking about when you said it's the first tape that you put in a VCR.
Yeah.
I remember the first tape I put in a VCR.
Porno shit.
It was close to it. It was it was something that I think my son of a bitch bastard of a father who abandoned me. Same
So
thing.
you got something like
I have
you
something.
can relate to our
I can
Clokey.
relate
There
to.
you go.
I can relate to him. He recorded some shit off Skinemax, and it was like one of these bad like soft porn films, right? Now here's the deal, though. Years I didn't know.
Here's the dildo.
Here's the dildo. Here's the dilly do. The dildo. It's terrible, Corey.
I'll be here all night.
Take my wife, please. I'm co-host, damn it. How dare you talk to me like this? Get the hell off the
I'm a
set.
professional.
You'll never work in this town again. You son of a bitch. You need to learn your lines. It was a soft porn film, and it was called Christina. And the deal is, like, this was a film that was like, it was like an Italian soft porn film, and the star of it is this chick named Jules Shepard. Now, does that name ring a bell to you?
No.
Jules Shepard. Okay.
Not now.
Now, do you remember you're a big fan of Return of the Living Dead, right?
Oh, wait a minute. Was she the one that was dancing naked on the?
No. That was not her. Jules Shepard was the chick with the kind of turquoise like dress.
Yeah.
With the big her. You probably seen her in a lot of other films too.
Yeah.
At the time she was like really big in the 80s. Well, she starred in this soft porn film where she was butt ass naked. That's the first time I ever witnessed Doggy Style being performed, and it was performed on Jules Shepard.
It was performed with a real dog.
Yeah, and it was, I tell you what, though, man, this girl, I became, I was a robot, but at the time, I grew my nuts and bolts.
You were a microchip, but you grew into a full computer.
Yes, I was compatible.
Your operating system became upgraded a few versions after that.
My hard drive got hard. I was on fire. No, man, but I was like, wow, this girl is so fucking beautiful. Her breasts were beautiful, especially during the Doggy Style scene. And I was like, wow. But the thing is, I finally had a chance to meet her. When
you really met her?
I did. She didn't die.
They
had a reunion. No, and the girl you're talking about who danced on the graves in the graveyard, who got naked.
Yeah.
That's Leanna Quigley. And the thing is, I got to meet her too. And during a Q&A, I always heard a rumor that when she gets completely butt ass naked and you see her vagina and everything, I always heard rumors that it was a prosthetic vagina. And they had a Q&A, and you can only imagine what my question was when
did you have a prosthetic vagina?
Yeah, I was like, is it true that you had a prosthetic vagina?
Get out of here. I'm a professional.
And she started to laugh, and she was like, you're absolutely right about that. And I was like, what? What? Lies. Yeah.
And here's the thing, man.
Yeah.
If you look at that scene, it looks weird.
It does look weird. Yeah.
I was wondering if when I saw that, I was like, that girl has an operation or something. There's something weird. I never knew that she had a prosthetic vagina. A stunt vagina.
I know. And I can't remember if I read it like in a Fangoria or I read it somewhere. But for the longest time, I was like, well, I wonder. And then she was right there.
It's not like you're looking between her legs.
No.
Why would she have why would she do that?
I don't know. But, I don't know what the deal is. I don't know why, but at the time they're just like, well, it has to be prosthetic. We can't really show your vagina. It was like the 80s when they did that. But but I got to meet Jules Shepard, who's also in the film, and I told her, I was like, you know what? You're the first one to give me my nuts and bolts. And
what did she say?
She was like, That is so awesome. She was so happy, and you know what she was selling at her table?
That porn.
That fucking Christina. I was like, and I always thought like maybe that's something she's ashamed of, but she had the VHS, she had the DVD, and she's like, and I told her this is the movie that fucking just made me really have an appreciation towards the female.
And she's like,
body.
well, good, shut up and buy one then.
Yeah. She was like, well, I have it on DVD, and I was like, I already got.
I got real porn.
Yeah, I got real porn.
Yeah,
no. I wish I would have told her
fake
that.
softcore
No,
porn shit.
I told her, hey, the thing is, she's still just as beautiful as she was back then. And the thing is, I think she's like an assistant to what's that guy on CNN? Anderson Cooper.
Oh, Anderson Cooper. Yeah.
I think she like does work for him now.
She's assistant to Anderson Cooper.
Yes. Yeah. It's
Oh,
crazy.
that's
And the thing is, when I
amazing,
told her, I was like, man, you know what? I saw that soft porn. I went nuts. And the guy, okay, there was another guy in that film. He's like, really? And when I was telling her, you turned me into a real fucking robot. And the guy was like, no shit, that is fucking badass.
Wow. Jesus, there's such a big joke
laughing.
about her being an assistant to Anderson Cooper, but that guy's gay, so.
Right, I mean, well,
so much for that.
yeah, but that was, they're my friends, by the way.
Yeah, of course. You saw her naked.
Yeah,
I mean, if you see somebody naked,
I saw them naked.
You know what? You fucked her.
We had a party.
Yeah, you had sex with her. You saw her naked.
We're the bestest of friends.
Your buddies.
I've seen them both naked.
Your booty buddies.
I know. We all had to like take a shower together.
You're friends with benefits.
Yeah. But make sure any of you guys got a shower cap because you got to wrap that shit around.
Yeah, exactly.
Me and water don't mix.
Yeah. Can't get that wet up there.
Yeah. Can't get my shit wet, yo.
Yeah, man, that is so funny that you mentioned that prosthetic vagina, because I heard that girl dancing. I was like, why does her stomach look weird?
Oh, let me tell you this too. That chick was hitting on me. I tell no lie.
Really?
Leanna Quigley.
And you didn't go with it.
I got scared. Cool.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I get scared.
You know how girls love machines?
I know.
Jesus, man.
I was like, you want me to go where?
Where'd she ask you to go?
To move in the back of the line because I already got my stuff.
Okay. But she was into me, man. She looked at me. She said,
she gave
okay,
me those
move out the way.
googly eyes. Yeah.
Okay. She looked at me and said, next.
No, she's like, you're the guy who had you. She's like, you're the robot who asked that awesome question. I was like, yeah.
That was me.
Yeah, baby. Yeah. So,
I got some more questions if you want to. We can you can answer in private.
Are you wearing that fake vagina right now?
Because I got a real thing for you right here. I got the real shit.
No, man.
And Billy comes up. Billy, what are you doing?
Hey, Coles, you know all the white women. Woo!
Yeah. I love fake white vagina.
Hey, Billy, yo, what would you say?
I'm sorry. Excuse me. I was talking to this fake white vagina right here.
I was talking to the chick with the fake vagina.
You know something, man? I'm thinking, Goldfinger. You know, like this whole thing with Austin Powers and whatnot. Everybody thinks that James Bond was the influence on that. Speaking of Art Clokey did a movie. He did the introduction to a movie called Dr. Goldfoot and the Bikini Bombs. And then there was a sequel to that called Dr. Goldfoot and the Female Bombs or something like that. And those were kind of like the big influence on Austin Powers.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, at least the one with the fembots in it. Like, there was one that had robotic females.
Yeah,
I guess it was the sequel.
Yeah.
And that was the influence for like the fembots.
Right.
In the sequel to Austin Powers Goldmember.
No shit.
So everybody thought like it was Goldfinger and like James Bond. No, it's like it was maybe it was, but it was a little bit of these movies too.
No shit.
Yeah,
okay, I need to see those. I don't think I've ever seen it.
Yeah, the guy who did Gumby, Art Clokey, he did I think for the first one, he did like the opening credits. And you can tell because it's all claymation. And it's definitely him. So, yeah, Vincent Price was in those movies.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, you should check them out, man.
Okay.
They're on DVD. You should get them. I mean, it was like...
Okay.
Do
you have them?
No, I think he has them. Taco Bell Lugosi.
Taco Bell Lugosi has them?
Yeah, that motherfucker has everything.
You got your garlic necklace?
Yeah, go in there to like take that DVD with my cross, holding back.
No, you know what? Better yet, I'm just gonna go buy some tacos and throw them in the other side
across
of the room.
And while he's distracted, grab the DVD
grab
and
that
run.
shit real quick.
My DVDs.
Yeah. If he comes
Cut him back here. Cut him back.
I'm gonna have a packet of fucking hot sauce. Yeah. Squirt that shit. Get away from me! Oh my god! Speaking of vampires, I saw Daybreakers. By the way.
Man, now tell me you like that movie. A lot of people like, but
who?
Okay.
Who, Corey? Who? I fucking love that fucking movie.
I did too, man.
That fucking movie got so fucking brutal at the end, dude. Oh, shit.
That's what I loved about it.
Man, I swear to God, man, these kids disappoint me every time I hear some bullshit like that.
Like
you know what? Keep your fucking Twilight films, you jackass.
Yeah, Twilight goes on to make fucking millions.
No shit, make
a true vampire
make fucking
film.
Millions. And these are the same fucking closet Twilight motherfuckers that run off and see that shit and they try to come back and talk some shit about it and then go see it again.
Yeah.
to fucking please their girlfriends or whatever. But I don't blame you for that. But yeah, I don't get it either. It's like a fucking kick-ass fucking vampire film comes along and what does everybody do? Oh, they're talking shit about it. Oh, it was
it was like a few people who came on talking shit to us.
Man,
like
kick them off the goddamn side. How dare they ban those motherfuckers?
Cyrus and I
give them the boots.
Yeah, Das Boots.
Das Boots.
Man, Cyrus and I were talking about the movie and how much we enjoyed it. So people come in and look. I'm not criticizing. People like the movie. If people don't like the movie, they don't like it. But
fuck them.
They just be like, it wasn't that good.
Shut up, you bitch. Yeah. Well, what have you made besides ham sandwich?
I'm fucking disappointed, you motherfucker. Man. It was a good movie.
I fucking loved it. No, it was badass. Willem Dafoe was fucking awesome in that movie, for crying out loud. Everyone was good in that film.
Yeah, it was a fun.
But that end, man, towards the end, that scene where. I don't even want to spoil it, but there's just a scene where all fucking chaos breaks out.
Oh, yeah. I don't want to ruin anything.
Oh, no, not at all, but it is fucking brutal to the max. You're like, oh, shit. I got uncomfortable watching that scene. I was like, whoa, calm down. Whoa.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa.
No, that is one of the bloodiest endings in a movie I've seen in a while.
Yeah, where it almost made me feel uncomfortable. I was like, holy shit. The
cool thing about that movie, a lot of the practical effects and the special effects were mostly done by the guys who directed that movie, the Spirit Brothers. Did you hear our interview with them?
No, but I want to hear it now. For the longest time, I saw the review and I didn't know that you guys interviewed them.
Yeah, we had the interview up too. Yeah,
I'm gonna look for it because I'm really curious. Because the longest time I'm like, I don't want to look at anything about this film because I just didn't want to know anything about it.
Yeah.
And the thing is, when it was played at Fantastic Fest, like. I wasn't too crazy about. I mean, I wasn't like really anxious to see it only because when it was playing at Fantastic Fest, I didn't hear too much about it, and I'm like, maybe it was just okay. But when I saw it, I was like shocked that nobody was really like hyping that movie up. I was like, wow, this is a cool fucking vampire film. Great idea. Even I said when I heard about it, it's like this sounds like the idea that they originally intended for Blade 3. Where vampires have taken over.
It should have been.
It was the original plot of Blade 3 where the vampires had pretty much taken over and they were running short on humans, basically.
Jesus Christ, man. You know, that's instead what do? They bring in like the Night Stalkers or some shit.
Yeah,
like
they bring in some fucking wrestler to play Dracula.
Man, we talked about that. We did a call-in show. Well, was it? I'll talk about that with. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I did a call-in show this past weekend. I talked about David Goyer, who has written for some of the biggest movies out there, including The Dark Knight.
Yeah, Batman Begins and Dark Knight. Yeah,
but what does he do as for his directing?
Right.
He does.
I know.
He does Blade 3.
Yeah.
And The Unborn.
Yeah.
And it's like,
even though I like The Unborn for all the wrong reasons, but
I was about to say you didn't like that movie.
I didn't like it, but
somebody even brought you up because I was like, The Unborn is like, and the guy was like, I was like, did I see that movie? And he was like, yeah, that's the one where co-host kept saying The Unborn.
No shit. Okay, well, yeah, that I tell you what, Blade 3 was heartbreaking for me. Only because I was like, man, you know what? Where the fuck is Blade throughout this whole movie? And I remember Wesley Snipes was bitching about that. And I was like, good, I'm glad.
And everybody thought he was...
Yeah, but I thought it was some kind of riff he had with the director.
No, everybody treated him like, oh, his ego is kicking into effect here. And he's like,
right.
No, this is a movie about Blade. It's called Blade 3, and you bring in the Daywalkers, or whatever they're called.
Yeah, whatever.
It was, because it was...
It was Jessica Biel.
It was Jessica Biel
and Ryan Reynolds.
And he's like, and look, nothing against them, but he's like, why you bring these other characters in when you got a better script that features me in it?
Right.
It was like,
exactly
man.
right. When I heard I love that idea because I remember reading about Blade 3 and I was like, oh, this is going to be fucking the shit. Vampires have taken over the world. You know, they're running low on humans. You know, Blade's still involved. I'm like, this could be fucking badass. I'm like, and the whole time watching Daybreakers, I was just thinking, I can only imagine if Blade were in this film. I mean, maybe he would be like the William Dafoe character for crying out loud.
Yeah.
But, yeah, well, I can sit here all day and think about what if. But,
you can, and there's no use in doing
but hey,
that
thank God we got Daybreakers.
But Daybreakers is a badass movie.
It is.
Though, I really like that film.
It's a movie with a lot of balls, and I mean, I'm shocked by half the shit they got away with in that film.
Yeah, no, I am too. Mm-hmm. Hey, man, I have an article here from one of our members.
Okay.
I just thought it was fun. He sent us an article. We don't have to go too deep into it.
All right.
It's it's an article from cracked.com.
Okay.
And it's pretty cool. Way Too Clever is the member that sent us this.
Mm-hmm.
And it says it's 6 insane fan theories that actually make great movies better. And I don't have a whole. Well, let me see. We're not gonna go through all of them. But okay, to give an example, there's number 6. Okay, I only went through 2 of them because I was on the first page because we were about to start. But number 6, James Bond is not a man but a code name. And check this out. It says, when the 007 franchise launched in 1962, Sean Connery was 32 when he received his license to kill. That was almost 50 years ago, and James Bond has aged like a fine bourgeois spite with antifreeze.
Okay.
Whatever that means. Yeah. How is the same 30-something special agent who fought the Cold War era Russians now taking on post 9/11 terrorism? Here's the theory for it. Mm-hmm. There has been a theory among fans that there is no single James Bond, but that James Bond, quote unquote, is a code name passed on from one agent to the next as each retires, just as the title of M and Q pinball from agent to agent.
Wow.
The theory explains the agelessness of James Bond. Note that Daniel Craig's Bond became 11 years younger, whereas Judi Dench, M, aged about 4 years.
Right. M has always been like the one single character that's always been the same actress.
Well,
right?
During the recent movies.
During the recent ones,
No, we didn't have M all the time. We had.
You're right.
She came in during the Pierce Brosnan era.
Okay.
But she was not around.
I thought she was around during the Roger Moore.
No, Judi Dench. No, even before, we had Q, and even Q wasn't in the first movie. Dr. No.
Yeah.
No, we didn't have him in the first movie, which is why I think
I miss that guy so much, by the way.
We don't have Q in the new movies either, which is why I think that Casino Royale is the second best James Bond movie next to Dr. No. Mm-hmm. But they said this also explains how James Bond personally changes dramatically from actor to actor. For example, in one film you have Timothy Dalton's Bond burning a man alive, and that was I forgot what movie that was, but I remember the scene. They were on a truck, and at the end of the movie, he set some guy on fire because the guy was about to machete him, and the guy
Timothy Dalton.
It was Timothy Dalton, and I forgot the movie, but they're right on the back of a fucking truck. I've seen all these movies. I've seen them all. The James Bond. They're right on the back of a truck, and the guy they survived this crazy ass truck crash.
I remember that he was. Timothy Dalton was on top of the truck.
He was on truck.
Yeah, he was on top of the truck.
And the guy picks up a machete, and he picks up James Bond, they both should be dead.
Yeah, right.
By the way, but he picks up a machete. He's about to slice his head, and the guy's and James Bond is like, wait, I have something to say, and he's light strikes his match and sets the guy on fire, and the guy blows up.
But hey, it's not your fault that you forget those Timothy Dalton films because they're completely forgettable. All I think is the Baron's fucking James Bond. What the fuck?
Yeah,
the dude from Flash Gordon.
And then but then you get another James Bond where Roger Moore is wearing a clown outfit.
Roger Moore, I remember that one.
Was that Octopussy?
I think it is Octopussy.
Yeah, he's wearing a clown outfit. And the only thing that saves him in one scene is that he's about to get shot and he slips on a banana peel.
Right. Can I be honest here? Roger Moore was my introduction to James Bond.
That was mine too.
To where I always thought, I was like, this is James Bond. Like when people go off about Sean Connery, I'm like, I don't give a shit about Sean Connery. What about fucking Roger Moore, for crying out loud?
What about the clownish Roger Moore?
No shit. It was like Moonraker when he was up in space being Roger Moore fighting against Jaws.
Jaws, yeah. And Jaws gets a love interest at the end of the movie.
The fucking nerdy ass girl with the pigtails and glasses.
Oh my god, man.
Wow.
Those movies are bad, man.
Oh, I still love it though. Every time I see it, oh my god, it's like a slice of apple pie. But,
no, they're good, man.
Yeah.
My favorite Roger Moore is Live and Let Die.
You know what my favorite Roger Moore, where he's James Bond, where he's supposed to be James Bond? It's Cannonball Run movie.
Cannonball Run.
When they get into a big fight with a bunch of these bikers, and there's like this huge biker with a bald head, fucking just ready to beat the shit out of him. He's Roger Moore's about to fight him. He's like, I must warn you, I'm Roger Moore. And the biker's like, who? Yeah. And then he's about to say, Roger, and then the guy punches him in the face. And every time,
that's the best James Bond ever.
That's the best ever. And every time you see his car driving in Cannonball Run, they always play like the James Bond music, but really fast, like ding 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 ding. It's so badass.
Yeah, man. It's funny. It's like
but that's a great idea, though.
There was one guy. The guy who directed Die Another Day said that he even bought this theory that, hey, this, but that's the same guy that did Die Another Day, which I thought was a cool, cheesy James Bond movie, but it has some terrible shit in it. They mentioned it here, like there's an invisible car. See, I actually like the invisible car. If we're gonna go, there's two James Bonds.
Yeah.
There's a James Bond, which is just like this superhero fantasy and crazy, cheesy ass spy flick, which is what Die Another Day was. Got into the gadgets, like the extreme villains.
Oh god, yeah, that was retarded.
But yeah, it was.
That turned into Batman and Robin.
It did.
Yeah.
Ice Castle at the end.
No shit. Yeah.
And it had an opening track by Madonna. And I learned to kind of hate those movies after I got back into like the classic James Bond when Daniel Craig came in.
Even though I have to admit, I did enjoy GoldenEye.
Oh no, actually GoldenEye is great.
Yeah, I really like
GoldenEye. GoldenEye is a great movie, man. But then you have the Daniel Craig James Bond, where he's more serious, and everybody's saying like, "Hey, he's just a different guy."
Yeah.
But they said, "Why does this make the movie better?" We like the realism that this theory gives to the James Bond franchise, particularly since 007 movies have the propensity to fly off the rails every few years, and they mention things like Moonraker and Denise Richards. I forgot which that was a Pierce Brosnan movie where she was like she was a nuclear physicist. Like there's no fucking way anybody's buying this. All right, I don't know who made this decision. They did it with the Matrix too.
Yeah.
Zion is a part of the Matrix.
Okay.
That's the theory. Do you remember the Matrix Revolutions? No. It was that's what they know. It was like the final film of the trilogy. Still no? Hey, we haven't watched it since 2003 either. I remember that being just a bad movie. Well, you don't remember it coming out. Dear reader, we think you might have a case of PTSD, post-trilogy stress disorder. Don't worry, you're not alone in your suffering. It affects Star Wars fans too. Would it affirm your faith in the Wachowski brothers, dear Matrix fan, if we told you the mindfuck from the first movie was just one mindfuck inside one big doll of mindfucks?
Wow.
The theory: in Revolutions, Neo's powers from the Matrix have seemingly transferred into the material world. For instance, he can see despite having charbroiled eyeballs, and also manifests the power to blow up machines with his mind. This has been a pet peeve with fans who note that this makes absolutely zero sense in the context of the Matrix universe. But one theory posits that Neo's sudden convenient to the plot superpowers were possible since he never left the Matrix at all.
There you go.
There you go. The fans figured that Zion, the whole world Morpheus and the other free humans lived in, was a separate matrix unto itself, a second layer of computer program to let some people think they had escaped. Thus, it makes perfect sense that Neo would have magical powers in what he thought was the physical world.
Oh, wow. You know what? You need to show that article to Leon.
Oh, but you know what? Leon, he now today he will say that
has he confessed?
I remember him.
We all remember.
He loved that second Matrix movie. He said I loved it. He came out and he said, perfect. I loved it.
And I'm sorry to make this another another Leon bashing. We're not bashing him. We're telling the truth. Yeah, we are telling the truth. He loved that series, and he was like, this is my Star Wars. This is better than Star Wars. This is beyond Star Wars. This is smarter than Star Wars.
Yeah.
This is the new trilogy of trilogies.
And we were all like,
and I was like, dude,
come on, man.
Leon, I know you love The Matrix. I mean, we all loved it, but we can see bullshit for what it is, and I know you can too. Stop. You took the wrong pill, my friend.
He saw it a second time. Even then, I said, we had a discussion in the parking lot of the Cinemark Barton Creek, which is closed now because we're in the parking lot after another movie. And he's like, yes, I went to go see the movie again. I was like, so you see what we're talking about now?
Seen the light,
and
right?
he's like, no. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. I was like, oh. I'm like, man, come on, man.
And you know what? The funny thing is, like, when the third one came out, I was really curious about what he was thinking about it, and I just never heard a peep about it ever again. But I felt, I didn't even bother to harass him about it or to give him shit about it at all, because I honestly felt bad for him. I'm like, wow, this was like his fucking golden trilogy, and the third one, they took a big shit on it, and
he's in denial.
He's in Star Wars denial. I I never bothered them because I felt so bad, and because we didn't have a Spill.com at the time to really go up on him. But I always felt bad for that dude. I was like, I know you really, that was something that you could finally relate to, and then they took a big shit on it.
And you couldn't accept. You
cannot accept.
Yeah, you're in denial.
Yeah, you're in denial.
Your mind cannot wrap around that.
Because after the first movie, you just said this is going to be. After the second movie, you're like, this is going to be the greatest trilogy of all trilogies, and now you just don't hear a peep about it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I hear you.
Yeah.
Oh, here's an interesting one. Let me see. I haven't read this yet, so it might not make any sense. So if it goes off into La La Land, just stop me. Okay. It says, quick quiz. What do Minority Report, Taxi Driver, Total Recall, and Observe and Report have in common? If you said that hooker with 3 boobs would give you style but no dice.
Damn.
Give up. The final act of these movies takes place entirely in the protagonist's minds. And you know what?
Yeah.
There's for Total Recall, I always thought that.
Yeah.
There's a scene. Now they don't mention it here, but there's a scene in Total Recall. If there's before they give Total I was about to say Total Arnold. Before they give Arnold Recall, before they give Arnold Schwarzenegger the injection, one of the scientists says, blue skies on Mars. That's strange. And it's like that's a clue.
Yeah.
That this whole thing is dreamed up in his head, man. Yeah, exactly, fabricated in his head.
Yeah.
So they say here, Minority Report and Taxi Driver, I don't know, and Observe and Report, I haven't read this, but they say Minority Report and Total Recall are based on the works of Philip K. Dick, a sci-fi author notorious for exploring human perceptions of reality. In Total Recall, the entire point of the film is that you're not quite sure where the simulation Arnold purchased ends and begins. And a major plot point involves the bad guys trying to rescue him from the simulation, or claiming they were. So it's plausible and even likely that the ending, or even the entire damn movie, occurred in the brainwashed Arnold Schwarzenegger's mind. I agree with that. Like I said, there's clues all through that movie to say that
there
happened. Less obvious is the shiny, happy ending of the neo-noir Minority Report, where the 3 rescued psychics living out their lives in idyllic cabin in an idyllic cabin right out of a Thomas Kincaid painting. It feels so out of place that it could very well be a delusion of Tom Cruise's Xenu-infested skull. Xenu, that's a reference to Scientology. Remember, Cruise's character was briefly imprisoned in the futuristic jail, where the prisoners' brains remain free to dream. It's possible that the escape and heroism was all part of the fantasy that keeps the prisoners from escaping, just like Xeon in the Matrix theory. Which, hey, that's an interesting theory. Hey, let's move on to Taxi Driver here.
Yeah, I'm curious about the whole Taxi Driver.
On a similar note, critics have interpreted that weirdly cheerful ending of Taxi Driver as the dying thoughts of Travis Bickle. Hell, even Scorsese admits that the film's overly happy ending is a cipher. This same theory applies to Taxi Driver, an homage. In a Taxi Driver homage to Observe and Report. After Seth Rogen stops taking his medication, his schlubby bipolar mall cop saves the day and gets the girl through a series of grossly improbable events, including Rogen being a dozen policemen and shooting a guy with no consequences.
Which is I love that scene in that movie.
Okay, so why do these films? Why do they make these films better? The final scenes of each seem to clash with the movie's overall message. These fan theories reaffirm the film's darker themes while offering the audience twist of Shyamalanian proportions, and we all know
Shyamalama Ding Dong.
M. Night Shyamalan loves his twist. These theories also give us hope for other films too. For example, we have our own theory that the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull occurs entirely in Indiana Jones's mind. He hallucinates the whole goddamn mess
at the
while
nursing
slowly
home.
Dying from radiation poisoning in a lead-lined fridge.
Nice.
That is
badass.
perfect.
That is awesome. Wow. Jesus Christ.
Hey,
That's a great article, man.
That is a perfect fucking article, man.
Yeah, it is.
That is great. I haven't even read all the rest of them, but that is great. I mean, it's funny, but these make sense.
No, it totally does. And that's crazy though. Thinking about Taxi Driver as Travis Bickle's like last dying memory of him like saving the day, and even that weird ending at the end where he picks up the girl he's been like lusting after, and then she
makes
disappears.
sense.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You know what? As happy as I was for him at the end of the movie, I think I'm happier knowing that this crazy fuck was dying.
Yeah, he's just that was like his last thoughts, like going in saving that girl. Fucking That's nuts. Now I'm dying to watch that movie tonight, even though it's. I'll even give 4 a.m.
Observe and Report was on my list of one of the worst movies of 2009, but I'm willing to watch it again, thinking about it as guy.
Oh yeah.
And the list is right. It makes it better. Like I want to watch a movie that I didn't want to see again. I want to watch it over now, thinking
You're absolutely right.
Oh shit, this guy's off his medication and he's hallucinating. Mm-hmm. It's all in his head.
No shit.
This is a fucking great article, man.
Yeah, it is.
So way too clever. Thanks for that, man. And one other thing that I want to get into, something that I think you'll have a lot to say.
Okay.
Dr. Cyclops, he sent this video to me, and you should watch it sometimes.
Okay.
You know how we've been going on about Avatar?
Yeah.
Saying how Avatar set this new standard for facial expressions and CG animation, how they couldn't get it exactly right like this.
Right.
I have to go and recant on that.
Uh-oh.
Because of what he showed me. And I had no idea that this was the case until he brought it to my attention. In the case of Benjamin Buttons, you don't realize how many scenes they had where from the neck up, it was a CG Brad Pitt, completely CG.
Oh, really? No shit. Well, are you talking about when he was like getting younger, or
when he was old? When he was an old guy.
Oh, really? Okay.
There's all these scenes where you think it's Brad Pitt, and what they did was they like had him in makeup or something, or maybe enhanced his face with CG, and then you put it on another body. But no, it was a.
Now I know it's completely possible because you were aware of this during the scenes, even though it wasn't as good. The scenes in like X-Men 3. Where they have like a young looking Patrick Stewart,
but that wasn't completely CG though.
For the heads?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
I don't know. I don't think it was.
Okay, yeah, I don't think it was either.
I think they just like.
But you're saying Brad Pitt's head was all CG?
It was a completely CG head. Okay. They have that scene. One of the scenes I can remember. Oh, 2 scenes actually. They have the scene where he's walking on the crutches at the revival tent.
You're right.
And you think like, okay, they CG Brad Pitt's head on somebody's body, which they did, but that head completely CG. Oh, no. Now they got Brad Pitt to do like facial expressions, but that head is not him. It's a completely pixel CG head, man.
Okay, wow. Okay.
And then that scene where he's talking to the little girl he becomes friends with under like like she's built a fort out of like a blanket and some chairs, and he's under there, and he's like, they say I have a disease. Oh, they say I'm gonna die soon, but I think not. But Yeah, that was a completely
CG.
computer generated head, man.
No shit.
And they even showed you it's something called. Let me see if I can find it here.
Now, see, was there a commentary on that DVD? Because there probably was.
I don't have that DVD. I don't know.
There's probably no commentary on that. We would have never have known that. The director's like, fuck them. They don't need to know this movie magic.
Not only that, do you have that Blu-ray?
No, I don't have that Blu-ray.
And it's funny. Why not have it on the Blu-ray? Because it's all over fucking YouTube.
No shit.
Here, let me see if I can find the scene here.
Yeah.
Because it's an amazing. It's like a 20-minute long documentary. And let me see if I can find Dr. Cyclops. Here it is. Here's the link right here. Now this thing is 20 minutes long, and I'm gonna see if I can actually. I'm gonna see if I can get to a clip. It's called. In case you're looking for it, it's called Ed Ulbrich. Ulbrich. Ed Ulbrich. How Benjamin Button Got His Face. If you look for that, type that in. That's what it is. It's part of something called the TED Zone, I think.
Okay.
Or I don't know. Let me see let me look at this. I think the TED Zone is a TV show. TED, Ideas Worth Spreading.
Oh, okay.
All right,
so this was like broadcasted on TV or something, right?
Yeah.
We needed to get a database of him doing more than that. So we went through this process then called retargeting. So this is Brad doing one of the Ekman.
Okay, I'm gonna have to go through some. I'm gonna do some fast forwarding here.
We looped the scenes. He watched again and again. We encouraged him.
Also, it was a very involved project. I mean, they had to do a sculpture of Brad Pitt's head as an old man.
Yeah.
They had to have him do facial expressions and take that sculpture and recompose it over his face. But they show things in here like eyeballs, where they get the moisture of the eyeballs and like the when you look at somebody, your eyeball darts and never just stays focused. It still darts around, and you get that. Perfect, man.
Wow.
Yeah, let me see if I can find some scenes here where they actually.
See, now this looks like something you won't find on the DVD because it's being produced by a TV show.
Maybe it won't.
Maybe, but who knows? Yeah, hopefully it is on the DVD.
So we had one person focused on the audio that.
Here's the eyeball part right here.
Okay.
They had somebody for a year just work on eyeballs.
Head in any scene, and it would exactly match the lighting that's on the other actors in the real world. We also had to create an eye system. We found the old adage, the eyes are the window to the soul, is absolutely true. So
tell me that doesn't look real. That looks like they just filmed a person's eyeball going around.
It does. That's what I originally thought it was.
In Ben's eyes.
That is
and if
creepy.
you could feel the warmth and feel the humanity and feel his intent coming through the eyes, then we would succeed. So we had one person focused on the eye system for almost 2 full years.
2 years.
Mouth system. We worked from dental molds of Brad. We had to age the teeth over time.
What they showed the eyeball just roaming around within its socket with the eyelids and the flesh and everything. And you see like the corner of the eye, like the pink fleshy part, where it's moving in conjunction with the eyeball. The eyeball looks moist. It's reacting to light reflection. It's incredible. And now they have another.
They have a mouth, like
a tongue,
like a jaw, teeth, and tongue, and it's real creepy looking. But
we also had to create an articulating tongue that allowed him to enunciate his words. So there's a whole system and software written to articulate the tongue. We had one person devoted to the tongue for about 9 months. He was very popular.
Wow.
Skin displacement, another big deal. The skin had to be absolutely accurate. And he's also in an old age home. He's in a nursing home around other old people.
So you see them moving his head around, and that's a CG head.
So
and when it's put in the scenes, you can't tell.
So lots of work on skin deformation. You can see in some of these cases it works, in some cases it looks bad. This is a very, very, very early test in our process. So effectively we created a digital puppet that Brad Pitt could operate with his own face. There were no animators necessary to come in and interpret behavior or enhance his performance. There was something we encountered, though, that we ended up kind of calling the digital Botox effect. So as things kind of went through...
This guy's named Ed Ulbrich. He's a digital effects director for Digital Domain.
Digital Domain?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And that like James Cameron's...
It could be. I thought, no...
Weta is Peter Jackson. ILM is
Weta is Peter Jackson, but Weta was also used
for Avatar.
For Avatar, yeah. So, but yeah, I'm not too sure.
I thought Digital Domain. Worked closely with Cameron.
They probably
have. It did kind of. Fincher would always say it sandblasts the edges off of. I heard mom and a tizzy.
Okay, so here you get to see how they do the process.
There was something we encountered though that we ended up kind of take another look.
Now here you get to see how they do his face, how they do all the compositing, and how they had all the stages of bringing this effect together. But you see the scene where he's actually they composite the whole scene where you see what it looks like. And tell me that doesn't look real to you, man. It looks like fucking Brad Pitt.
Well, it looks like Brad Pitt is actually acting out the scene. I don't know if he's wearing any kind of device, but it looks like his facial expressions are going into a computer being manipulated.
Which I think is what they did for Avatar too.
Right.
I heard Mom and Dizzy whisper, and they said I was gonna die soon, but maybe not. Well, I heard Mom and Dizzy whisper, and they said I was gonna die soon, but maybe not.
Wow.
See that?
That is amazing. Yeah. I would never have guessed ever. I thought it was just some really impressive makeup work with CG incorporated.
That's what I thought.
Because that's what a lot of people are doing right now. I mean, they'll have like some kind of prosthetic, but in post they'll enhance it with CG, and it'll look flawless. It'll look seamless.
Yeah. In the whole time, like, I feel kind of bad because on the call-in show I did this weekend, I was like, what they're gonna do, and I'm talking later down the line, what they're gonna do with this
down the road
in the future is that they'll probably use this to make actors look younger or older. And God damn it, they were doing it in this.
Yeah. It's like what, 2 years old by now?
Yeah, it's over a year old.
Like,
in the
where
future,
you been?
And I'm just thinking, like, wow, this technology is really going to probably Benjamin Button is getting the shaft in a way, I think.
Oh yeah,
because everybody's talking about Avatar, which look, Avatar was used to like show alien creatures. This is a fucking human being,
right?
And I thought it was a real person.
Well, it's one of those. It's one of those cases, just like the case that I talked about with
the case of Benjamin Buttons,
right? Just like the case I had with Where the Wild Things Are. The effects are so seamless. You don't even know they're effects. You would never know unless somebody had told you, unless somebody had a documentary or show like this to explain to you. And if the director doesn't want to tell you, he's not going to tell you, and so nobody will ever know, But it is amazing. Yeah, this stuff is being done, and it's a working technology.
I just want to tell people out there, just like it was told to me, and again, thanks to Dr. Cyclops for sending this to me, that I feel like I've just been awakened. I was like, this movie should get the real credit for what Avatar is getting credit for.
Too late, Corey.
Yeah, I know. And look, I had nothing against Avatar because I was the one saying Avatar. Wow, they've done an amazing job with this.
Environments. Yeah, you can't really discredit that film either.
No, not at all. No, I'm not. But I just think that this is coming up in the shadow of Avatar. Benjamin Buttons is, and it's just not getting the credit that it probably deserves. I mean, because really, and again, nothing against Avatar. I find it incredible. I mean, they created whole worlds.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's the first time I watched the movie. It felt like I was like on a fucking
care about.
a world.
Still, regardless of who did what first. I mean, those characters still worked. I mean, you're still impressed. You still care about them. So they've done their job. But yeah, with Benjamin, what I always think about it's just technology in the hands of the right people.
Yeah.
I mean, I always think about, fucking Yoda in Empire Strikes Back. You can watch that film, and to me, I can watch it, and Yoda is a living, breathing creature. I mean, he's alive, and he has a personality, he has a history, even in his facial expressions. Yeah, it's still a puppet, but you compare you compare Empire Strikes Back
to that fucking CG.
You can compare it to the CG, and you can also compare it to the Phantom Menace, where they used a puppet for Yoda. You look at that puppet as Yoda in the Phantom Menace. That thing looks like utter shit, and and this
it looks like a puppet.
It looks like a fucking bad puppet. Frog. It looks like a bad puppet with terrible lighting. They tried to make a younger looking Yoda. I don't know what they were trying to do, but it looked like shit. And I was like, wow, what did they do that was so right in Empire Strikes Back to make me really have the whole fucking world believe in that character?
A master puppeteer.
It was Frank Oz, the master puppeteer, but along with the master cinematographer who was on that, the guys doing the lighting. I mean, a lot of easy tricks that they just didn't have the talent for in the Phantom Menace. I'm like, wow. It's crazy how the time span to where, you have all this technology advancing things and you still can't get you still can't manage to make a puppet right, even though you did like years ago, you know? I mean, wow.
Well, you didn't have the technology for this shit.
No, I mean, but the puppet, the technology we have, we still have that. Some of that technology is in the hands of the wrong artist, you know? Who can't really bring those things to life, you know?
Yeah, and you know what? And I don't. We talk shit about George Lucas all the time with Star Wars. I was telling people. I don't know if we mentioned this last week. I think we talked about a book that came out called Blockbusting.
Mm-hmm. No, I don't know.
George Lucas came out a book called Blockbusting, and it just shows you how much he just loves film. I mean, I still think the prequels they're something that's sidetracked, But George Lucas came out with this book called Blockbusting, and it just shows his love for films, man. Mm-hmm. It's a very in-depth book about the business of film. Mm-hmm. It shows you what movies are placed in like the highest grossing movies of all time according to their rank. Adjusted for inflation, his take on those kind of films, what's influenced him. I mean, George Lucas. I mean. Yeah. You know, the guy created so much technology that makes the movies what they are today.
As much shit as I talk about him, I can do that because it's easy. He made the prequels. They weren't that great, but the guy did bring a Star Wars, for crying out loud. Oh yeah. And I would never talk shit about the guy who, as far as what he's brought to the table. He's brought a lot to the table, and it's easy for me to talk shit because he did bring the prequels. I put it in the same boat as Metallica. You know, Metallica had like a great fucking library of fucking music. The first like 4 or 5 albums, and then they just lost that fire and they just started just producing shit just to put it out there.
Well, you gotta, there was a period where they just stopped getting along too.
Yeah, and that's the thing. And with George, I mean, he really didn't have somebody to say no. You know, he didn't have a guy just telling him no.
Oh yeah, that's the common thing, man. Nobody's there to say don't do that.
Yeah, exactly. And I can't really blame him. Yeah, the guy has a lot of ideas, and you put yourself in a great position to where finally you don't have to deal with that. You know, but there are some people who need it. There are a lot of people who need somebody just to say no. I'm sorry, this is going to be silly. You know, and I'm not saying this to be to let you know I'm the fucking head brother in charge, but I'm just telling you this is
you want to say head nigga in charge, do you?
Never, Corey, never. I never say that. How dare you? but the head ninja in charge. But some people need that. Some people need that. I mean, I think George Lucas could make a great film with a collaboration of people who are working with him and are wanting to have a great product to be put out there. Yeah. Which he did have. He had people that cared with that first Star Wars trilogy. Oh yeah. I really do think that. But I'm not going to take it all away from him just because he made a few bad films. A lot of great directors have made 3 bad films. So, but it's with George Lucas, it's just a lot easier because people still praise. I think what I get more annoyed about is that people still praise those films. People like to pretend that they're just the greatest films ever, and how dare you talk about them. I'm still going to buy as many toys as I can, and I'm like, no, stop doing that because I don't know why you're in geek denial that these films are bad only because you had this ultimate passion for something the guy his earlier work. Why don't you just have that passion for that earlier work, but have the balls to admit, hey, yeah, he dropped the ball with these last.
Hey, just like we said with the Matrix, man. Some people some people have they cannot admit to themselves because they had their heart set on something so heavy that something was going to be good. Mm-hmm. Hey, let's not even start Spider-Man 3.
No. I didn't say it. I didn't say it.
I did. Hey, even after this shit's falling apart, some people still want to say, Spider-Man 3 was good.
Like after this show, I'm almost wanting to bury that titled Spider-Man 3 to never.
I guess Sony's doing it. Why can't we, huh?
Yeah, right. But
I can take
rock. Oh shit, rock,
rocking and rolling.
Rock. I'm tired.
Whoa. Oh, you hear this falling right? Yeah. You remember that episode of Three
God.
Stooges where those women turn old and they would, and that, no, they had a potion where old women came in and she drank this tea and that turned her young. But before she turned young, she drank it. She drank that tea and she's like,
And they sure that wasn't Shem dressed up as a girl.
and then they did that bad crossfade where she turned into like a young woman.
Yeah, that's right.
They didn't have that Benjamin Buttons technology back then.
No, they had that Star Wars fade. that screen swipe. Yeah.
And she was all of a sudden young.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel young again.
We were going to talk about the Longhorns.
UT game?
Yeah, the national championship, which became like every Longhorn fan's like worst fucking nightmare. Yeah,
man.
I mean, they're going to make a movie about this someday, I'm sure.
Oh man, yeah.
I mean, yeah.
For those who don't know sports, I'm gonna try to relate it to you so you don't go away.
Yeah.
Now, imagine a team all year long that people have. At one time, UT was ranked number 1.
Oh yeah,
in the nation as far as college games go. I mean, college
football.
Yeah, college football. And so imagine like the main person that was leading them there was the quarterback. In this case, it's Colt McCoy.
This was their
led us to a championship game against Alabama.
Yeah, Colt McCoy. All right, for all you geeks out there, Colt McCoy was like this team's Captain America.
Yes, he was.
he was their Superman. All right.
Yeah.
He was the leader of the Justice League and the Avengers, and it was all him. Majority of the time, it was all him, like doing all the shit.
Yeah.
Making the badass plays. He was the hero, and you know what? And the thing is, this guy was a good old boy. I mean, he believed,
every time he got up
praised
there,
God.
yes.
Yeah, he drank his milk, took his vitamins,
drank his Ovaltine.
Yeah. This guy was, he was the typical American hero.
Oh, he was, it's what people like. Nice, Christian, white, American boy.
Exactly.
And this is the game that he was looking forward to.
This was his biggest game. This was his game to shine. I mean,
in the first quarter, he gets sacked. And out of the game.
And the whole time, you're just wondering, okay, what's going on? Because when he gets sacked, it looks like every other sack you've ever seen.
You know what? Did you see that? Did you see that hit? I forgot that kid's name from Alabama, but he hit him hard, man.
That big dopey.
Yeah, and I was like, that motherfucker got hit.
Did you hear the interview at the end of that game?
You know what I'm saying?
He's like,
I just want to play. You know what I'm saying? I just know what I'm saying.
I was like, wow, this is like the juggernaut on their team.
But he knocked him the fuck out.
He did, and the thing is,
I thought he was just kind of unconscious. I know his arm was out.
No, he wasn't. I mean, he looked fine. Like he got hit, he was fine. He was walking around, and then a few minutes later, you saw him like on the sidelines, and then all the doctors were running up, and then all of a sudden you see him get escorted off the field.
Well, when he got escorted off the field, I thought like, okay, they rocked that guy. His something's going on with his head. Yeah, he can't pray. He's blurring out or something.
Yeah.
No, it turns out he's a quarterback. His arm, he can't feel it.
Yeah.
Arm is gone.
He's gone.
And he's out the rest of the game. I'm like, fuck, man, how heartbreaking for that kid, man.
And you know, the thing is like every Longhorns fan was they were waiting to figure out, because nobody had any clue about what exactly was going on. You couldn't even get word from the doctors as far as what actually was going on. So people were wondering through the first part of the game, like, what the hell is going on? Like, well, what is he going to come back or what? And it was finally announced after halftime that Colt McCoy is out of the game.
Yeah.
And you see the guy come to the sidelines, and you're just like, well, he's hanging out there. He looks completely fine. But at the end of the game, I mean, of course, you know, this rookie, this fucking poor guy.
Well, that's what they bring.
They bring in, the quarterback, the next quarterback is a freshman. Yeah, he's a freshman.
Gilbert, man. And I thought, like,
quarterback.
Oh, my God. Now, we're in Texas, people. I mean, we take high school football crazy here. I mean, it's great. And I mean, don't make no mistake. I'm not the kind of guy that, like, cries over a football game. I give a fuck, you know. It's like, I'm not going to check after this. But, hey, you know, it was a good game. I was, like, thinking, oh, my God, they're bringing this poor freshman in.
Dude.
He's going to get torn apart. Like, I mean, not by Alabama.
Yeah.
The fans are gonna tear this motherfucker apart if he loses this game.
It's like this kid just joined the team, and all of a sudden he's like, "Well, we lost our main guy. You ready to play? You ready to be? You ready to be the star now? Are you ready to be the new Colt McCoy?" And you're like, "What? What?" It's like if who was it? It's almost like if Aqualad was all of a sudden given,
Aquaman.
Aqualad was given the responsibility to be the head leader of the Justice League.
No, it's almost like if they took a goldfish and said, "Hey, Aquaman's out of commission. You need to like take his place."
Or better yet, it's like Gleek becoming the leader of the Justice League.
Yeah.
Like lead this team, Gleek.
The monkey.
Yeah, the monkey, the purple monkey.
What the fuck are you doing? Man,
I know,
this
that
kid
poor
came in,
Yeah.
and I thought like because he was nervous.
Oh yeah.
What he would do was he would throw the ball.
He was just doing that shit.
Anyway, that motherfucker would, would see these fucking big Alabamans
tanks,
coming towards him. He's just like, getting rid of this motherfucker. You ain't gonna get me. Or he would like try to hand off the ball.
Yeah.
And he would get sacked and pushed back.
They're giving him shitty plays because they had no confidence. They had no confidence
In the middle of the game, he threw that 40-yard pass to Shipley, and everybody thought like, "Fuck, we got a chance at this."
And all of a sudden, it was like the dynamic duo was like you were watching the creation of the dynamic duo between these two guys, and you were like, "Oh shit, we're coming back! We're actually coming back!" And people were getting excited again.
Oh yeah,
you know, there's a big lull, and then all of a sudden, like just towards the tail end, it's like it all went to shit.
Yeah. I mean, hey, look, that kid Gilbert came in. He did the best he could.
He did.
You know what? Nobody. I thought like they're gonna lynch this guy at the end of this game, but no, everybody was kind of like, you know what? I mean, he did well for coming in. Yeah. And a lot of people recognize that Mac Brown was the one. You know what? Mac Brown didn't play that fucking kid enough during the season.
Oh no.
You know, he just sat there, and I can't blame Colt McCoy.
No, Colt McCoy was,
Who would have thought that Colt McCoy, if he would have said, "Hey, man, you might get injured, but that's not
this guy is the hero. This is the kid who's making headlines.
Yeah, he's the golden boy, man.
Why are you gonna throw anybody else?
This kid has an NFL career ahead of him. I mean, who would have thought like he would have like got injured during that fucking important game, man?
It was a nightmare, and you know, there's at the end of the game, you know, obviously Texas lost. And all the reporters were rushing to Colt McCoy, and he's like, "How? What are your
crying, man?"
He started tearing up, and the poor guy was like, it just happened.
Leon made me mad because Leon, you know what Leon said? Leon said that he left the game because he didn't want to get injured because he didn't want to affect his his chances of going pro. I was like, that's the craziest fucking thing I've ever heard.
Leon, the guy who can barely play flag football,
who can barely play powder puff football.
The motherfucker who grabs his own flag and throws it out. I'm out before the guys even get like 5 feet within him. I'm done. He throws the ball.
I know Leon's gonna be so mad because he think we're fucking with him. I love Leon, man. That's this guy's my brother, man. I can't. But I was like, man, you got to come on, man. You think the guy's gonna fucking ruin his
like he spent his whole career waiting for this one moment
to like
just to say injury. Like, you know what? I'm scared.
He said, you know how many hits he's taken like that?
Yeah, no,
he's just kind of like, who would have known that this would have been the one that threw my arm out?
Exactly. He was like, and he even in the interview, he's like, I've taken these kind of hits all the time, and who would have known this one hit just turned my arm into a noodle? I mean, the saddest thing is like during halftime, you see before they go to commercial, you see his dad running to wherever they were holding Colt McCoy, and then later on you found out that his dad was throwing footballs at Colt McCoy and having Colt McCoy throw them back to his dad, and those balls were like going nowhere near his dad.
Yeah,
and he just started to bust out crying.
No way in hell nobody would have missed that game.
Yeah, no shit.
No way.
And he wanted, you know, the thing is, he so desperately wanted just to go back in the game. He was going to try to lie and just say, you know, he was telling the doctors, my arm's fine. I can go back in the game. Let me go back. I'm fine. But when he started throwing the balls at his dad, I mean, he knew. He was like, I can't. My arm is gone.
I tell you, man, he came out, and I think it's attributed to him coming out and talking to that kid Gilbert and standing on the sidelines.
Yeah, during halftime. Yeah, because that's right after halftime. That's when they started fucking making real plays. And because I read the article where Colt McCoy was like, look, you and I've trained you. I mean, you and I, we've done these plays. You're nervous right now. I understand. You got a lot of you got a big fucking responsibility over your head right now. It's looming over you, and this night is gonna haunt you forever. But you gotta stop thinking about that shit. Don't think about the past. Don't think about all the fuck ups you just did. Play right now the best you can, like you and I did. And, you know, I give credit to that kid for doing that, because all of a sudden it's like, when the comeback started coming, you're like, oh shit, they're coming back.
Yeah.
This could be the greatest fucking football story of all time. And even for somebody who doesn't give a shit about football like me, I was like, wow, this is an amazing game. But as soon as it just kind of, it turns south, you felt really bad, and every Texas fan looked like somebody was murdered on the team. I mean,
it's doubly sad because Colt McCoy got put out, and they gave Texas fans hope that this was going to be a legendary game. And this is going to be the game to go down in history. Like,
I know,
freshman rookie comes in and like fucking wins for the team when nobody thought he could.
No, I know people who went out of town to see that. I know like groups of people who went out of town to witness that game because it was going to be legendary.
Yeah,
and it was sad. It was tragic, but
man, fucking
life.
Austin turned into a fucking ghost town.
It was. That night. Austin was a ghost town. I remember fucking getting my co-host mobile. I went to go rent a DVD.
Co-host mobile.
That's right.
With turbo boosters,
stealth mode. Stealth. I remember driving down the street and just seeing people walking out, like the few stragglers walking out of bars with their Texas shirts on, just looking like
mom just died.
Just looking like they just heard the announcement again that Michael Jackson died. I was like, damn, who would imagine they cared? But
it'd be cool if Michael Jackson came into the game and started playing. Oh shit, it's Michael Jackson.
Shimon!
He started moonwalking to the end zone.
Shimon!
Texas. Yeah, man, I felt bad because there was stores around town, like the co-op near campus.
Oh, dude,
they were like, man, they interviewed and they're like, we're going to be open until midnight for those hardcore UT fans out there.
We got the national.
Yeah, they shut up around 10 o'clock.
Yeah, we got the national championship shirts ready. Texas is going to win it.
Shit.
And now they're all going to be in Africa to give it to the homeless.
Third world country. Fucking.
Oh my God. No, but I tell you what though, McCoy, he's like I said, he's a big God guy, and he's always thanking God. And the last thing I remember him saying, the God works in mysterious ways. I don't know what kind of plan he had for me or whatever.
Apparently, planned for you to lose.
But I was like, I guess God isn't a Texas fan. But all I can think about, I was just praying to God. I was just praying to Galactus that he would go, there is no God.
Oh, when he come out,
where he's like, oh.
He just changes too.
Yeah.
So Colt McCoy,
every game.
What do you think about this? There is no God.
Look at my
God is dead.
Why did you take away my arm?
Why did you forsaken me,
Father? Why have you forsaken me? Oh my God! I was like, please have the balls to say that because I would feel that same way. I was like, you took it, you built this, you built up my legacy only to take it away. I felt so bad for that kid.
You know what? I mean, that kid, granted, his arm gets some feeling again, which I'm sure it does at this point. She pulled the muscles, a pinched nerve or something.
And that's what I thought. I was like, there's some nerve damage or something.
It's fucked that it happened then.
Yeah.
But that kid, he's gonna be fun. Yeah, he's got an NFL career, man. I'm telling you. Yeah, it's
still though.
He was up for the Heisman Trophy. He lost. He lost against somebody he was playing against in Alabama. So
that's right.
Yeah, it was Ingram, I think.
Probably so.
Yeah. So anyway.
Yeah.
Well, all right, people. I know people out there like you fucking.
You bastards! We told you last week.
Yeah, fuck you. Talk about what we want to talk about.
That's right. We do what we want to do.
So, hey man, you want to answer the first question here?
I didn't. I sent you an email, but I didn't. I
got it.
Yeah, I don't have it.
I got it.
Let's do it.
Let's see what we got here. Where's the co-host email? All right, you want to read one of yours first?
Sure, I have to run up to the screen here.
All right, you want to read that then? Okay, here you go.
Maybe better.
You want me to read it? I'll read it.
Yeah, read it.
Roll your ass back
roll
over there.
my ass all the way. I gotta jump on the. Can you mind putting me on the table? Pick me up, Corey.
All right, here we go. This is from Vincent Belnafrio.
There you go. Yeah, that sounds right.
But yeah, Vincent Belnafrio. It says, "Fuck my goddamn thoughts."
Damn.
Okay, my question is there a movie that didn't get a sequel that you really felt should have gotten one? Like for me, I would like a sequel for Constantine. I know, but I like it. He's like, I know what y'all are saying. Or Rock and Roller. Oh, wow. So what do you think?
I agree with him with Constantine. I was actually looking forward to a sequel. As much as I love that comic book, and I know it's not this, it's obviously not the same character, but I enjoyed Constantine. I would kill to see a sequel. Actually, I thought Keanu Reeves was actually good in it. So, but as far as any other films, I was really trying hard to think about this. I would love it for them. my biggest hope is that they would do a Cloverfield sequel.
Yes.
Because, I mean, I remember, like, that was the big talk after Cloverfield. I'm a huge fan, as well as you are, Corey. Of Cloverfield.
I love that movie.
I fucking love it. I mean, it's great. I was thinking, the other day, I was thinking about the Cloverfield, the score called Roar, I think.
Yeah.
Where it sounds like the Godzilla
It sounds
theme.
like a Godzilla theme, yeah.
And,
at the end of the end credits.
Yeah, at the end of the end credits. And I was like, I had that song playing through my head, and I was like, wow. I wish I could be reading news today about a Cloverfield sequel moving forward, because I can only imagine what more they can do. I even like the idea of, getting a perspective from either the military or just somebody else who's in the city. You know
what? They were talking about that. They were talking. See, and I'm with you right there, because I was thinking the same thing. You took my answer, because I love that movie so much, because they promised us a sequel.
They did,
and see, this movie did a lot of things. They put hints out there, like not only hints towards what the creature was or where it came from, but they gave hints about characters in the movie, like the company that the lead guy, forgot his name in the movie and the actor's name, but he worked for a Japanese company. Yeah. They put out commercials for that Japanese company that he was working for.
Right.
So they put out a whole thing about the background of these characters as in addition to the creature, and it's like, okay, well, what's this mystery surrounding everything?
Right.
Let's hear a little bit more. Now, if you want to create a sequel, I thought they were talking about doing a sequel where you get it from the perspective of another camera guy,
right,
who's on another part of the city. I'm that might be a little derivative, but what if it's from the perspective of a scientist who is actually getting information,
right?
Like, who knows what
scientist who's working within the military? I mean, that would be great.
Because do you remember that scene where the girl, she just explodes?
You see her, like, it's like her head explodes or something.
And then you can hear the scientist saying, "Oh, she's got the symptoms," or something like that. They indicate that they know something's wrong with her.
Right.
And so, what if we learn more about the monster through scientists who know kind of more what's going on than the average citizen?
And the thing is, I mean, the scientist's point of view, but it's, especially for me, I would love to see it through, like, the eyes of a soldier, the military, just their experiences. Like, you could even pick it up after the second, after the last reel where, they bombed the shit out of I guess it's Gorky Park. I can't remember. They bombed the shit out of it, and just see where the military goes after that, trying to destroy this thing. I always thought that would just make a great sequel, and just learning more, like, have the scientists tell you more about where they think this thing came from. Find out more about the parasites that were on it. That's what I was going to say.
Not only do you see the parasites, which you don't know where they came from, but they also show those creatures underwater.
Oh, yeah.
Which either look like baby versions of the creature or the parasites, maybe.
Yeah.
So, man.
It's just, there's a lot they can do. Yeah. I mean, wow. I can only hope. And the thing is, I don't know if that movie just didn't perform as well as they were hoping to, because it's like, after it came out on DVD, you just never really heard anything about it ever again. And it's heartbreaking to me. But.
Yeah, I know, man. I really would like to see another sequel to this. What can you? Exactly. What can you do? Two movies I would like to see. One is a sequel and one is a prequel. I would love to see a sequel to The Incredibles. It's a superhero movie.
I'm shocked they haven't done that yet.
I mean, they've done Toy Story. So Pixar's not above doing sequels. They got a superhero movie in their hand. Right. Let's see what adventures they take on next.
I'm really shocked that they haven't tried to, like, make that into, like, a Saturday morning kids shows. Like, they could easily do that.
They could.
I'm glad they haven't.
Yeah.
I'm glad they haven't. But I mean, I was like, wow. I bet you anything. Like, when I saw the movie, I was like, they're going to turn this into some bullshit Saturday morning kids cartoon, or they'll do some half-ass straight to DVD, which Disney is known for. But I'm glad they didn't. That's a great idea. No, I'd love to see an Incredibles sequel.
I mean, it's a superhero movie. They reveal like this baby who has all these powers. Yeah. And it's like, well, there's definitely more to explore here.
It's dealing with a family, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
A family that we still. They're still, I think, especially dealing with all the other superheroes that are still probably out there. There's so many more stories you can riff on.
Yeah.
And the thing is that, who knows if they'll ever even do that? I mean, because I think that movie stands up there with Toy Story as far as a film that does warrant a sequel.
Oh yeah. No, Toy Story has a perfect sequel for me. I wish they would try to find some, and don't do it if they can't do it.
Right.
But if they found a really good story for the family. I mean, it could be the Fantastic Four movie that we never got.
Right. Yeah.
So, and I would love to see a prequel. if done correctly, only if inspired and done correctly, to Training Day. And I tell you why. I would love to see how Denzel Washington's character sort of started out as an idealistic rookie.
Be careful what you ask
like
for.
I know, but think about it. Like Ethan Hawke's character, like because there's things in the movie where he gives hints.
Right.
And I'm only saying this when they say that there's certain things that you can see. Denzel Washington gives hints that he had these noble aspirations at the beginning of his career.
Yeah.
And it would be cool to see what this character could be like
See
when
the
he
downfall.
Yeah,
of that career,
what turned him as bad as he did.
Right.
You know, I mean, let's see what because he mentions like these streets, that turn you into something evil, man.
Yeah.
And it's like what is it about him that he actually just turned into this guy that just is totally corrupt?
You gotta watch out though, Corey. Watch out what you wish for. You're gonna have Ludacris fucking play Denzel Washington's role. I mean, I only say that because I love fucking Carlito's Way.
And I remember they made a prequel to that.
They fucking made a prequel, and they had.
Hey man, don't think that wasn't going through my head. I remember they made the prequel to that, and I remember the guy that got to play Carlito and everything. It was just.
I'm shocked they haven't tried to make a fucking Scarface fucking either sequel or prequel, either one. As much as they would bank on that, but but they probably wouldn't, only because it's not. I mean, fucking. Al Pacino is not going to do that.
Look, there's some movies that just need to be left alone, and they don't need sequels or prequels. Yeah. Scarface told you everything you need to know about Tony Montana.
Now thinking about it, you can't have a
you can't have a sequel
because they blew him the fuck away.
Maybe you can have son of Tony Montana, son of Scarface.
That is unless they bring in some super science and they manage to patch him up.
Yeah,
they've done it before. It's happened. It's happened.
He's a super drug dealer.
In the world of the film, the impossible can be possible.
Well, there's just some movies that just don't deserve it. They tried to make, and this has happened before, they tried to make like these unofficial sequels, but sequels nonetheless to certain classic movies.
Or they take characters, like just secondary characters, and they try to expand on their story.
Yeah. Well, one that I remember them, it was a terrible misfire. Was they tried to make a
Van Wilder?
No, I think the sequels got better. No, they did a sort of unofficial sequel to The Graduate with Kevin Costner.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, it had Kevin Costner, Jennifer Aniston.
I'm glad I didn't know.
I think it had. I'm not sure. I think it had Olympia Dukakis in it, but it was. They tried to pass it off as like wink, wink, but kind of connected to The Graduate, and it was like it was about the guy who. I think Kevin Costner he was the guy who really had an affair with the real Miss Robinson, and from what I never saw the movie, but I heard it was awful.
Oh really?
Yeah, and
I've never heard of it.
And
I love The Graduate.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah, and for them to try to do that, I think they said this is just lame. This is a run of the mill.
It'll be
comedy
forgotten. Good,
yeah, you're trying to like latch yourself onto the coattails of The Graduate. Get the fuck out of here with that.
That's how I felt with the fucking Blues Brothers when they made a sequel to the
Blues Brothers 2000.
Like, yeah.
Oh my God, that was a travesty.
That title alone was a travesty.
They don't have. Wait a minute, was Dan Aykroyd in it?
He was.
With
John Goodman.
Trying to be
a bunch of fucking
Blues.
kids.
And that kid, and it was like, yeah,
it was like a Macaulay Culkin ripoff. I mean, a look-alike fucking kid.
I know. I mean, and that movie was terrible because they did a beat for beat kind of remake. They had that long chase scene, and that was a horrible.
I saw like 5 minutes of it, and I almost cried.
I saw the whole thing, and it's horrible. Blues Brothers 2000.
There's no excuse for
and
that.
the black guy, I forgot his name. I used to know that guy's name. He was in a Brother from Another Planet, and he was also the guy that blew himself up in Terminator 2.
Oh yeah.
He was also a
I
Blues
can't remember
Brothers.
his name. Yeah.
It was they just adopted people and dressed them up in the black suit and the black hat with shades and like tried to make this
like a shitty parody.
Yeah. Oh my fucking God, man. And another sequel that they made that was horrible that didn't need it was like Beverly Hills Cop 3. Which was
I never saw it because
it was a PG-13 movie.
Because it was people were like singing about how that movie was just complete shit.
They watered it down. And look, if they can make it PG-13 and make it work, I got nothing against that. But you could tell that this was an attempt to like cash in on the friendly Eddie Murphy today. Yeah. So they made it PG-13.
Bring the whole family.
It was horrible, man.
It's like, would you do that to 48 Hours for crying out loud?
They did. They called another 48 Hours.
Oh, you're right.
It wasn't PG-13.
I almost forgot.
But they made a sequel and it was terrible.
Shit.
And it had a fat Eddie Murphy in there.
Oh God. You know, it's another terrible sequel.
What?
Caddyshack 2.
I never saw it, man. Oh, you know what's another one?
Ain't got
Cannonball Run 2.
Oh! How can you beat the original? It had Jackie Chan. Woo!
Roger Moore.
Yeah, Roger Moore. I must warn you. I'm Roger Moore.
The best James Bond movie there is.
Roger.
Hey, I have an email here from Reborn MCW. Mm-hmm. He says, since Blu-rays have wonderful picture and sound quality, what else could they really do to improve home entertainment? Have we reached the promised land or what? No, I'll tell you why. Excuse me. Oh, we've been drinking. Excuse me. Because Blu-ray and HD quality isn't perfect yet.
Right.
I enjoy watching TV shows in HD, but if you sit up close, it's pixelated, and especially here's what you notice when they do fade ins or fade outs or cross fades, you are sometimes on certain channels fast motion, it's really pixelated, and it's like. Look, maybe you have to sit, because I notice like when I'm sitting away from the TV screen, it's better, but no, you want to make it perfect, have me sitting right up on the screen and where I can't notice that, okay? So no, this technology is not perfect yet. They still have a ways to go with this, what we have. And nobody wants to say anything because to the average person, they can't really tell the difference, you know? Like my mom will watch, she has HD, and she's still watching non-HD channels. I'm like, Mom, you got the fucking cable box right here. Don't be afraid. She's like, my mom is afraid to venture past like channel 20.
She's still trying to learn how to use that goddamn VCR you got like 20
that Gumby tape is still in there.
That's like 20 years ago. I just don't know, Corey. Every time
Baby, I can't tell. I can't fuck with it.
Every time I push record, it messes up all my shows.
It spits the tape back at me. Help. But no, man, it's just, and look, of course this isn't the promised land. I mean, it's great, and it's better than probably what we had before in certain ways. I hate to sound like that guy who says that, records are better than CDs or digital music, but analog TV is still to a certain degree was a better picture than the HD pictures that we have now.
We talked about it last week. My biggest problem with like just digital is like the digital cable that's just shitty. They still can't figure out how to keep that fucking picture from pixelating.
That's it.
I mean, it's now
the clarity is amazing on it. When
that 5 seconds you get when you watch it, you're like, wow, that's beautiful. What the fuck? God damn it! How much am I paying for this bullshit? Jesus, what happened to that goddamn coaxial cable? I missed that motherfucker. Screw that shit in. Yeah.
The fuck? No, people. Look, don't be fooled. That's all I'm saying. Don't be fooled. Everybody's got they paid like $700 to $2,000 for these new TVs out here. Yeah. Sometimes $3,000, probably even more. Don't be fooled. Your TV's not perfect. You see it.
No.
All right. Don't ever sit back and think that you got it made. Demand for more because they need to improve on this shit. Yeah. It's not perfect. Now your Blu-rays. Yeah. You really don't have that much of a problem with the Blu-rays.
The Blu-rays are almost too perfect. Like you were saying on your TV where that shit looks like you're watching a documentary.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
That you did? You told me?
Yeah.
I forget. You said it was a setting on my TV where it's for motion settings, where it looks like it's video.
Right.
You're right.
It's the frame. Yeah, it's like a frame count rate. I mean, what am I talking about? It's a frame setting. Certain frames.
Mine says motion.
Motion.
It's
it's motion.
It's like mine says. What is it?
You're right though. Yeah, I forget what it's called.
Yeah, no, it is. It was a setting on on mine. It was, and then I had to go in and take it off.
But it gives you the option to watch a film in certain frames per minute or per second. I can't remember, but in a certain setting, it makes a picture too clear, like you're watching.
You don't get the blur effect, so it looks like it's somebody has like programmed camera moves in post,
right?
You get like the fake movement of a camera, right. like for example,
like you notice it.
If you're watching if you're watching a TV that's meant to be widescreen, but it's fit the square aspect ratio of your TV screen. What they would do is pan and scan. That's it, pan and scan. They'll do pan and scan where they'll pan to another character, and that's fake post panning. It's not done with the camera that the director did at the time. Right. So it looks like somebody's doing it with a video camera.
And
almost.
It's like you're watching your TV on a boat. I mean, that shit will just start moving. You're like, this doesn't look natural and doesn't feel natural.
No,
like you're getting a headache from it. So.
No, not at all. Yeah. Now, look, past like the problems we have with HD and Blu-ray and all that, and they look my Blu-rays look great since I took that setting off.
Yeah.
So thank you. But man, look, we still have to like get to the level where we have HD. I mean, not HD, but 3D TVs on the horizon.
Yeah, it's already coming into play. Yeah.
And after 3D TVs, we have to get to 3D without the glasses.
Right.
That's the big thing. And then once 3D without the glasses happens, I guarantee you holograms are going to come into play. That sounds crazy right now.
They're already coming
but they're
into
working
play.
with that. Yeah, it sounds like
you can go on YouTube right now and find an existing hologram that they just recently made.
Yeah, you think we're talking Star Trek shit? No, holograms are going to be.
Right,
yeah,
this technology is moving too goddamn fast. I can't keep up.
We're going to destroy ourselves. You want to read another question of yours?
Yeah. Go for it. Yeah.
All right,
you have it. So.
This is from some hot nerd. And how hot are you? It says, I just saw that. Wait a minute. I think they meant to tell us something in the beginning, but it opens up with, I just saw that movie a few days ago. What movie are they talking about? Are they talking about Wreck?
Oh, yeah. They're talking about Wreck.
Okay, let's just, I didn't get that sentence before. Let's just say this, that some hot nerd saw Wreck.
Yeah.
And they said, I just saw this movie a few days ago, and that movie fucked me up. I haven't slept in 3 days. My question for you is, if you were stuck in the situation of Wreck, what would you do, and how do you think you'd react? If you know what is going on, and that the chick was upstairs in the attic, along with all the other stuff going on around you. Now, let's set up this question a little bit. Wreck is a movie where an apartment complex becomes quarantined, and everybody inside starts to become infected with this disease that is like rabies.
It's like rabies,
and it spreads very quickly if you get cut a bit by this person.
Yeah.
And actually, this disease goes a little bit deeper than rabies, but let's just take that for now.
Yeah.
So, since you can't get out of the building and you're stuck in here with these people, it's just assumed that either you're gonna get killed by the military trying to leave, or the police, or you're going to end up being stuck inside and turn into one of these mindless zombies who has this disease. Or you're going to get killed by one of these zombies. Yeah. I think in this situation, I would probably die. You know, I mean, there's no way out of it.
I would just say, fuck it, set the whole place on fire.
Yeah.
Or you know what? I'd get those group of people. I'd make sure I'm always around a big group of people. So whenever I see one of those zombies, I'd throw one of those fucking people right in front of the zombie just to take over.
Now here's the deal. Now here's a spoiler alert here. Here's a spoiler alert. So people stop listening if you don't want spoilers. But up in the attic, there's this like big mutant creature.
Yeah.
And
mutated.
And you're stuck in
person.
Yeah. And we get night vision of what's happening with the characters, but the characters, they're stuck in the dark.
Yeah.
Yeah, the camera's filming them, but they can't see anything. And so I'm thinking, look, in that situation, no matter what, you know what I would have done? Knowing that there's no way out and it's crazy inside, I would just hide under a bed.
Yeah.
That's all I would do.
No shit.
I would hide under bed and wait, because at some point, they're going to have to come in to that building. Unless they decide to demolish the whole building, which, you know, they could do. Well, I'm fucked anyway, but I would wait for them to come into the building, and I would throw myself at their mercy. I would say, look, take me to a lab, keep me locked up for fucking weeks.
I'm your guinea pig.
Yeah, but I'm fine, okay? I was not bit. I was not harmed. I've been hiding this whole time. Take me. I'm your prisoner.
No
and you will see I'm okay. Yeah, I would just hide. I would fucking hide.
You just hide from that creature?
And that's what I would do. Yeah. If I was up in that attic and it was dark, I couldn't see anything, I would like scramble to like what I think is a corner, and I would just stay still. Fucking still, yeah.
Okay.
Until I got so starved or hungry or my thirst was so bad that I had to like actually try to find some kind of way out of that.
Well, that thing is still walking around trying to look for you. Oh shit.
I mean, you know what can you do?
I'd muster up the courage. The only way to fight evil, Corey, is to become evil.
Oh my God! So you become a zombie?
And I just start getting the mindset of just a fucking crazy ass juggernaut, and just all of a sudden just go blah, start making all kinds of noise and just start acting crazy and try to convince that fucking creature at the end that I'm as crazy as it is.
Okay, your ass would be dead.
And then I'd hope that the creature will want to team up with me. So we can go recap.
Okay, you know what? You be dead in the first 5 minutes.
I'm as crazy as you. Wow, woo,
even crazy.
Yeah, let's be crazy together. You and I, we should team up. You hate Spider-Man, don't you?
Yeah, you don't like Spider-Man 3?
Yeah. I don't know.
You'd be dead.
I always thought, like, I had this dream one time. It was a zombie dream, right? I have plenty of. I have lots of fucking badass
Don't
zombie
you have those
dreams.
every night?
I do, but I had one dream where I was in this clothing store, right, and I see this female zombie like going through clothes, just dead and all fucked up looking, just kind of just swatting through clothes, not even looking at the clothes, but just going through the motion of looking through articles of clothing. And I'm like not too far away from the zombie. I look to the left and I see it, and I'm like, oh shit, I'm right here. The zombie's gonna turn around and look at me, and I'm fucking over and done with. And all of a sudden, I see the zombie start to turn around and look at me. So what did I do? I turned around and I started to pretend like I was a zombie looking through clothes as well, and just started to act like the zombie and just was praying to God that she wouldn't notice me. And then I ran the fuck out of there. But
Jesus,
it's one of those deals. Yeah. But the thing that sucked though is like for a little while I was like, she's not fucking buying this. Yeah.
You're trembling.
Yeah, which is why I love Shaun of the Dead when they all started to act like zombies and walking. That's exactly what I would have done. Like, yeah.
Boy, that's something wrong. Fuck that dream.
Hey.
Let's see. You want to do 2 more?
Yeah, we can do 2 more.
Okay. This comes from Evil Teddy.
All right.
Cha.
Yeah.
Question for LTD. Cha. Are there any actors who played a character that pissed you off so much you would always see them as that character in other movies and would want violent things to happen to them?
Wow, that's a good one.
And he says, "Cha, Evil Teddy." He says, "Hello, professional bullshitters, master of thought fuckings, and keepers of the goat."
Oh wow.
Yeah, you know what?
There was a couple of dickheads in the 80s. Those guys who always played like the dicks. Who's the guy who was in that show with William Shatner, where they were lawyers?
Oh,
he was that. He was an actor from the 80s when he was younger. He always played like the rich prick.
Yeah, he was in Secretary.
Yeah. He was the guy from Secretary. What was that guy's name? You can look that up. But every time I saw that fucking guy in a movie, James Spader. Every time I saw James Spader in a movie, I was like, that fucking prick. Will somebody just fucking punch him in the face already? Every time I saw him, he was like the epitome of a fucking prick, of a rich white prick. And I always hated it. Every time I saw him on screen, I hated him.
Oh, you know what? Bradley Cooper is somebody who just looked like somebody I just didn't like. And I saw him in a movie. First of all, it didn't help that I wasn't the biggest fan of The Wedding Crashers. I'm that one guy who doesn't like that movie that much. And I've tried to watch it several times. I don't like that movie. I just don't. And I'm not even criticizing it. It's just not me.
Cool, I understand.
Just don't
worry.
Doesn't connect with me.
I'm not going to judge you.
But Bradley Cooper, I've seen him in a couple of movies where I just don't like him. He just looks like a fucking prick.
Yeah.
And
is this a guy who's in Stealth?
This is a guy in Hangover.
In the Hangover.
Josh Lucas is the guy you're thinking of.
Both of those guys look identical to me.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm trying to see that. I haven't seen Josh Lucas in a while.
Yeah.
But
after
Bradley
Stealth,
Cooper,
I don't think anybody's going to be seeing him in a while.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's in the new A-Team.
Bradley Cooper is.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Bradley Cooper is somebody, even after seeing like The Hangover, I was like, this guy's a fucking prick, man. It's just something that says, it just says yuppie frat boy prick to me.
Yeah, when in the A-Team trailer, you see him without his shirt.
Without a shirt, yeah.
And you're just like, put on a fucking shirt, dude.
Yeah, and just something about it. I mean, I loved him in The Hangover. I would be him in The Hangover because I was hanging out with Ian, my friend Ian, you know Ian.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Ian was just like, I hated that guy in The Hangover. I was like, you know, it's funny. Usually I don't like Bradley Cooper. And it's not because of his talent or anything. It's just, he just seems like that type of guy. He's
you're right. Yeah.
And,
he plays it well.
Yeah. And when I say, if I ever see this guy in a movie, I'm just not going to like him. And the thing is, in the A-Team, he's the one I'm like, I know he's a good guy, but I don't fucking like him in this movie.
I already didn't like him.
Yeah. I just like, I don't know why I don't like this guy. Yeah. He's just like a fucking prick without his shirt off.
Speaking of the A-Team, did that trailer really, really want you to have fucking Mr. T in it?
The original Mr. T?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mr. T. All I thought about was like, who is this fucking guy trying to be Mr. T?
Well, I forgot that guy's name, but he's an extreme fighter.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's usually bald, and he grew his hair out, so he cut
he did
it.
I
forgot
his
name. Yeah. Forgot his name, but if somebody will tell us. But
just seeing that van and I was like, who is this guy fucking riding around in Mr. T's van.
Yeah,
where is
Mr. T's
Where is
van,
Mr.
yeah.
T? I'm like, I think the guy could easily fucking fill in the role again. But
I don't know, man. I'm looking at that trailer and I just don't know.
I don't know either. Yeah,
I'm seeing Liam Neeson.
It looked Liam Neeson. Yeah, I was like, is he? I honestly like watching it. I was like, is this guy doing like a Saturday Night Live skit? That's what it felt
looks
like. Yeah,
yeah, he's got all that makeup on.
Yeah, I was like, is he doing like a skit for Saturday Night Live or something? But I don't know. Yeah, it made me, that fucking trailer made me chuckle. But I was like, well, all right.
Yeah, I just don't know, man.
Yeah,
I want to.
There better be a great fucking story in that movie.
I thought John Singleton was the one that was directing that, but he's not.
Nah.
But yeah,
Well,
George.
wait,
Yeah,
see,
that was what's his name? Liam Neeson's playing George Papard's type, his character. And I was like, I'm not seeing that too much right now.
I cannot see Qui-Gon Jinn. Yeah.
And he was talking about quit acting after. I like the way he said after
Ra's al Ghul.
Yeah, Ra's al Ghul. I like the way he said after like the Phantom Menace. He's like, I think I'm gonna stop acting. This movie.
I think everyone said that. After that movie.
and they kind of came too, but
even R2D2 said
yeah,
that.
he's like, but after fucking 18, I'm like looking at this, I'm like, wow, man, I just don't know.
Yeah. Are you doing this for your kids or something?
Yeah,
I don't understand.
Your kidney braces or some shit. What are you doing this for? But yeah, that Bradley Cooper's the guy, and I loved him in The Hangover. That's what I told Ian. I was like, you know what?
He's great.
I would be that character in the Hangover because I'm surrounded by a bunch of dumbasses. I would be the asshole just telling. I'll be an asshole just because I have to
call him out.
Yeah, but yeah, every other movie, Bradley, even when he's a good guy, I'm just kind of like, fuck you. And I don't know why. I like the guy. I actually like him.
It happens.
All right, one more. We'll do one more.
One more for the road.
All right, let's go ahead and answer this question from Sam S. Because Sam S. says, I've been sending this fucking awesome fucking question for the last 3 months. Jesus Christ, man.
Jesus Christ on a stick.
On a stick.
Answer it.
Frozen. He says, the only bullshitters that I can stand. What are some movies or books that have every single time you rewatched or reread them? Now this is weird differently. It's another one. It's a short question, but it's weird. It's worded weirdly. Basically saying every time, is there a movie or a book where every time you rewatched it or reread it, you see something different or new there? Well, I tell you what, and I hate to keep harping back on Blu-ray, but I've gone and got about 3 Disney films that I've watched on Blu-ray, and I have to admit that watching them with a little more clarity has just made me watch the artwork in a whole new different light.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and that's different. I mean, that's real art right there.
Right. No, you're right about that.
So,
that's a good answer.
Yeah,
I'm trying really hard to think about one right now.
I got one for you.
Yeah?
We talked about it. Like, I mean, tell me, every time you watch The Dark Knight that you don't get a totally different interpretation of what's happening.
That's
the beauty of that film.
I do. Yeah, I was watching it the other day. Yeah, and just now I'm really in love with a lot of the Two-Face scenes. Just because, I mean, there's just so much depth in there, just thinking about his whole plight with the situation at hand, and just his turning as far as him thinking he's being chosen by the Joker. He was like the chosen one or something. There's a lot going in that small scene, which makes me upset when I hear people say that whole last part should have been cut out of the film. And I'm like, really? That last bit with Two-Face was so strong as far as just a character development, it done so quick and done so right, I love thinking about that character and about his feelings, towards about what had happened, the tragedy that happened to him, and why he feels like everyone needs to pay because of it,
Yeah.
No, there's even minor characters in there I think about, thinking about their story. It makes me think, wow, how they contribute from the beginning to the end of that film. I would love to study that film.
Yeah.
Tons of great character study. Period.
No, the Joker, I always find something different with that character.
Oh yeah,
when I
he's like the most fascinating. Yeah. Every scene he's in, you can pick it apart. And
it's so genius that they shrouded that character in mystery because it gives you so much to think about why he's doing what he's doing. And with every watching of that movie, and I've seen it about 10 times already, I find something different to interpret from that character.
Oh, yeah.
Another movie that I can't decide if I watched it twice already, and while twice is not enough to really judge, but actually 2.5, while that's not enough to really say I found something new, maybe just the second time, you're always gonna find something new.
Yeah.
But the Thomas Crown Affair with Steve McQueen and Faye Dunaway, not the remake with Pierce Brosnan.
Okay, that movie, I thought that's what you were talking about.
No. Okay, watch the Thomas Crown Affair. I actually tweeted this when I was watching it, believe it or not, but it's a very psychedelic movie, first of all. And it's just kind of trippy to watch it, like see how crazy and maybe drug influenced that movie is. And then the heists that go on that movie, it takes a few viewings to kind of put it together, and I can't tell if that's a weakness of the story or if that's the strength of the story. I mean, it's such a dated film that you don't know what movies were like back then and how they were telling their stories, how their narratives flowed. So the Thomas Crown Affair, I've watched it 2.5 times, and every time I've seen something different. Plus, there's so many the extras in that movie. They use them a lot. Maybe not even extras, but side characters. Like when they pull this heist off, they bring in all these extras to like ask these questions to, and it's just funny seeing all the people that you saw before who were being robbed and caught in the heist, how they're taken to the bank later, and you're like, oh, I remember that person at this point. Oh, that person had that expression at this point right here. So, and plus it takes a couple of times. I think it's kind of a muddied plot, and you need to watch it a couple of times to like kind of make it coherent.
I just had another film coming to my head.
What's that?
Clockwork Orange.
Okay, I can see that.
Yeah, I mean, there's just so much. Number one, you think about, the more famous scenes involving that film, but when you actually think about the character of Alex and how he is at the beginning of the film and what he becomes at the end of it, it's another great character study. Just seeing how his deranged mind is working at the time and from the beginning of the film, and when he gets institutionalized. And just see the torture that's happening to him, and just just the odd characters that he's surrounded by, who are almost like monsters like him. But they're convincing him that they are what society should be, even though they're reforming this kid in monstrous ways.
Yeah. No,
it's nuts to think about.
And I can see that too. A lot of Kubrick movies are like that.
I was about to say, a lot. I mean. 2001 for crying out loud.
Speaking of movies like that list we read, where there's like some of the end of the movies are mind fucks. I've had a little more respect for what's that movie? Eyes Wide Shut.
You know what? Thank you for saying that, because when that movie came out, I was going through a breakup, and for some reason,
the calculator broke up with you.
Yes. The calculator said, "Fuck off, co-host. You're shitty in bed.
Said boobs.
I'm done with you." And I was at the time, I was like, "Wow, well, I'm gonna go see a movie." And right after my breakup, that was the first movie I saw, by myself, and I was like,
shit.
So
Man,
watching that
fuck,
film,
man?
I was like, and I had no clue really all I knew was a Stanley Kubrick film with Tom Cruise and fucking Nicole Kidman getting naked, that was the big deal. And I was like, well, I'm going to go check this out. And just for some reason, I really connected with the Tom Cruise character of, being in a situation or relationship, and then one day just going, well, usually I'm always walking this right path. Instead of making a right, I'm going to make a left, and let's see what happens.
And it gets crazy.
And it gets nuts. Yeah.
And you know what?
And I've really connected with that.
And go back and watch that movie, and you try to go back and pick up clues on what was real and what was not.
What was not, right.
Yeah, you don't even know if something's going on in his head. Right. I mean, there's so many different ways to interpret that film. And that's and you get that rewatchability with a lot of movies that don't tell you everything that you need to know.
Right. And
that's great. And so, and it really, I still don't think that Eyes Wide Shut is a strong film.
No.
But it's definitely worth a few viewings, because it's like there's a lot here that I could piece together on my own to make up my own reality for the movie. So anyway, man, that's it.
Woo!
Let's get the fuck on.
It is done.
I'm gonna make somebody very upset. I had a question here from the projectionist. You know what? We will read your question next week.
All right, that'll be the first question we read.
Yeah, we'll
so
get
you ready for that.
Yeah, I only say that because we had one more question The projectionist was it, but we tired.
Yeah.
Gotta get the fuck on out of
It's
here.
5 in the morning.
Yeah, the rooster's outside.
No, what? Oh, shit.
All right, everybody.
All right, you bastards.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, you sons of bitches, and we will see you tomorrow.
No, we won't.